in the state parks if you haven't done that already. And time to go over all of your outdoor gear for spring and summer. Get more information on Nebraska's outdoor scene by going to the Game and Parks website, outdoornebraska.gov. And that'll wrap it up. I'm Greg Wagner with Nebraska Game and Parks.
The backseat. Check the backseat. All right, come here. Check the backseat.
Gets in your head, right? Good. Because every year, dozens of children are forgotten in the backseat of a car by a parent or caregiver. All never thought it could happen to them. But with changes in routines, distractions, or a sleeping child, it can happen to anyone. Parked cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. So get it in your head.
Check the backseat.
A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Tickets for less. Best seats, best prices, no service fees. Shop ticketsforless.com. KOZN Bellevue, Omaha, Council Bluffs. This is 1620 The Zone.
Yes, it's time for the crossover with the boys in Vegas. Can we call you Vegas boys?
Woo. Hell
yes,
yeah, you
can.
Welcome to Club 1620, live from Stadium Swim at Circa in Vegas.
All right.
It's noon.
Who still has their pants on?
It is noon.
We have we're shorts boys, John.
Why would you
wear pants when it's in the 70s, John? Why would you wear? Can you imagine being somewhere right now where it's like 40 degrees and windy and probably cloudy?
All right, turn them off. We're done. It's over. Crossover's
This
done.
has been the crossover.
Cut their mics.
Hey, I got a question. Do you guys need some live odds? Because I'm looking at everything you could possibly bet on in the entire world. It's on this
glorious.
gigantic
Right there.
screen.
Give me those
Right
cricket
there.
lines.
Oh, yeah, okay. Let's see. Let's go down
We
the
have
line.
the CBI championship lines for you there,
Josh. I did
If you'd
talk
like
about
those
that in
odds.
What to Watch.
I heard.
Yeah, it's not on TV. I heard.
In the CIT championship, we have that for you. The NIT quarter. Look at all
No,
these.
the CIT. Give them the odds. IPFW is 1.5 favor over Norfolk State.
145.5 is the total.
That's a tight money line split.
Nick is leaving.
Nick just got
Nick
offended
didn't,
and
Nick
left.
didn't like your joke. I thought it was funny.
High Point or
I
Seattle?
thought it was
Who's Vegas like tonight?
Let's see.
Where is that game? Oh, there it is. They like Seattle.
Seattle minus
Seattle.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Total's 150.5.
All right, so we are about 8 feet away from a pool.
Yeah, there are people drinking right now. They're having a great time.
There's people just swimming in there. With,
Yeah.
they're showing their nipples and everything.
I thought it was going to be Nips out for Happer today.
I was told it was.
I got to
Yeah,
lay a base. Wednesday, you lay a base.
There was a promise made,
Tomorrow?
I think.
There was.
Oh, don't worry. The thing that's frustrating, I guess, the most about this current setup is
We're not in the pool.
Well, you have headsets on, so it prevents me from wearing my bucket hat.
Oh,
Yeah.
sad.
Because you can't go headset.
Sorry,
with the bucket
And I
Connor.
forgot my bucket hat, guys.
So
I mean,
sad that you have to wear shorts
taking-
and no hat. So sad
We're
for
taking
you.
some L's. We're taking some L's like the Omaha boys today with the weather. We forgot our bucket hats, or we can't wear them.
Hey,
today.
by the way, guys, did you see this tweet from earlier from Steve, who says,
What do you say?
"What while you guys were stalling with movie talk, Steve said at Happer Show, what the hell happened? I get in my truck after lunch and Siskel and Ebert are on."
Yeah, that was a lot of movie talk. I didn't
Hey,
think
Yeah,
this
it
was-
was a lot of time to fill.
Hello.
I apologize. We
Yeah.
we apologize.
Listen,
We-
Don't act
we
like that
moved
was
to our
just us
third
taking
command.
over.
This is what you
Yeah,
get
we're-
when I come to fill in for you, Connor. Josh and I are going to talk
I-
about
I-
movies. This is what we're going to do.
I'm not offended by this. I just Steve had a take. That's all.
Hey.
I wasn't even sure it was movie talk because when I got connected, I heard you guys talking about Civil War.
Which is
Oh,
a movie.
nice. The 1800s.
Was it Captain America?
What was your
No,
favorite part
there is
about
a
the
movie
1800s?
coming out in April called Civil War. It's a modern
Yeah, I
Civil
wanna-
War movie.
I want to watch it. Yeah.
Captain America.
No, not that Civil War.
A house divided.
Yeah.
not that
Different
Civil War.
Civil War.
Offerman's in that movie, right? Josh, isn't he playing president?
Yeah,
Yes.
President Offerman
President
to you.
O.
Yep.
President Nick Offerman. Yeah, he's
Yep.
going to be in that movie.
So
How,
any airport stories? How were the flights?
Yeah,
boys?
how was Nick's big boy travel?
Are you asking how about that ride in?
Yeah, how about that
How about
ride
that
in?
ride in?
Are your
That's
arms
why they
tired
call
because
it
you just
Sin
flew in from
City.
Omaha?
I guess that's why they call it Sin City.
So Nick did have some questions. He's had a few questions so far
Yep.
that are, I mean, he just had an interesting conversation with Peter off the air that was also interesting about the video and streaming.
Yes.
And Nick's got a lot going on.
Nick is a very inquisitive young boy.
very
I like to learn.
Yeah, very inquisitive.
And so I think it maybe took him a bit by surprise where the service here at Circa is absolutely incredible and we're being treated as VIPs.
Yes.
And so we get kind of, a little bit of special treatment. And Nick, I don't think, was quite mentally prepared for
No.
that.
Not in a limo.
You not only get treated like a VIP, but when you are treated like a VIP, Nick, you have to act like a VIP.
I don't know what that means.
Well,
I've never been one.
See, this
We know.
is
How
why
many-
you have to figure it out.
How many times today has Nick asked, "Do you mean this is free?"
He was great question, Josh, because the Circa limousine came and picked us up.
That's
Yes,
right.
it
Saw
did.
the photos.
Many beers and things like that in there. It was all free, by the way. But Nick
I
was
did not know.
Nick was very excited about the water.
Yeah, look at this tiny baby water.
The little bottles of water. Are these free?
Damn it,
Free
Nick.
water's important. We're in the desert. It's hard to come by.
Yeah, so Nick was excited about that. The flight, no issues whatsoever. We left 2 minutes late because they had to de-ice the wings. No doors flew off.
Okay,
So
good.
we were feeling pretty good.
No, as far as we know, no tires flew off.
And no tires flew off that we know of. Yeah, we landed okay as well.
We took our chances with Josh and I took our chances with the exit row to trade off was a little bit more leg room there.
Yeah, we helped out.
Nick
just a
went
bit.
about 6 rows back because he had to get himself a window seat
and
like
a selfie.
like a
And I
7-year-old.
got it.
Yeah, he
Nick,
got it.
Nick loves selfies more than anyone that I know.
It's a generational thing.
What?
I don't think
Don't
that's the
blame
case.
your generation.
Yeah.
I'm blaming our generation, my generation.
So yeah, it was we're getting there. There's going to be some good Nick stories to come out of this. I like the
Absolutely.
question that you guys posed earlier.
What's that? Which one?
Who's
pass
gonna
out first?
Who's gonna pass out first?
Yeah, I'm just a sleepy boy.
I've
so.
already signed up for the Circa players card, so we're gonna
Yeah.
dive in at some
Oh,
point.
what's
John,
that?
You get points and stuff
Yeah,
if you
Sure,
gamble
sure.
and have a good time. So John, your co-host on After Hours, Jimmy Allen.
Yep.
He has spoken many, many times about this burger place, Victory Burger, right? Is
Yes,
that what it
yes,
is?
yes.
So we're waiting, and we get to Victory Burger like 3 minutes before they open because it's 10 a.m. here, but we're starving and we want lunch. So we're waiting there, and then very nice lady opens up the little area, and I turn around, and Happer is gone.
It disappeared.
Where did Happer go? So I'm like looking and looking. Fine. I thought he was like going to go look at the sportsbook area because it's huge and massive. No, he's going and getting a player's card.
I have to be prepared, Josh.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to say it was like Vegas Vacation and he was playing the giant slot machine.
put a dollar
outside
and
the
got a
casino.
car. Put a dollar
Yeah.
and got a car.
Yeah.
Put a dollar and got a car.
Our fine contact Aaron here has let us know that there is a blackjack table in very close proximity to us
Yeah, where is it? Over there?
at the Stadium Swim.
Okay.
out
Can you
there in
play
the
a few
corner.
hands during a break and jump out and come back?
It might be far enough away where it'd be like you can play one hand.
Oh, okay.
If we have a 5 or 5.5 minute break, I think it'd be a good bit if I just went and played 2 hands.
Tremendous
I think so
bit.
too.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
I mean, you guys are going to have
3-1.
7 hours to fill over the next 2 days. So
Oh, that's a reminder, Josh. We're bringing back the top 5 tomorrow.
I kind of thought
Yeah.
you might. I did one
Yeah.
today.
Cook one up for us?
Yeah, we were thinking of what was it? Top 5 Vegas,
Vegas
movies.
movies.
Vegas
Okay.
movies.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Are there
Absolutely.
5 Vegas movies?
You may have done it before, but I think we could probably unearth that or
Yeah.
have a new spin on it.
Does it have to be in Vegas to be like 3,000 miles to Graceland? That's a Vegas movie, right?
I would consider that. I've never seen it, but I would consider
Great
it a
movie.
Vegas movie.
That should be a movie club pick.
Never
All right,
heard of
well.
such a thing.
You could pick it, Nick.
So after the show, what's on the docket for tonight, fellas?
Well, it'll be 3.
No, 4. Today's
Four.
the 4th.
It'll be
Today's
4.
Yeah.
A clock.
So I think the world is our oyster,
Yeah.
probably. You know,
Are you going to take in a
I gotta,
show?
I gotta run.
Josh has to run 14 miles.
Just 7.
Happer and I might go tickle some chains.
I'm not going with
No.
you, Tickle Chain.
Happer's not leaving that campus. I
That's
guarantee it.
exactly right. I had to tell Nick.
He's
was
got the
asking
card
about,
now.
Nick was asking about all these, various transportation methods.
He's like,
for
how do I leave?
around the city? And
I
I'm
was
like,
like, I'm not telling you that.
yeah, it's like, I'm not going to tell you how to leave.
It's called
It
Uber.
says Circa right here on my shirt.
What could you possibly want that you can't get at Circa?
Disc golf.
Mm.
Put it up.
Nick,
Nick,
go
just
to the
grab a
go to the
Frisbee.
beach club, Nick.
Just start throwing it around.
I need chains. There's no chains to tickle.
Nick, can you get in the pool at some point during the show? It's warm.
Yeah, the water's very
It's
warm.
heated.
Oh,
I didn't put on my swim trunks. I don't have my trunks
that's
on.
okay.
Put your feet.
that doesn't matter.
Yeah, Nick.
Well, I bought the trunks. I'm going to use them.
We want the 360 cam to check you in the pool.
Uh-huh. Can I just
I love this
say
idea.
that I
What's up,
love
Josh?
the ambient house music behind
Yeah,
you?
it's just great.
We were a little concerned
Yeah,
that
how-
it was going to be too loud. How do we sound?
Yeah, how does
Oh
it
no,
sound?
it sounds perfect.
It's a
Okay,
very nice
that's
level.
good.
It
Okay.
sounds exactly like you're in
God.
Vegas.
Yeah.
I was actually really worried about that. I was like, is it going to be too loud for us to actually do this show at all? But yeah, we're good. And we got every sports thing we could ever imagine, the lines and stuff. Alcohol at some point, I'm sure. Maybe as we get closer to the end of the
One Beer Wednesday, I
show.
believe. That's what it's called.
Dumb debates would be great with it.
one frozen daiquiri Wednesday.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of beers right now from the fine folks here.
Yeah.
Somebody asked us during the tweet bag today our favorite drink at a swim up bar, and John and I have never been to a swim up bar.
Oh, margarita's always the play.
I go like a Modelo if I'm drinking a beer.
I feel
Okay.
like a
That's a
Modelo,
good
yeah.
I think I'd want a shandy. Shandy seems good.
Yeah, that's
Seems
good.
a little-
That's not
A
bad.
summer shandy?
A little acidy, a little
A little acidy?
yeah,
Refreshing. It's the refreshment.
refreshing.
He's busy.
But yeah, no, probably I could see the things with all the frozen drinks in them. Right?
There's
Yeah.
a lot of them over there.
Yeah, I just said straight up margarita. It's the old fashioned lime margarita.
It's a good.
That's what I like, John.
There's
Give me a
nothing wrong
mar,
with
give me
that.
some salt on the rim. Oh, we're having a great day. We
and
are.
and a tortilla chip with some cheese dip.
Ooh,
There you
hell
go.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Some guac,
I think
maybe?
I'd want the salsa on a day like today. The sun high in the sky, shorts weather, of course, where we are. I think I'd want a little cold salsa.
Yeah.
That sounds nice.
Salsa,
Pico de
guac.
gallo.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There you go.
Pico de
I
gallo.
love me some pico.
Yeah.
What's the difference between pico and salsa?
Pico's gross.
Pico's chunky.
Yeah, it's got the full chunk tomatoes.
Which it kind of bothers me if you go to Chipotle and you ask for salsa. They're like, "Oh, do you want chunky salsa or do you want this salsa?" It's like, you mean the pico de gallo? I would like that.
Nick is a stickler.
It's not salsa.
Salsa.
I don't think pico is salsa. I think pico's a garnish.
Poll
I think
question
it
up at
definitely
Happer Show: is pico salsa?
That's a great question.
It's like tomato
Let's ask the
relish. That's all
employees at
pico
Circus.
is.
Mhm.
I think that it is a salsa. For the record, I would vote in yes.
You
it
could
is.
you could dip your chips in a pico.
Yeah, but
Can
you
someone
also
spell
dip your-
Gallo for me?
Gallo.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Like Joey
Shriner
Gallo.
had it ready.
Someone spell Gallo for me.
Hey,
Can I get that?
breaking
Pico
news, guys!
Gallo.
Breaking news! Just into the Twitter
Oh.
machine.
Yeah.
Frankie Fiddler is taking an unofficial visit to Nebraska tomorrow.
Whoa.
But they're not even practicing.
Fiddler
he already
on the
went to
roof.
Creighton.
I know they were
went to Creighton.
practicing.
He's going to visit
Whoa.
Nebraska ball tomorrow.
Is he going to visit Omaha again just for fun?
I doubt it. Yeah, I think
You don't
that.
think he's going to go back?
I think that ship has sailed.
Maybe. There's some big deals out there to be had for a guy
Oh.
like Frank.
Big deals.
Big
Big
deals.
Yeah, and there
Big
are
deal.
there are bigger ones, and if you go to Creighton or Nebraska,
Mhm, mhm.
Yes.
the
Or
Summit League is
anywhere else
now
for
the
that
minor
matter.
leagues for the Power Five.
Dude, yeah, I mean, no kidding. With Zeke Mayo's in there too.
William
it's a,
Kyle.
I mean, it's a good route for a guy. Like, oh, I'll play 3 years at South Dakota State, maybe go to the NCAA tournament once, and then in my 4th year, I'll go to Arkansas or something like that.
Right.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah,
Definitely.
why not?
Get a $500,000 NIL deal.
If you could do it, it's worth it.
Nice
worth
work
the
if you can find it.
Oh yeah.
Boys.
All right.
Boys. We're gonna have some fun today.
Yeah. Sorry that you got to go now.
I'm sorry.
Josh just ended the crossover.
Wow.
It seemed like you were doing. I
Wow.
was saying, I'm
Damn.
sorry. I feel bad. I'm gonna miss them.
Hey, Vegas has changed you, Josh.
No.
Yeah, he's
I-
mean.
I thought
man.
we were
That'd be
friends.
cool, man.
We're looking at the snow-capped mountains out in the
it's gorgeous.
distance.
Oh wow!
And yeah, it's,
I'm looking at the
it's quite
snow-capped parking lot at NRG.
Oh, is Mount Happer back?
Oh,
No,
did it
it's
snow?
not.
No, no, it didn't snow. John's just yanking your chain.
Just cold and
What
gray.
is the weather in Omaha like? Is it gray again? Classic Omaha.
Yeah, just pure
Like
gray.
Pittsburgh.
God, will the sun ever come out again in Omaha?
Probably-
It's so nice seeing the sun again.
I love the
Punxsutawney
sun.
Phil, count your days. You were wrong.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
You
what
know
an
that
idiot.
The sky's actually blue and not gray. Just in general,
I
the
know
color of
this
the
is-
sky is blue.
This is news to me, Nick, but it's great news.
Hey,
it
63
is.
tomorrow, 68 Friday.
Oh, let's go. Almost nice.
Oh,
Over
Josh, or both of you guys, I have a quick question before you do have to leave. Greg Maddox is going to be here
Yes.
tomorrow.
Oh,
Greg Maddox and who?
Frank Thomas.
Greg Maddux and Frank Thomas are going
That's
to be
my
here.
guy.
The big hurt.
And so I was wondering what questions you would ask guys like that. I'll have if I talk to Greg Maddux, I'll talk to him about changeups for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I thought, Josh, that I would ask Greg Maddux about, like, you're known for throwing really slow pitches. Does that make you kind of a weenie? How do we think he'd respond to
How
that?
do we approach that, Josh?
Not great.
You're the
but
expert on
I
interviews.
don't think that would be a good question to ask him.
Ask
I mean,
Frank
he's got to know
Thomas.
it. He throws 88.
Yeah,
Ask
that is
Frank Thomas
slow.
how much they paid him to do those new Genix commercials.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Eugenics.
Wasn't there something where the internet killed Frank Thomas a couple weeks ago?
Did he
Yeah.
get canceled?
No, not
literally
canceled.
killed him.
Like they said he was dead.
They unalived him.
And he was like, I'm not dead, I'm here.
I feel like we don't see that as often these days.
That's
I
right.
know, with a name like Frank Thomas, there's guys named Frank Thomas dying every day.
Yeah.
Just
Greg Maddux is pretty unique. Frank Thomas, there's a lot of Franks and a lot of Thomases.
I don't know how feisty Greg gets nowadays, but there's some pretty legendary bleep talk stories from Greg Maddux. So I mean,
So
he
maybe
might
I
want to
should
fight
bring
you.
up his slow pitches.
Yeah.
maybe he'll start bleep talking you, Josh.
Yeah. You want to be bleep talk? Remember your changeup?
Are you a
That's how you
weenie?
approach it, though. You say it's not throwing slow, Josh. It's a change.
It's a change up.
Remember how your
He had
changeup
great
and your
control.
fastball were the same speed?
Got to code the language a little.
He was like the one guy who like dominated Tony Gwynn in his career.
That's right.
Oh, Tony Gwynn.
Tony Gwynn, all he did was get hits. He's actually dead.
R.I.P.
Yes.
Tony Gwynn.
Yes.
He was an answer on Jeopardy the other night.
What was it?
Oh.
Is this man dead? Who is Tony Gwynn?
I don't remember it because it was a picture of him, and I just tuned out the question because I knew the answer is what is Tony Gwynn?
I'll take "Is this man dead?" for 1,000. Ken,
Who is Tony Gwynn?
not Frank Thomas.
Frank Thomas.
Wow.
What an interesting Jeopardy category that would be.
That would be amazing.
They should just do hyper-specific Jeopardy categories for fun.
I don't
So
hate
would
that
you
idea.
just do like what is yes and what is no?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, how would that work?
Just put up a picture of Frank Sinatra. Is he dead?
What is yes?
What is yes?
I
No.
think we just made a new game, an on-air game.
Hey,
It's
yeah,
just-
maybe we should do that tomorrow during our
dead?
7-hour
No.
show.
Dead or alive?
It's a picture, and the answer is who is dead?
Yeah,
I like it.
this could be good. We'll
I-
send it on to Ken Jennings.
Thursday
Yeah.
itinerary.
I could put some
There you
photos in the stream tomorrow, and you guys could play.
There
that
you
would
go.
be great.
There you go.
All right, so Josh, you got to cook up your top 5 Vegas movies, and we'll let that one rip tomorrow because we'll have Hangover on Friday at the movie club.
Yes.
Mhm.
Which is exciting. We'll watch that last night. So yeah, that's the only plan we have for tomorroh at this point.
Are you saying
Yeah,
you're
and a
going
few
to be
guests.
hungover on Friday for the movie club? Is that what I'm hearing?
No,
Not I.
No.
Not I.
Like, that's what I heard. So
I did do that on a show road trip a few years back. We were in Boulder, Colorado, and
you
I
got
saw
too
someone
drunk?
on
that's a different kind of hangover, Josh.
among
Mhm.
other things. I saw someone on Saturday morning, not of our radio station, but of radio, and I just had my sunglasses on at 7:30 or whatever it was, and he's like, "Have some fun last night."
Nice.
I just nodded my head, and
Nice.
then I went and did a pregame show.
Hell yeah.
Yep, powered through, baby.
So the vibes are good right now. We'll see what they look like in a few hours.
Yes,
Friday evening. Well,
All right.
guys, have a good rest of your day. Enjoy the gray.
All right. Thanks
Thanks,
a lot.
boys.
Enjoy.
Bye, guys. That was
Bye.
a crossover powered by Everlevel Concrete Repair in Omaha and everlevelconcrete.com. It's the program live from Circa Resort in Las Vegas. Woo!
Club
This-
1620.
Oh, my gosh. It's an incredible day. The program starts next year on 1620 The Zone.
Mornings with Sharp and Handley.
I wanted Nebraska to settle in, make some shots early, and then get into a moderate pace because they're not built. Like start with their Air Jordans and then slip on the Skechers or the Hokas. Nebraska got sped up at the beginning of that game, and they got into, hey, let's just trade threes. And they did it to themselves early, and it became hero ball.
Mornings with Sharp and Handley. Weekdays 6 to 10 on 1620 The Zone. Your Omaha area forecast from the Godfather's Pizza Weather Center and KETV News Watch 7 on 1620 The Zone.
We'll have some of those clouds clear out through the Wednesday afternoon hours, but still a fairly cool day, a high of around 43 degrees, keeping clear to partly cloudy skies overnight. Another cold morning, 27 to start your day tomorrow, sunshine throughout the day, and then a high, finally spring-like 62 degrees outside. I'm meteorologist Luke Vickery, KETV Newswatch 7.
1620 The Zone's Unsportsmanlike Conduct, brought to you by a great friend of the program, Union Bank and Trust.
What does Saul's loan on? Almost everything, like jewelry, gold chains, bracelets, earrings, wedding rings, and high-end watches, guns, electronics, $10 to $50,000, super fast and easy with no credit check. Saul's loans on almost everything.
Hi, friends. Kent Pavelka courtside getting ready for this year's matchup between the Average Roofing Companies and the Rooferees at John Higgins Weather Guard. The Average Roofers are just that, average at best, not very impressive. The Rooferees, above and beyond the opponent, more dependable, service that exceeds the norm, good sportsmanship, fairness, and integrity. You know them, you love them, and they're ready to win for you. Make the right call with John Higgins Weather Guard. It's tip-off time with the Rooferees at John Higgins Weather Guard.
Make the right call.
A DJ spinning songs, cheeseburgers, raffles, and more. Just a random Saturday? Nope. It's the Spring Open House at Les Hills Harley-Davidson. Come in, join the fun, and swing your leg over a genuine Harley-Davidson. I-29 at the Glenwood exit and at leshillshd.com.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Velocity Clinical Research in Omaha frequently conducts clinical trials for a broad range of investigational treatments. Typical studies involve medications for high cholesterol, diabetes, infectious diseases, acne, and others. Some current studies include low T, COPD, flu, pediatric, infant, and RSV. They also perform vaccine studies for people of all ages, conducting innovative research that has a positive impact on lives. See current trials at velocityclinicaltrials.com. Compensation for study-related time and travel. Find out more at velocityclinicaltrials.com.
Are you the decision maker in your company? Consider this. For the first time in decades, there's a better option for a corporate card and spend management platform. Meet Ramp, the only corporate card and spend management system designed to help you spend less money so you can make more. Most corporate credit cards offer points as incentives, but those points amount to less than their worth in real cash value. Ramp's corporate cards offer you cash back, real money in your pocket. Plus, you control who spends what with each vendor. And Ramp software collects and verifies receipts automatically, which means you'll stop wasteful spending and close your books in hours instead of days. Businesses that use Ramp add up to 5% to their bottom line the first year. If you're a decision maker, adding Ramp could be one of the best decisions you've ever made. And now get $250 when you join Ramp. Just go to ramp.com/sports. ramp.com/sports. ramp.com/sports.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank and Celtic Bank, members FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
This edition of Unsportsmanlike Conduct on 1620 The Zone is proudly presented by Union Bank and Trust. The program starts now.
KOZN. Unsportsmanlike Conduct on 1620 The Zone. Husker Athletics, Creighton, and yes, UNO. Don't miss a moment, they'll give you your fix. They're on every day from 2 until 6. Spend your afternoons with John, Josh, and Nick. John, Josh, and Nick. They'll show you what sports talk really is.
Connor, the vibes. The vibes. They're real.
They're good. They're real good, Josh.
They're real and they're spectacular. We have a great Wednesday show live from Stadium Swim, and it starts right now.
Conduct on 1620 The Zone. Husker Athletics, Creighton, and yes, UNO.
Welcome in, everybody, on this Dump Debates Wednesday live from Stadium Swim at Circa Resort and Casino in sunny Las Vegas. Josh Peterson, Connor Happer, and Nick Grimm with you for today's edition of the program. Happer, how are you?
Oh man, I'm really good. I'm glad you asked. I have a lot of things to say today. I can't wait to say them.
Well, we have plenty of time to say things, whether it's today until 6 o'clock Central Time. Until 6 Central Time today. We're on until 4 o'clock Pacific Time, which is something we never say, but I'm going to have to say it the next couple of days just to make sure I got my bearings.
Time zones are really nonsense to me right now. I was in the Eastern time zone this weekend. That was very difficult for me.
All over.
Back
just
to
need
the
send
Central.
you to Denver. And you'll have knocked out all the time zones.
That's true. Yeah, let's go to Denver, boys.
You did fly over Denver. Does that count?
No.
Yeah, Nick, how did you enjoy the flight? How about that flight in? Did you enjoy it? Looking at the mountains?
The mountains.
Mountains, Gandalf Mountains.
It was really cool seeing how it went from flat to foothills to mountain.
This will be great. I get to play the role of John today and be triggered about your guys'
Lord of the Rings
comments.
Lots
going to be great.
Lots of Lord of the Rings conversation on the show. As we said, we are here live at the Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. We are hanging out at Stadium Swim. Happer, did you know that there are 6 pools over here? There are 2 above us. There are 2 right here in front of us, and then 2 more up there. A bevy of cabanas. We're hanging out in one of the cabanas right now. We'll be in cabanas all the time over the next few days. This big screen, 40 feet tall. 40 feet tall.
It's pretty tall.
We have tennis on. We have, what's that show?
That's
First
Things first.
Nick
Nick Wright
Wright
and his nose.
Yeah, on the flight in, you were watching some of the chit-chat shows this morning.
I was seeing what they were chit-chatting
What are the
about.
topics in national sports talk today? That we won't be talking about.
Mad Dog and Seth Greenberg were arguing about which game was the most interesting for the Sweet 16 this weekend.
Classic. That's a great argument.
It's great topic. They were talking about hip drop tackles.
Oh, yeah.
Things of that nature.
We might have to talk about that today.
Yeah, how the NFL's gone soft.
Yeah, it has gone soft. By the way, speaking of the games this weekend, we also have the live lines right in front of us. The shortest line is Iowa State -1.5 right now versus Illinois. But how about that Creighton line? 2.5-point dogs versus Tennessee on Friday.
I will be placing wagers at some point this evening.
Yeah.
It just depends on what.
We are going to have a great time over the next few days, and we're going to have a great time over the next few hours.
And tomorrow, Josh, is Major League Baseball opening day.
It is.
So I'll be sporting my Bobby Witt Jr. jersey tomorrow.
Baseball.
Yeah, you told me earlier, like, I'm wearing a jersey tomorrow.
Wearing a jersey tomorrow.
Is it nips out
I
jersey
think
Thursday?
no undershirt jersey.
I like it.
And then slide it off, jump in the pool, take a dip, come back out, and do some more radio.
Because we'll be here tomorrow at 8 a.m. local time when it's a little chillier, but the water always warm.
Yeah, it is.
Water is always warm. It's time for the Grum Down, brought to you by the Rooferees at John Higgins Weather Guard. Didn't have time to make a graphic. No graphic today, but we can tell you that we have Steve Sipple coming up a day later, but not $1 short. He'll be joining us at 3:50 on the program this afternoon. Also, Dumb Debates. Happer, have you ever done Dumb Debates before?
I've never participated in a dumb debate.
Wow.
I have.
I was going to say, isn't your whole show kind of built around the idea of dumb debates?
Yes, but not in such a formal way as this.
Yeah, so send us your dumb debates with the hashtag dumb debates. Joe in Vegas, very excited that we are in Las Vegas. He keeps tweeting at us, including this one. Welcome to the absolute best time zone. We've been in this time zone now for about 4 hours. It's a tremendous time zone.
It is.
We're starting to hear this more and more. Big, strong men, tears in their eyes. I love this time zone.
Especially when the rest of our lives are located 2 time zones away.
Yeah.
So we just get to go off of their time, and it's great. And we just get to live. We get to live in our own.
Feels like a life hack, right? Like we're done with work at 4. Even though, I've been up since 5 this morning, which is 3 o'clock.
I imagine there's some people who do that. They technically work in Omaha, but they actually work in Phoenix or something like that.
And so it feels like a bit of a life hack.
A little bit earlier.
If you don't mind getting up early, you're off earlier as well.
That's the way I would want to do
which
it.
is awesome. So we have Sipple and we have Dumb Debates and who knows what else. Lots of travel stories. You always want to talk about basketball, so I guess I could throw you a bone. I can be
what's
nice
wrong?
to you.
You don't want to talk about basketball?
I figured it's spring football season.
I will tell you this. I did listen to the entire Troy Dannon question and answer.
I looked over and I saw you listening to an Unsportsmanlike Conduct podcast this morning.
That was you guys.
Great radio show.
It was just the podcast of the press conference from yesterday. And I said to you after I got done with it, I said I listened to the whole Troy Dannon press conference, and I thought there was one thing that he said that was interesting.
Ooh.
And then you said, what was that one thing? And I said, I don't remember.
Yeah.
And so that's.
Have you figured it out yet?
No, I haven't quite got there.
I was going to say maybe that could be a tease for the show, but if you have to be able to remember
I
it.
will remember it.
All right, perfect.
That we will talk about it.
All right. So
Right? Are we going to talk about Troy Daniel today?
we can't. I mean, you have a take. You have one single take.
I got to find it.
Yeah,
You got to find the take.
We're all a bit sleepy right now, so maybe Happer will find that take.
Sleepy.
That's the Grum Down, powered by the Rooferees at John Higgins Weather Guard. As always, you can get in touch with us. Don't know how often we'll see the various getting in touch with us. Nick, you're going to have to keep us updated on the YouTube chat.
Oh,
because
boy.
we have no access to the YouTube.
Yeah, what are they saying in there?
What
What are they
else
saying?
are you doing back
What are they
here,
saying
Nick?
in there, Nick?
Basketball greater than football.
Great
who's
job.
Theo.
That's
Oh.
always been my guy, Theo.
Classic Theo.
In the event someone does get overserved in Las Vegas, people forget there are mobile IV therapy options.
Wow,
That
what
is true.
a great PSA.
That is true.
All right, perfect. So we'll check in with Nick over the next few days and see what's going on in the YouTube chat because it's very sunny. And so we're going to trade off who uses their computer for a few minutes at a time. But you can hit us up on the YouTube chat. You can also find us on the JTech Construction Zone Twitter feed, whether it's at USC 1620, whether it's at Josh Tweederson, at Connor Happer, at Grimnim.
That's
You
right.
can find us there. You can also hit us up into the Equitable Bank inbox, Josh at 1620thezone.com, or Connor at 1620thezone.com. Again, I don't know if Connor is going to see that.
I'll see it.
Or you can give us a call on the 42 Degrees to Source hotline by your mom's house. I do have the text machine open, like this one from Will. Tell Nick you're going to a petting zoo, then drop him off at the Bunny Ranch.
That's
Interesting.
Nick, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't want to go to the Bunny Ranch.
Nick,
All
are
right.
you down for some debauchery?
No.
Oh, okay.
I am of a relationship.
Of a relationship.
Oh,
Wow. Look
man.
at he's gotten soft in his old age. Gotten soft in his old age. All right. So we're going to have a great time over the next few days here in Las Vegas. We appreciate the folks at Circa Resort and Casino for having us. We got, as you said earlier, I got the VIP treatment. I had some coffee. It was lovely. That's how I will remember the VIP treatment.
It was very free.
Yeah.
It was very free.
And couches.
They encouraged us to come back for more coffee.
They did.
Later
Don't
on.
have to tell me twice.
Yeah, we're
Then I
gonna-
don't have to deal with it in my room.
Said, come here for 2 hot coffees.
2 hot coffees. It is the program. Connor Happer in today for John Bishop, who is, I don't know, maybe in the air right now. I have no
Probably.
idea what time he was leaving. So John's on his way to Detroit.
Wherever it is, it's about 6 o'clock for him.
Oh my
probably.
gosh, it's so late over there. God, it's so late. All right, more to come. Also, we appreciate Peter producing back in our Zone studios.
Thanks, Peter.
It is Unsportsmanlike Conduct on this Wednesday, 1620 The Zone.
The best way to catch all the action is on 1620 The Zone. And no line for the bathroom.
Hi, this is Doug Nodgard with Equitable Bank. Great service never goes out of style. When the digital age dawned, many said computers would be able to handle many of the interactions that used to take a person. Boy, were they wrong. How many times have you called your bank and gotten a recording to press 1 or 2? Not at Equitable. Not only does Equitable answer your call in the first ring, it's answered by a human being. That's because Equitable Bank values its customers. Equitable Bank, we take banking personally. Member FDIC.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Don't miss this week's Zone Deal.
This week's half-off deal is Cops. Receive 2 $25 gift vouchers for just $25. Cops makes delicious pizza, fresh salads, and tasty charred wings. For the basic menu, click copspizza.com. And for the extended menu, visit them at Shadow Lake Town Center, 180th and Center, and the newly reopened 72nd and Jones locations.
Zone deals go fast. 9 a.m. Friday, 1620thezone.com.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by the NSAA and the Nebraska State Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
At Sid Dillon Chevrolet, we want you to have the best car buying experience possible. Shop Nebraska's #1 volume Chevy dealer group or at SidDillonChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
You are what drives us, Sid Dillon.
Now, Unsportsmanlike Conduct with John Bishop and Josh Peterson of 1620 The Zone.
Josh Peterson, Connor Happer, Nick Grimm, live from Las Vegas. It is Unsportsmanlike Conduct here on 1620 The Zone. We will be at the Circa Resort and Casino and Stadium Swim over the next 3 days. Today for the Grum, tomorrow for both the Connor Happer Show and the Progrum, and Friday as well. And we appreciate all of you for joining us today. KD says, Happer, we've gone from 1620 the manifesto to 1620 the debauchery. What a glow up.
Nice.
Look at us.
Charles asks in YouTube if I'm grounded.
Nick is getting very close to being grounded.
Oh no.
Very close to being
I
grounded.
think Nick just likes the shade back there, and
My
very
computer was
comfortable.
going to melt.
Yeah, it's very comfortable back there.
Yeah, but I need to lay the base.
Oh yeah,
I'm getting in that pool at some point during this show.
I know. I brought 2 swimsuits. I didn't wear it right now. I didn't wear it today, but I also have flip flops.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get the lay of the land.
Yeah,
you know?
today is a lay of the land day.
The lay of the land is flip flops are very much encouraged here by everybody involved almost. So we'll be.
There's not a lot of clothes going on down here.
Not a lot of clothes going on. Lots of swimsuits. We're going to be the swimsuit boys tomorrow.
Yep. I agree.
On the program. I did want to ask you a little bit about the Troy Dannon presser yesterday. Now, I know you said you listened to just the actual
the
Q&A portion of it, but Adam sent in a text and he says it's the quote from Dannon in the thing before it where he talked about wearing 1890 collective gear as much as he does Nebraska gear because recruitment and retention is important. Adam writes, this is the most important piece of the Dannon PC in my opinion. How did that land to you? Because I know that there have been some people that have heard it and say, I like it that he's doing it. Others have said, I don't really like that he did it, but I understand why. And then others who are like, I don't like this, period. No caveats, no qualifications.
Really? Yeah, no, I definitely wouldn't go there. It feels like now the question is like, is Nebraska there yet? It feels like the next step of the evolution, right? Like Trev laid this base kind of like just like us getting tans today or more freckles on our arms, whatever you see fit. But like it does feel like that base was sort of laid and there's some structure and organization that's good and they want to keep in the athletic department. And then, it is eventually about retention and obviously I think he's, hinting at the same thing that Trev was talking about his entire tenure here, which was eventually we're taking this in-house. Like we're gonna have to pay student athletes.
Mentions late in that the line item portion of the press conference, right? Like,
yes.
This is what it's going to be. And he acknowledged, like, you don't have to like this, but this is how it is going to be moving forward.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to hear him say it. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out, how it actually manifests itself over time, because I want to, like, I know you guys talked about this yesterday, and it's definitely like a key separate point in its own deal. Like, what's going to happen with the stadium? What's going to happen with not the stadium swim? We know what's going to happen with that. It's going to be awesome. With the State Memorial Stadium and the South Stadium, feels like it's at the very least on the way back burner at this point.
And I would,
if not completely dead.
That's what I would say
at this point. So maybe they just, they decide, hey, this is a better, thing to pay attention to put our resources into at this point. And I don't disagree with that. I do think something needs to happen with the stadium. Maybe there will be a patchwork thing at some point. But it does feel like that is going to be the primary thing with him. But it's just so hard. Like, he's an athletic director, and you don't really know, and he doesn't have any pressing hires to make. He doesn't have any like contract extensions to give out because they've all been done in the interim.
I was going to say,
So it's like you're not going to really know what he's all about until for a while. I think like it'll take some time to figure out what he's all about as stuff just kind of trickles out from the athletic department.
It's interesting, man, what you just said about, contract negotiations, firings. I went back over the last week, and you look at every athletic director that has been hired since Bill Byrne left to go to Texas A&M. Every guy was brought in essentially to fire the football coach. Now, you could quibble a little bit with that with Steve Peterson, where maybe it didn't feel that way in the moment, but certainly they were reaching a point where something was going to change. But so you go back to him. He was brought in maybe to fire Solich. Certainly, Tom Osborne was brought in to fire Bill Callahan. Sean Eichhorst brought in to fire Bo Pelini. After that, Bill Moose brought in to fire Mike Riley. And even Trev. Trev is another one you could make the argument. I would hear it a little bit like maybe he was brought in to fix Frost and get him on the straight and narrow and get everything back together. But the other option is, but if it doesn't work, then he was going to have to fire him. This is the first time now where the athletic director is being brought in, and that's not on the table. If we're talking about him firing Rule, stuff is going way off the rails in a way that we are not anticipating.
Yeah, so this is the first AD hire, like you said, I mean, since Bill Byrne. I don't even know if you put him into this category, but like that, this is a continuation of the previous athletic director, kind of in a way.
It is.
Where Troy Daniel will have a chance to have many opportunities to put his own stamp on things and shape the athletic department in his vision. But like I said at the very top, that groundwork has sort of already been laid. So there's nothing like, nope, we have to fix this A, B, C, and D. We have to bring back the walk-on program.
Correct.
And do transfers or whatever. No, I don't think any of that is like super pressing at the moment. So I think we'll learn about Troy Danon as a leader just through time and just little kind of things here and there and what happens.
Yeah, it's almost he's got to take them into the next era of college athletics in terms of pay for play. Adam follows up, by the way, and mentions a big reason why that is an important statement to make is because of the relationship that Trev had with 1890, and that this is maybe a part of the mending fences. And there have been, we've talked about it, multiple collectives. Everybody has all these agendas. And so maybe trying to make sure that all of that stuff is fixed, figuring out, I guess, what the stadium project is going to be, if it's going to be anything. I am someone who doesn't believe that it is going to happen anywhere near the level that Trev Alberts wanted it to, if at all.
But there wasn't any like big oversweeping statements of like everyone together and synergy and unity and all at once, partly because number one, I don't think he knows. I don't think he has a good grasp on the landscape. That's not his fault. That's just because he got here and he's new to it.
Yes.
And
he doesn't have the background in it like Trev did when he got
right.
hired. He knew about stuff.
He knew about that stuff, and he was the right guy for that time. And so we'll find out if Troy Danon is the right guy for this time. I thought Trev Alberts was the right guy for this time too.
Yeah.
But maybe there's a way where you could kind of just continue that. Maybe not such a grandiose Trev vision. He was really a dreamer in that way. But maybe just to kind of focus in on what you really want to take care of in this first year or so of his tenure.
John writes in, he might have to hire a volleyball coach at some point.
That's good. I mean, that's not good, but that might end up happening. That's for sure.
Yeah. If you start talking about, if you lay out like the pressing things that Troy Danon could have to deal with, I think that name, image, likeness / pay for play, I would put that at the top of everything, even above whatever the stadium is going to be, just because that is going to be the future of college athletics. You can put the stadium up there, but certainly in terms of the coaches, I would say that John Cook is the one that I would just be keeping an eye on, just because he's been like the best volleyball coach ever.
But, like, what is it with NIL? Like, what specifically do they have to, like,
what does he have to do?
Yeah, other than continue to prepare themselves for when the inevitable switch is flipped.
I think so.
Like, or
and
is
I guess making sure the relationships are good.
That's
right?
it. Is it more of a big picture, like, we need everybody to buy into the idea that this is priority one? Maybe that's the grandiose picture for him.
And he seems to understand it, whether it's, I mentioned that podcast that I listened to last week. He said it again yesterday. I wonder, and this is perhaps a topic for a different day, but I do wonder how the way he communicates will land with this fan base, because my takeaway from listening to him on that podcast last week, and this was one that was recorded 16 days or It came out 16 days ago. It was with the CEO, I believe, of Nordstrom, of all people. I just listened to it, and I was like, there are going to be some Husker fans that don't like him.
Yeah, he's pretty direct.
Yeah, and sure enough, I heard from some of them yesterday, like salesman. I heard salesman a lot yesterday.
Yeah, he's very direct in that way.
Yeah.
He's going to kind of say what's on his mind, which, I mean, that doesn't have to be a bad thing.
I don't think it does either.
It's getting everybody on the same page and convincing people, like, because I don't know, it does feel like it's maybe been a little bit difficult to shift that idea from the Nebraska fan base a little bit. Hey, it's not about, like, if you put it from the perspective of, from the angle of, hey, remember, in the 70s and 80s and 90s when Nebraska had this edge, and it was the weight training and it was the nutrition and all this stuff, and then it was facilities.
Yep.
This is the new edge.
Yes.
Like this is the new edge, and being out in front of it is kind of the new edge. So it's getting everybody to buy in on that idea that, hey, this is, and in this case, where it didn't happen, or it didn't have to happen with weight training and nutrition and facilities, it has to happen from a bit of a crowdsourcing standpoint, like this time around. Like, they are going to need your help.
Yes.
with NIL. And so people have to buy into that in order to actually physically donate their money.
Yeah, absolutely. We are here at the Stadium Swim at Circa in Las Vegas, Circa Resort and Casino. Mentioned the big screen in front of us, 40 feet tall, but 143 feet from corner to corner. We're going to have hoops in here tomorrow. We've been trying to figure out, where are we going to want to watch the basketball, because we have this, but we also have the traditional sports book inside.
Yes.
Which is ridiculous as well.
My wife had a request. She said if they put Bravo on one of the corners, that she would like to come here and she would never leave Vegas.
Oh, interesting.
And so maybe if, we've got the VIP treatment, and I would say, hey, look, you got a customer for life.
Let's get Aaron back over here.
If you put Bravo in one corner, just do one for the ladies.
We could probably get bachelor props up there, right?
You think so?
Something like that. Something going on. I'm just saying, it's another piece of the client engagement here for Circa.
We are looking forward to the next few days here at the Stadium Swim. Also looking forward to our conversation with Steve Sipple. He'll join us in an hour. Also, dumb debates today. So get in your questions. Hashtag dumb debates. But we could talk college basketball or something. I don't know.
Oh, come on.
Do you want to talk college basketball?
Well,
Capper wants to talk college basketball.
Well, I just, I'm down to have great conversations.
We never debated about football versus basketball. You had this big grandiose topic, and of course, I took that day off. I think you did that on purpose.
No.
You're like, I'm going to do this because I'm not going to have to deal with Josh today.
I can only...
And then Trev left, and we had other things to do.
I give you the topics when they hit me, my friend. As it comes into my brain, it comes out of my mouth.
You tweeted it the night before. I have something tomorrow that's going to make Josh mad.
Yeah, I
didn't
know that you were off at that point.
Yeah.
You're just taking days off.
Well, you got to, right?
I guess.
It's a construct. All right, more to come. Josh Peterson, Connor Happer, Nick Grimm, Peter Krenzer back in our Zone studio. It's Unsportsmanlike Conduct here on 1620 The Zone. Hey everyone, Josh Peterson here for the FanDuel Sportsbook, where if you are a new customer, it's time to go to FanDuel.com/1620 today and take advantage of this incredible offer where right now new customers, you can get $200 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. Maybe you like Arizona versus Clemson tomorrow, -7.5. Perhaps you like the defending champs UConn -10.5 versus San Diego State, or maybe you like the Blue Jays to pull off the upset +122 on Friday night. Whatever it is, just go to FanDuel.com/1620 today. Point spreads, money lines, and a whole lot more. You can even pick who is going to win it all. Just go again to FanDuel.com/1620. 21 plus and present in Iowa. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit is required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Live from the Host Coffee Studio, this is 1620 The Zone.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
He thinks bean counting is an iPhone app.
He is the most uninteresting man in the world.
Hi, I'm Bob Berger. Don't just get your taxes done, get them managed. If you're tired of losing sleep over your business and personal taxes, you're ready to make more money, give us a call.
Call Berger, Elliott, and Pritchard CPAs at 402-551-1919 or visit bepcpa.com.
Hi, this is John Bishop. Since the day I got my driver's license, I've had a check next to the organ and tissue donor box. It's a selfless gift because healthy organ donors can save up to 8 lives. And with tissue donation, dozens more can get the gift of sight, and burn victims can get life-changing skin grafts. Anybody can register, and there's no cost to you or your family. Check that organ donor box next time you renew your license or visit goodguysavelives.com. Learn more about organ and tissue donation today and see how you can save 8 lives at goodguysavelives.com.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I need new oil for my truck. Really, I need a new truck.
Mobile One is giving away a 2024 Chevy Colorado ZR2. When you pick up 5 quarts of Mobile One full synthetic with an STP extended life oil filter for $35.99, you're entered for a chance to win.
Whoa.
Other prizes include a year's supply of Mobile One or a $100 gift card.
Never been so excited for an oil change.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
No purchase necessary. Terms at AutoZone.com. Ends 5/27/24.
High schoolers, unleash your creativity and learn about potential careers in broadcasting at the Digital Expressions Media Camp. Have fun, make friends, and get hands-on experience with video and radio production, June 9th through the 14th at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Scholarships are available from the Nebraska Broadcasters Association, and spots are limited. Learn more at digitalexpressionscamp.com. That's digitalexpressionscamp.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ziprecruiter.com/radio. That's ziprecruiter.com/radio. ziprecruiter.com/radio.
Tickets for less. Best seats, best prices, no service fees. Shop ticketsforless.com. KOZN Bellevue, Omaha, Council Bluffs. This is 1620 The Zone.
Welcome back. It's Unsportsmanlike Conduct on 1620 The Zone, the 1620thezone.com, the 1620 The Zone mobile app, and 1620 The Zone TV. Nick Grimm doing everything behind the scenes today. Nick, how's that going for you?
It's going.
All right.
Can the people see what I'm doing right now?
They can.
Yeah,
see.
so Happer,
Not at the table, Carlos.
He's not doing that, thankfully. What's going on here? What happened?
All right, so during the break, everybody's friendly here in Vegas. That's what they always say about Vegas, right?
Yeah,
it's a very friendly place.
Absolutely.
Gentleman came up and said something inappropriate.
He certainly did.
And said, you guys are talking a lot.
Yes,
and
we
so
are.
you look real thirsty and delivered us this frozen daiquiri of some sort. It is good. Josh is not drinking.
I've cut out the booze,
And
which
guess
is a
what?
horrible idea right
It's
before this
perfect.
trip.
There's 2 straws. Me and Nick, like little,
Oh, you should take. Oh, I don't have my phone with me. Very sad. It's charging behind me.
And so we're gonna work on this before it melts.
Wow. Well, thanks to that man for doing
Thanks
that.
to that guy.
Thank you, and his wife.
He was like, "What are you doing?" And we're like, "We're doing some radio in
then
Omaha."
Yeah, and what did he say?
And he goes, "Omaha, home of Warren Buffett, the prophet."
Yeah,
because I believe that's the Oracle.
Oracle of Omaha. But I guess we'll take the prophet of Omaha as well. But yes,
So now we're well known around these parts. This is
we're the Omaha boys.
Yeah, we're the Omaha boys. Apparently, there's going to be several other radio shows surrounding us tomorrow.
Even podcasts.
Even a podcast.
Yeah.
Maybe we could talk. Maybe we could do a crossover with the college basketball guys.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, do you guys want to talk some football? Spring ball's going on right now, boys.
Any takes on Dylon?
Yeah, what's going on? He throws it really pretty.
What are your opening day takes?
Yeah, have you seen this? Have you heard about this? So yeah, thank you to that man, and thank you to anyone who wants to just bring us stuff. We're not going to say no. I mean, if there's alcohol in it, I'm going to say no, but we're not going to say no to.
We will collectively as a table.
Someone wants to bring us like a ribeye. I'll take the ribeye. I
don't want a ribeye right now.
They dropped it off at like 4:05, right after the Grum.
If they
not ribeye weather.
You try eating a ribeye in this.
They should. You know what?
I mean, I wouldn't want to eat a ribeye outside.
They should drop it off, and the internal temperature is like 94, and then it just sits on the table and heats up to 120.
That's some good. Speaking of that, we'll get to sports in a moment. I promise. We had burgers. We talked about this earlier.
Burgers.
So she asked us what the temperature, but she didn't ask us what we wanted. She just says medium well, okay. I didn't really feel like saying no, so I was just like, yeah, that's fine with me. You asked for medium. Young Nick Grimm asked for medium rare
on a burger.
I've never seen this nor heard about
that.
This.
Is a bit wild card, Nick.
Yeah,
it's a bit of a wild card move.
Yeah.
So what
Would
happened
you like to explain
was
yourself?
I panicked. She asked me.
You panicked?
Oh, that doesn't happen.
Because
often.
I heard Happer say medium. I'm like, oh, medium sounds good, and then medium rare just came out.
Yeah, because then she brought. I missed this when he ordered it, but when she brought the food over, she was like, "Oh, no tomatoes, medium rare," and I was like, "Medium rare."
Yeah.
I hope you're okay.
I'm okay for now.
I wonder what the people think about that. Like, we could do a poll question.
Poll question. All right, I'll put it up.
Maybe we could even commandeer the Happer Show Twitter account. I have access to this.
Yeah. What's the question?
Do
Medium
you
rare.
order a burger medium rare?
The answer should be no.
The answer should be no.
I didn't mean to.
Nick, why do you get so nervous?
Make sure you note though, like it's a burger and not a steak.
Right. It's because I overthink, Josh.
Yeah.
I overthink and I shut down.
Have you ever ordered a burger medium rare?
Or do you? Or yeah.
All right. Do you? I'll say do you. Do
But-
you order a burger medium rare?
Shout out to that guy and his wife. And we're just now drinking this this silly little drink.
It's a silly little daiquiri.
It's a silly little daiquiri. You want some more, Nick?
I would love some.
Here, you hold on to it.
Which
for a
one's
while.
mine?
You're on the right there.
Awesome.
Straw.
We are here at the Circa Resort and Casino, having an absolute blast, hanging out at the Stadium Swim as well.
Josh, do you love Do you even like basketball?
I love basketball.
We got to dig into this.
Okay,
a little
let's
bit.
do it. Ask me some questions.
We got to dig into this a little bit. You've kind of made fun of me for my diving headfirst, like into this 3'6" pool.
Don't do that, Happer. It says no diving.
Of basketball.
See, that's how I feel with college basketball. No diving. I don't want to dive into
So
it.
you're going more toe in the water, or like in relation to the pool of college basketball?
Oh, so is this the whole pool?
Where is your body? Is it where we are right now, which is not really, it's several feet away from the pool? Is it in the pool entirely? Is it submerged?
All right, I'm going to see if I can do this because we are here. College basketball for people is pleasure, right? It's something they do as leisure.
Yes.
I watch college basketball for work. I am here for work. This pool is for work.
This pool is for work.
So this is how I approach it. During the commercial, I might go dip my toes in the water, which is what I do with college basketball.
Okay.
I dip my toes in the Nebraska and Creighton waters for work. And then when that's done, I quickly get out and I dry myself off and I open up a nice book. But March Madness
and then you
arrived,
dive headfirst into the book.
Then
Into the
If that water was a book, yeah. I'm
Especially
diving.
if it's a cannibalism book.
I'm
You're like,
diving.
oh, yum.
No, I'm out on the cannibalism, Nick. I think that this is a very apt metaphor for how I approach college basketball on a daily basis.
There is 6 pools of college basketball here.
I'm dry right now.
And you're dry.
I'm dry right now.
I'm trying to get wet.
You're not trying. You are.
I'm drenched.
You're like this. Just moseying your way around.
Can you see these guys?
Yeah.
These shirtless guys in the pool.
They're having a great time. That's you.
That's me.
Hubbard, that is you.
All the time.
Chilling. Look at that. Scratching your ear. This is you. You're just like, this is the life.
Yeah.
So many people right now, the world is their oyster. The pool is their oyster. And that's you with college basketball.
Yeah.
I'm sad that I'm not like you because from the moment the season starts in November until now, like every night there's something to do.
Yeah.
I always feel that way about baseball fans. Every night you go home.
Baseball.
You got something to do if you want.
You don't have to love it every night. You don't have to be in the pool every night. Some nights you stay away from the pool. You don't. That's
you
okay.
Stay away from the pool sometimes.
Occasionally, I'll stay away from the pool.
Interesting.
Do you ever just have the pool in the background?
Sometimes the pool is just around. It's nice to be near the pool.
You did ask a question though, and I've actually interrogated myself on this question because you asked it and nobody else has. Do I like basketball?
Yes.
The answer is yes, I do
Okay.
like basketball.
But you just referred to it as work, like this pool.
Yeah, well, yeah, the pool. We're having a hard job today. Yeah, I don't know what it is about it. I do think that the college basketball product as a whole is worse today than it was when I was a kid.
Now, what about the tournament?
Yeah, see, but how much?
Wow, I've never heard anybody
I
react
know.
that way to the
I said
tournament.
this to a friend last week. I was just like, it's fine. It
Oh,
was just-
my.
I know. Something's wrong with me.
Yeah, that is really weird.
I don't know what's going on.
To me, that's sports at its peak,
Yeah.
right? There's 75 games going on at once. You don't know what's going to happen. There's all these different stories. It's located all around the country. And it's
The
also
games in the East are the latest ones.
right. It's also like a tradition as well.
Yes.
So it combines this like old school way we think about sports, and it's not completely been untouched by the hands of time has the basketball tournament. But generally, you know what to expect on that first Thursday, Friday of the NCAA tournament.
So, okay, 2 things off of that. One, if I'm not really engaging with the product throughout the year, outside of the local teams, I know none of the storylines, right? Like, so I'm going in. I mean, the storylines that I know going into this one are like, obviously Houston's really good. Obviously UConn is really good. I know what's going on locally. Carolina and Duke seem fine. It's like I know, but I don't know like when I was a kid, like the Adam Morrison year, for example. Adam Morrison, JJ Redick, like going into that tournament, I knew a lot about a ton of teams.
Yeah.
A ton of teams. So I think that plays a part in it too. The other thing is, I haven't thought that this tournament's been very good so far. It hasn't been. Have we had any buzzer beaters? No buzzer beaters, if I remember right.
We had one to send it into overtime.
One to send it into overtime. Thank you. That's true.
And we've had a couple near misses.
Yeah, and then obviously the Creighton Oregon game was spectacular.
So are you saying?
I do like basketball.
Are you saying that the emergence of the local teams, most prominently Creighton, has maybe taken away from your general college basketball viewing? Because I think that's how a lot of people look at it. They're like, "Wow, I remember these good old days with North Carolina and Duke,
I see what you mean.
and these like epic basketball teams, and when the North Carolina Duke game was such a big game, and KU and they were involved in all that stuff. Like now that Creighton is almost like borderline a part of that, or if not a part of that, and you have to kind of pay attention to them all the time. Like maybe does it make all the other things kind of drift off into the sun?
And I don't want to be old man yells at cloud about this, because it's not like when I was growing up that college basketball was like it was in the 80s. But I do think that the changeover with teams and rosters from year to year to year. And look, college basketball, again, going back to my youth, college basketball has always had the one and done nature to it. And now a lot of players are, obviously coming out of other countries. And so they don't even play college basketball, or they're going to the G League. And so like, I do like stories that are told over multiple years. To go back to Creighton, I mean, I know them very well. Obviously, part of that is because of the job, but there's a story to be told with this year's Creighton team. There was a story to be told with the Doug McDermott, Ethan Rogge, Grant Gibbs Creighton teams as well. And I think that was very important. Nationally, and maybe this is my ignorance speaking, are there those stories that still exist with the players themselves? Or is it just like, I hate Duke, so I'll still root against Duke, or I hate Coach K, so I'll still root against Coach K? Doesn't seem like it's that way with the players like it was even when I was a kid. And I feel like I was at the back end of that.
Maybe not. I mean, well, most of the lottery picks are not playing college basketball.
100%.
And so that does take away a little bit of it. Not really for me, because I still care about it for like the programs and I don't know, the kind of traditions and the general feel of it all. Like maybe, I mean, obviously we could start here. Like a big part of my argument was I just think that basketball is a better sport than football. I just like basketball more.
Yeah.
I like the feeling of it. I like the tight, packed
like the intimacy of it,
indoor, and that whole thing and the kind of warmth of it. Like I love that. So I don't know, maybe the players has something to do with it, but for me, it doesn't really change my enjoyment of this tournament. That's for sure. Well, would it be more fun if a guy like Zion Williamson was in it? I mean, sure. Sure. But yeah, I mean, maybe we're just in a run right now where like the best player in college basketball is Zach Edey, and nobody thinks really highly of him as a professional.
And you know what? That is a great counter argument to my point of like no one stays together anymore. Meanwhile, one of the reasons that a lot of people are down on Purdue is because we have seen this story with them. Oh, they're the 1 seed, and obviously they've gone farther this year than they did last year. But that's a great counterpoint versus what I was just saying. I do feel, to go back to Old Man Yells at Cloud, one of the things that I find very annoying with college football discussions is like people complain all the time about the transfer portal affecting it negatively, and yet I then use that same argument with hoops. And so it's like, I do think that is very unfair of me. I do think the product, I do think the product itself does affect my enjoyment level. And look, I'm not even going to pretend like I watch a ton of NBA anymore either, though. But and I think a lot of that over the years is, turned into the load management and the lack of just guys sitting out for extended periods of time.
It's interesting too, like just the way that individual sports at the college level sort of get consumed by the public as well. Like I feel like in basketball, since there are so many conferences, and especially that we have our allegiances separated, at least in Omaha, a little bit between Creighton and Nebraska, both of those fan bases can kind of live in their own world. But even in those worlds, they're in the bubble of the Big Ten. Nebraska's in the bubble of the Big Ten, and it becomes its own little family, right? And then Creighton is in its own little bubble, and it's in the Big East. I think that's awesome, and I like having my toe in the water of both of those pools.
It's what I used to love about college football.
In college football, we talk about it nationally, and we talk about it as it pertains to the playoff now.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. That is, I don't know if it's off-putting for me, but I just prefer the other way better. I prefer kind of caring about a specific corner of the sport deeply.
Yeah.
Rather than here's the general overarching conversation about the sport.
See, that's interesting because for me, one of the draws of college football is being able to care about the whole thing, the whole hog, as they call it on Split Zone Duo, that I can, it's not just dipping my toes in some waters. It's like I can take in the entire sport as a whole. But I will agree with you on this. I miss the old college football of regionality where it's like you could turn on a game and be like, that's a Pac-12 game.
Yes.
You turn on a game, oh, that's a Big 12 game. You turn on a game, that's an SEC game. We have lost that. And I think we're going to continue. I mean, Oregon and Washington and USC and UCLA are Big Ten teams now. Like we're going to lose a lot of that type of stuff.
It sucks. And basketball is is another loser in that category too, because they just go along with whatever football does.
100%.
I don't know. We're going to get to the bottom of this, and maybe it's a very simple explanation. Just
like
you think the football is
the best.
Is the best.
I'm very much a kind of normal white guy in America. I love football the most. It's like, oh, cool, another one of those.
What does that make me?
I think you're a bit of a hipster. You're a sports hipster. You remind me of Dirk Chatlin. Dirk Chatlin is a basketball guy too.
Yeah.
Dirk is someone who is like
me and Dirk like the NBA, watching the NBA playoffs at midnight. Me, Dirk, and like Sam are like the only people watching the NBA playoffs in May at like midnight.
Yeah, because I'm asleep. It's past my bedtime.
I'm watching whatever's on there.
Dirk has always been one of those. Why are we talking about football right now? Let's talk about basketball. Right now.
I think there's a balance that is better off if we achieve. You know, I've mentioned this a lot on my show.
It's been good.
I have really appreciated not diving into the specific details of spring football over the last couple weeks here while the basketball teams have emerged, and then of course we've had the Trev thing, but like it's been refreshing, and I think it's healthy for the program too, to be honest with you. Just like
I do too.
Go off and take care of your business for a little while, and we'll talk to you sooner rather than later. Obviously, we're going to spend the whole summer talking about it. But,
For the record, I am with you. I think it's been really nice. It's been not to like pull away because I still think about them and I still read about them. That's the thing. Mitch Sherman's still writing about the football team.
Yeah.
Sam McEwen's still writing about him. Michael Bruns, Brian Christopherson. Like, everyone's still writing about them. But like in terms of us talking about them, it has really gone way down.
Yeah. I mean,
so are we the only people that aren't talking about them a whole
I don't
lot?
know. We are. I mean, it's in Omaha, so like obviously we have the Creighton part, which like if you're in Lincoln,
Yeah, they're not talking
you just
about
don't
them.
care at
They're
all.
just talking about
They're
Nebraska.
just talking about spring football right now, and what's Nebraska doing in the transfer portal
Yeah.
for basketball?
Yeah, that's a topic I would rather not discuss.
That certainly does not interest me.
No, certainly not. By the way, we've gotten a lot of responses. One hoops one before we get to the burger discussion.
Oh, good.
John writes, I can't stand basketball. I haven't watched a game, including the tournament, in well over a decade, and this year will be no different. There's nothing wrong with you. Wow, so he just hates basketball.
Yeah.
See, I like basketball. I called 10 Creighton women's basketball games this year. Had a lovely time. A few of them were like really, really, really great games. Most of them were good. A couple of them were blowouts, but I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But how much is that just because I was there courtside watching a basketball game, and it's like it's a lot more fun to enjoy it from that perspective.
Yeah, it
than on
certainly
TV.
does help. I was thinking about that as it pertained to that Creighton-Oregon game over the weekend. Like, I came away from that needing a cigarette. Like I was emotionally exhausted after the game. And my immediate takeaway, along with, John and Nick's after the game, was too, like, that was maybe the best Creighton basketball game that we've ever witnessed.
Yeah.
Is that how other people took it in? I don't know. I felt that way because I could feel the tenseness coming off of the pores of the people that were standing on the court 6 feet in front of me. I don't know if that was the case for people that were watching.
And that
on
goes
television.
back to what you said earlier about the intimacy, right?
Yeah.
Now, also, I mean, you also had a great vantage point of,
Yeah.
You were sitting at the table and here's the guys in the pool. And that was, there's Baylor Shireman right there in front of us
That's
right
him.
now. I mean, essentially, that's what it was for you.
Yeah. And by the way, you know the people
Yeah.
and you can get familiar with their stories if you want to. And the access is easier. It's just, it just feels like it's less, I don't know, like cumbersome of a sport. And I like it. Football is heavy.
Too cumbersome?
Football is too cumbersome.
It does have the
Full question, is football too
It
cumbersome?
does have every game has like this.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, what's gonna happen?
And maybe that's just my baseball mindset. Like, I don't know. I'll tell people every game, like, I'm telling Nebraska basketball fans throughout the entire season, like, hey, you're good.
Yeah, you're
good
fine.
teams lose games.
That's okay.
That's the way it goes.
But they have a football mindset.
Right.
They definitely do.
And so I just have a different approach to all that stuff. But yeah, it's I love this time of year. I'm very excited to watch the games tomorrow.
Joel says this man wasn't a big enough star for you, and it's what's his bucket from
yeah,
from
Josh
Oakland.
Golke.
Yeah, he wasn't a big enough star for me. I did laugh. That was one of those games that I watched and laughed every time Kentucky.
He
did.
made 10 out of 20 some threes.
That's pretty funny.
He shot 20 some threes by himself.
That's a superstar. Speaking of superstar, Nick Grimm. So we talked about his burger earlier.
Yes.
Now a lot of people are like worried about Nick's.
Oh, my
Yeah.
gut. My gut
But
health.
Colin in White Plains writes, I always get my burger medium rare, and I've seen others do so as well quite often. You are a heathen if you get a burger medium or more cooked.
Oh, I don't know if I'd say heathen.
Heathen.
It's probably responsible.
Oh, sorry, you're a heathen. I was tracking down the.
Yeah. If you get your burger medium or more cooked, you're a heathen.
Oh.
This isn't steak. I could not disagree
Yeah,
with
once
that
again, we're
take
talking
more.
about burgers.
No, you're not supposed to
But
get
this
ground
person-
beef not cooked.
This person says that Colin in White Plains says that they always get their burger medium rare.
Medium rare.
Yeah, that's not how I roll.
Feels like a little over. I don't know.
You good?
Nick? Yeah, that was. Speaking of cumbersome, that's
Yeah.
a bit cumbersome.
Cumbersome.
Yeah.
By the way, Jimmy Allen wanted to know what did we think of the burgers.
Oh, the burgers were good, but you got to once again. I don't want to use the word cumbersome again, but I appreciate a little balance. So I don't think everything needs to be the biggest thing It's too big. It was too
is
big.
very big.
It was too big. It was very good. It was too big. I couldn't get my mouth around it.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Very, very nice.
Take that drop with the
Yeah.
house music behind us.
Peter marked that.
Yeah, it was very tasty. I liked that they had all the sauces at the table for us.
That was good.
I lamented to myself mentally, I should have ordered buffalo sauce. And
Yeah.
then I came back and the table had buffalo sauce and Bang Bang sauce,
Yeah, Bang Bang.
which I actually used more than the buffalo sauce.
That was my first time having Bang Bang.
What is Bang Bang?
I've made it before.
It's just like a Chipotle mayo type of deal.
Song by Ariana Grande.
Bang Bang recipe.
Nice.
All right. So Bang
Bang,
Bang. When I think of Bang Bang sauce, I think of shrimp. So it's mayonnaise, Thai chili sauce, sriracha, and rice vinegar.
Oh, yeah.
It was very good.
It's tight, man. It's very, very good.
Sick.
Yeah.
Very tight.
Rad.
Radical.
Very, very tight. and
We
sick.
are.
The waters are here.
Oh, thank you very.
Thank you.
Look at all
Yeah,
that ice.
We'll take him, Oscar. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Do you want to switch out the other jug?
Yeah.
We are here at Stadium Swim at the Circa Resort and Casino with this massive big screen in front of us. All of the tight money line splits. We can see them from here.
They're so tight.
We have the tennis. We still haven't figured out where this tennis is happening, but it is somewhere not in America, we think.
They seem
that
sweaty.
guy is so sweaty.
They seem sweaty and white.
It says
Longi Solar?
Itau, I think.
It's just a sponsor.
Paris? No, I don't think that's just the
Seaboard?
Olympics. Maybe they're in Paris.
Where
I
is
don't
it hot? Where is it hot in the world right now besides Las Vegas, Nevada?
That's a great point. It's a great point.
Is it still hot in Australia?
Probably. Probably.
In Australia, they play on clay, right?
They do.
I think it might be Miami.
Oh,
Miami.
Samsonite, I was way off.
I guess it is hot in Miami.
That's not absolute. I just looked up the ATP tour and it says they're in the Miami Open currently.
The APT tour
might be the ATP.
Is that what it says on there?
Yeah, good job, Peter. Look
All
at
right.
Peter Krenzer
This
off
is
the top
this is
rope.
why I'm here. I'm here for you guys.
Thank you, Peter, man.
Peter, man.
I appreciate that.
All right, we have Steve Sipple to come in about 25 minutes. I know he would disagree immensely with
He
your
would.
basketball take. You should throw it his way and see what he thinks.
He would. I could convince. I have a good rapport with Sipple. I can convince him of some things.
Okay, well,
I think.
let's see what we can convince him of. He joins us in a little bit. Also, do continue to send in your Dumb Debates questions. We have Happer in for Dumb Debates today, and Nick behind us.
Hello.
And Peter.
Ready to debate in a dumb way.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of debating, and it's going to be dumb, that's for sure. More to come in his Unsportsmanlike Conduct live from Circa Resort and Casino in sunny Las Vegas here on 1620 The Zone.
Nick Grimm here for Circa Sports Iowa. You know, as Josh and Happer and myself lounge in our beautiful cabana at Stadium Swim located within the lovely Circa Resort in Las Vegas, I cannot wait to hit up their sportsbook later. Opening day is tomorrow. The beginning of the end of the basketball tournament starts tomorrow. You might not be here with us in person, but you could still be with us in spirit with the Circa Sports Iowa app. The app is like having all the hospitality of Las Vegas in the palm of your hand anywhere in the state of Iowa. They offer lines for every single game, from fun props to run points and totals, and their tight money line splits that rarely go higher than minus 110. Also, they don't hold as much money on large market bets, and when you're on a nice winning streak, they won't limit your account either. Some other places like to limit you. No, they won't punish you for winning. There's also real people behind the Circa Sports Iowa app. If you ever run into any issues at all, shoot them an email, shoot them a tweet, and they, a real-life person, human being, will get a hold of you and help you get sorted out. What are you waiting for? Check out your new sportsbook today. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-238-7633.
Previously on The Crossover.
I have mostly sports things that I want nothing to do with muted.
Okay.
Major League Baseball, muted. Baseball, muted.
I thought you loved the Mets.
I did. Mahomes, Chiefs, Harbaugh, Wolverines, Michigan, FIFA World Cup,
Goal.
Qatar, World Cup, VAR, USMTNC, World Cup, Wordle. I got lots on here.
Mornings with Sharp and Hanley. The Connor Happer Show. Unsportsmanlike Conduct. 6A to 6P. 1620. The Zone. Your Omaha area forecast from the Godfather's Pizza Weather Center and KETV News Watch 7 on 1620 The Zone.
We'll have some of those clouds clear out through the Wednesday afternoon hours, but still a fairly cool day, a high of around 43 degrees, keeping clear to partly cloudy skies overnight. Another cold morning, 27 to start your day tomorrow, sunshine throughout the day, and then a high, finally spring-like 62 degrees outside. I'm meteorologist Luke Vickery, KETV Newswatch 7.
1620 The Zone's Unsportsmanlike Conduct, brought to you by a great friend of the program, Union Bank and Trust.
There's no need to hunt for the prize eggs. They're waiting for you at the 42 Degrees Easter sale. Hop on in and fill your basket with drastically reduced prices on premium cannabis, CBD, Delta, premium kratom, American glass up to 50% off, and disposables up to 75% off. The Easter sale at 42 Degrees, your destination for top-tier cannabis, second to none product selection, and exceptional service. 42 Degrees, by your mom's house.
At Cox Mobile, we know you're smart. You brush your teeth in the shower to save time, make coffee ice cubes for your cold brew, and wear goggles to cut onions. You also added Cox Mobile. So smart. Now you're running on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability and saving on your Cox internet. It's ingenious, just like you.
Aw, thanks.
Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile. Cox postpaid internet required. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. to H 2023. Other restrictions apply. Learn more at cox.com/mobile.
At Sid Dillon Chevrolet, we want you to have the best car buying experience possible. Shop Nebraska's #1 volume Chevy dealer group or at SidDillonChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
You are what drives us, Sid Dillon.
Hey Omaha dog lovers, get ready for more wags and more fun. Hound HQ, your dog's favorite spot for daycare, boarding, and top-notch grooming is now open. At Hound HQ, there's plenty of space for a pup to sleep, play, and everything in between. Plus, our expert groomers are here to ensure your furry family member always looks fabulous. Join our pack on Facebook and Instagram at The Hound HQ or visit our website, thehoundhq.com, and sign up your dog today. Hound HQ, more wags, more fun.
Live in concert in Omaha. CHI Health Center, Friday, October 25th, with special guests Gojira and Spirit Box. Korn. Get tickets this Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. For more, visit cornofficial.com.
Velocity Clinical Research in Omaha frequently conducts clinical trials for a broad range of investigational treatments. Typical studies involve medications for high cholesterol, diabetes, infectious diseases, acne, and others. Some current studies include low T, COPD, flu, pediatric, infant, and RSV. They also perform vaccine studies for people of all ages, conducting innovative research that has a positive impact online. See current trials at velocityclinicaltrials.com. Compensation for study-related time and travel. Find out more at velocityclinicaltrials.com.
That's Mike saying good morning. It's the best he can do right now. Yeah, not a cloud in the sky. What Mike could use is a fresh start. And Irish Spring Body Wash. The fresh scent of Irish Spring and those sensational Irish Spring suds are just the reset Mike needs. Now he's ready
To go to work.
It's Sunday. Irish Spring. When the spring hits you, you're ready. Pick up Irish Spring at Walmart today.
You're listening to Unsportsmanlike Conduct.
Have you lost your mind?
On 1620, The Zone.
Don't forget to head to 1620thezone.com right now and make your picks for the college basketball playoffs, and you could win a prize. So if you didn't get your picks in for the first and second rounds of the college basketball playoff, it might be hard to win. I mean, that would be quite the comeback.
That is true.
For someone to have.
I was informed that in our local office pool,
yes,
that I did not submit my picks. So I believe I'll be taking last place. Now that's just a rumor.
Interesting.
But I submitted something, but I was hoodwinked, bamboozled.
Did you do it the way that John did, where you did it on your personal email? Did you make the same mistake that John did?
I may have.
Because then John put in a second bracket, and then he was like, I'm top 5.
I did the one for the for our website with the VIP picks.
Yeah,
I did that one. But we're also doing an in-house office.
Oh, yeah, I didn't do that one.
Okay, so we're both in last.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't do that one. I never even logged into it.
Great.
Yeah, I never even logged into that. By the way, speaking of lovely contests, we had that redacted thing.
Censored 1620?
That thing. Yeah. We have some names that we can announce as being correlated with teams in the tournament on the Grum.
Who's got Creighton? Is that not ours?
No, it's on the Grum today.
Okay.
So the teams that we get to announce, so all the other ones have been announced so far today, right? All right.
It's just us.
We have Purdue.
Purdue.
We have Duke. We have my national championship pick, Houston.
Yep.
We have Creighton.
Yes.
And we have Tennessee.
So, by the way, before you announce the names, I want to keep the suspense going a little bit.
Perfect.
if you happen to make our censored 16-20, if you happen to be one of the 16 teams, 16 people that were picked for this competition, you're probably only mad if you got
great
like
question.
NC State.
That's the one team.
Right.
Is that probably? I mean, everybody else is a top 4 seed, except for Gonzaga.
Isn't there is there a 6 in there too? Is there a 5, a 6, and an 11, or am I just remembering wrong?
Maybe
it's just a 5 and an 11.
I think Gonzaga's a 5, NC State's an 11.
You have all the 4 1s, all the 4 2s, right? So that gets you to
there's 2 3s.
2 3s.
It's a lot of numbers.
And so there must be a 6.
San Diego State is a 5.
Okay, so you'd be a
Clemson
little
at
frustrated.
6.
Clemson, that's who it was.
Clemson,
and then
Yeah,
NC
started
State
with a
11.
C, though.
So 2 5s, a 6, and an 11. That's a fourth of the field left still.
Basically, those are the only 4 teams that you would be like, oh, bummer.
Other than that, you got a chance.
Indeed, you do. And so some of the ones that we get to announce today, I mean, look, all of these teams, Purdue, Duke, Houston, Creighton, and Tennessee, I think you're feeling pretty solid about.
Now,
right?
if you got UConn, obviously you're like, oh, I got the best one.
You will never get this.
You will never get this. But may I remind you, it's very hard to win back-to-back national championships.
It is. It has not happened in many, many years.
And it doesn't
Florida.
And it oftentimes doesn't happen in college basketball where the best team wins the national championship.
Correct.
Which is exciting.
Or is it bad, actually?
Or if you like football a lot, then you really hate it.
Because you say, what's the point of the season if the best team doesn't win a championship?
It's the tournament.
It's like the NFL. The Cowboys were the best team. They should have won the Super Bowl, but they didn't. Flawed playoff system. All right, let's get to it. So with Purdue, I'm so pumped for this person because of the way I can say their name. Congrats to Matthew Skaggs behind the Skaggs.
Oh, Boz Skaggs?
Matthew Skaggs.
Lido. Whoa.
Oh, I know that song.
He's for the money.
Oh, I haven't heard
He's
that
for the
song in a
show.
while.
Boz Skaggs.
Congrats.
That's his cousin, right?
Congrats to Matthew. He has Purdue. So he is rooting for
Oh,
Greg
that's
and
good.
Lincoln and the Boilermakers.
Boiler up.
To
They
Duke,
could win a natty.
this is a fun name for Duke. Jeff Suckup or Suka.
I would assume it's Sukup.
Sukup or Suckup. Either way.
Maybe it's Suku in the P silent.
Oh, the P could be silent.
And
well,
that's for who?
Jeff. Oh, Duke.
Duke.
Yeah, congratulations, Jeff.
Gonna need Jared McClain to shoot a lot of threes.
That's a basketball player. For Houston, it's Nate Prelwitz. Don't call me Pretzel Prelwitz. Congrats to Nate. That's awesome. Good luck, Nate.
And Nate's team is
Houston.
Houston.
That's right. We'll save Creighton for last.
Nate, handshake meme, Jim Nance.
Oh, yeah. Give him his tie, Jim.
Yeah.
Man, I'm happy that tradition is dead. You wanna
Now
talk
he
about
just gets to go.
Yeah,
Jim Nance is in the stand wearing a Houston hoodie, but he very clearly had a collar underneath his hoodie.
Why are you so anti-tie?
No, I'm not anti-tie. I'm anti-Jim Nance giving a tie to someone as a. He says, "You get a prize, and it's a tie."
It's just so Jim Nance.
You get a tie. Good call, Nick.
Yeah, nice.
To Tennessee, because we'll save Creighton for last. It is Christopher Nagowski. What a bunch of fun names. Tons of consonants.
Fun name, boys.
Yeah, and some vowels, too, I guess.
Okay, so you're rooting for Tennessee, Chris.
Congrats, Chris. And then finally,
Dalton Connect.
for your Creighton Blue Jays,
Drum roll,
I'll
please.
be watching with Happer. Somewhere here at Circa, will we be outside? Didn't
Probably.
bring very many pants, so hopefully the sun is still warm by that point in time. Will we be inside wearing our hoodies? Well, the
No.
person that'll be rooting for them is Tim Penne. Oh,
Like it's a penne.
He says, "Don't call me spaghetti. I'm Tim Penne."
That's my favorite pasta.
Let's go, Tim.
Nice.
Congratulations,
Tim Linguini.
A little
You
bit of
have the,
Alfredo with the penne.
Oh man, you have the Blue Jays. So
Now,
those
just think, if you're Tim, and maybe your favorite team is Creighton, or maybe there's a scenario for both. So let's say your favorite local college basketball team is Creighton, and Creighton wins the national championship, which is a real thing.
Oh,
It
boy.
is a real possibility that they
Husker
could do
fans
so.
would be so triggered.
They would be incredibly triggered, but Tim would be the happiest person on planet Earth because this team would win a national championship,
And-
something he never thought could happen, and he will win $1,620.
and he didn't have to do anything for it.
And by the way,
He
there
just
are
put in his name. He gave us an email.
there are other prizes if your team makes the Final Four.
Yeah, what are those prizes?
They're all like integers with 1,620.
So it's like $162.
It's like $162.
$16.20.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, that's great. And then $1.62.
I actually think
That
that's
would
it.
be hilarious.
With
Yeah,
the team that scores the lowest points and is the loser of the first two
Final
games,
Four game. Yeah,
that'd be pretty fun.
I would have to check on that again. I think that's legitimately what
I bet
it
it's going to be 2 people get 16-20. But that would be funny if it was just $100 or $1.62. I think that would actually be funnier.
I could find that email.
So congrats to them. Before we go to break, some more comments about medium rare burgers. Do you ever order a burger medium rare? 361 votes so far.
Oh, wow.
29.6% say yes. 54.6% say no, and 15.8% say WTF.
That's fair.
Oh.
Don't eat a medium rare. You're not supposed to eat.
So
allowed to eat
I would
medium
put
rare.
the WTFs in the no category.
100%. So we are at 70% no,
Okay, that's
basically.
good. That's less.
Nathan writes, yep, but depends on the place. Pitmaster Matt.
That's fair.
Trustworthy chef, yes. Otherwise, no way.
That's fair. And we're walking into foreign territory. We have all the trust in the world in our fine chefs around here.
Nick
but
looks great.
Oh, thank you.
Nick, you seem fine right now.
I'm good.
By the way, I have an update on the prizes.
Yeah.
You
so
get a prize.
$1,620 for the national champion, $500.
Well, that's not even an integer of 1620.
That is correct. $500 for the national runner-up, and then $162 each.
Whoa!
For
That's
the-
way better than $1.62.
for the final four.
The
participants.
$1.62 would have been
Green. Jason Green.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out to the listeners.
Oh, good job,
So,
everybody.
you needed to win 2 more games to get there, and you're in the money.
You will get there. You will
You
get
will
there.
get this.
You will get this.
Hockey Dad says, I always want my burgers medium rare. Sam says it's potentially dangerous, but also potentially tasty.
Oh.
There's
and,
always a risk, pros and cons.
Dale, though, with my favorite response, I like my burgers burnt and my steaks with a fighting chance of survival. One of my brothers says, I want to cut into the steak and the cow to moo at me.
That's a classic.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a classic old.
By the way,
old guy
then
line.
Farron hopped into the group text with John Bishop and myself.
Farron?
Classic green text because of John. Now, John's not responding, but Mike was trying to talk trash. You know, all beef can be eaten raw except ground beef, right? And then he said, if you eat a steak anything more than medium rare, I'm not going to read the rest of it, but he compares those types of people to a different group of people. And I said, this is about burgers. This isn't about steaks.
Now,
and then he was like, oh, okay.
Burgers are ground beef.
Burgers are ground beef. You should not eat those again. Don't do what I did.
Okay.
Nick, apparently 30% actually says do what Nick did.
No, don't. That's
Don't you think
horrible.
those people are just like kind of hardos though, and they're like, I like everything
Yeah,
rare. You
yeah.
know, I want to take a bite out of the cow itself.
Yeah, Nick, how do you think the Liver King operates with this
Oh,
type
he
of
definitely
stuff?
eats a
I
cow.
think he injects some steroids and then eats a cow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Boom roasted. Is that
That guy's a weirdo.
Did Nick just do a libel or
Yeah.
did you just do a libel?
Sue Nick.
I think he allegedly
Nice. There we go.
injects some steroids and eats a cow.
Excellent job, Nick, there on the read.
Also, on the YouTube, I'm keeping up with the comments from Dion.
yes.
Oh,
Go baseball emoji.
Go
What?
baseball emoji.
Dion, what happened to you?
That was from 5 minutes ago. By
I
the
think
way.
Dion was not. If I can recall
Dion
Dion's
hates great.
thoughts about the hoop season, Dion not necessarily into the hoop,
He's not of hoop.
not of hoop,
All right.
but is interested in some of the other goings on via Nebraska football, and it appears as if he has drawn his attention now to Nebraska baseball, who
There-
is good. The Creighton baseball, I will inform everybody here, also good.
They are.
49th in the RPI as of yesterday.
Yes.
Nick knows this. We are going to.
I talked about them in wooden bats and rubber hats yesterday.
We're going to have some potentially fun battles coming up this spring.
Wow,
I'm excited.
With your voices of Creighton baseball, Connor Happer, John Bishop, and Nick Hanley.
Anything else there, Nick, in the YouTube comment section?
Joyo says, Tony, or Anthony Bourdain, said always order medium rare. If they refuse, you're eating at a bad place.
Interesting about burgers.
On a burger, though?
Yeah, a burger, again, feels weird. Don't do
I
that.
just
May
want to reiterate,
Anthony
burgers.
Bourdain rest in power.
Yeah,
R.I.P. Anthony
we can play the
Bourdain.
alive or dead game with him.
Kelsey says, I've had salmonella. I eat burgers well done. Steak, I want still mooing. So, again, the
Wait,
burgers.
what was the first line about salmonella?
She says, I've had it.
What is it like?
I don't. It sounds horrible.
Probably not
Is it
fun.
worth the risk?
Well, I don't particularly want it.
Like, I mean, we don't want it, Nick, but have we ever thought about what actually would happen if you got it? Maybe it's not that bad.
Nick, why don't you try it out? Let us know.
Give me a
Nick,
few
this
days
Have you ever
to
thought
find
about
out.
that, Nick?
Nick, one of my
No.
favorite comedies.
We're in
over
Vegas to open up your brain a little bit.
Yeah, one of my favorite comedies, Nick. It's called Review with Forrest McNeil, and he reviews life experiences. This would be a great life experience for you to review for us.
Salmonella.
Then you grade it on a scale of 1 to 5 stars.
I'll just be held up in my room while you guys are down here.
You should get all
salmonella,
we
half
could
a
do
star.
salmonella updates.
get all of the sicknesses that used to like kill people.
Oh, I should be a bug catcher.
Yes.
I love this idea.
Get tuberculosis.
Oh, the old TB.
Yeah.
And 2 more comments. Matt says, my son and I have a raw hamburger chunk whenever we use ground beef, a little tiger meat. And John says a medium rare burger is fine. We used to eat tiger meat at my uncle's bar. It is seasoned raw hamburger, tastes great, and we never got sick. I used to
Is that like the cookie dough type of deal? It's like cookie dough for
but
burgers.
It feels like a little more deadly.
I used to date someone who previously had dated someone who apparently would do this. He would just eat, he would pop in the raw hamburger.
You know what they say?
That's weird.
You've been with somebody who ate raw hamburger. It's like you were dating the person
Raw
who was eating
hamburger kisses?
It's like vinegar kisses.
Hollister shirts and vinegar kisses. We are here at the Stadium Swim, obviously having an amazing experience.
By the way, Josh, can you believe these lifeguards? I'm not going to make a comment about how they look or anything like that, but they are wearing jumpsuits.
Yes, they are.
I bet that's where you thought that was going. No,
They look great.
they're all wearing hoodies. It's very confusing.
Maybe it's to protect from the sun.
Yeah, there is the sun.
But
we're in the desert.
I'm very
the
hot
sun.
right now, and I'm wearing half the amount of clothes they are.
Tomorrow, it's nipple out time.
Yeah, the nips are out.
We go and nip tomorrow?
We are,
Oh, yeah.
whatever we're doing, we'll be at the Circa Resort and Casino in very sunny Las Vegas. Josh Peterson, Connor Happer, Nick Grimm with you here at Stadium Swim. We appreciate you joining us. More to come. Steve Sipple in 15 here on 1620 The Zone.
Big names, big games. We've got them all. 1620 The Zone.
The Zone Hotline is powered by 42 Degrees, The Source, by your mom's house.
What moves you? Whether it's running a race or playing with your grandkids, orthopedic specialists at CHI Health are dedicated to helping you keep life moving. We offer the latest surgical and non-surgical treatments, so you have options for painful shoulders, knees, hips, and every joint in between. Don't let joint pain put life on pause. Count on our team of orthopedic specialists to begin your journey back to what moves you today.
Not too long ago, I heard Jensen Tire and Auto guarantees if you find a tire they carry advertised by a local competitor at a lower price, they'll match it. I'm always looking for a great deal, so I thought I'd see for myself. Try as I might, I couldn't find a better price than at Jensen. So I bought my tires there, and guess what? They had the tires I wanted at the right price, and they had me in and out in no time. Sure, I'll always be on the lookout for a great deal, and if I happen to find one, I'm bringing it to Jensen because I know they'll match it. Plus, I'll get their amazing customer service.
Hi, I'm Matt Jensen, president of Jensen Tire and Auto, inviting you to experience the difference at our locally owned and family-owned company. Check us out at jensentireandauto.com today.
Get ready for warm weather driving with early spring tire deals at Jensen. Save up to $200 on Goodyear, Cooper, General, Continental, Maxxis, and Kelly tires. Check out Jensen's early spring tire deals at jensentireandauto.com today.
Betting on your favorite sporting events just got a whole lot easier. Warhorse Sportsbook is now open in Omaha. Save yourself the drive across the river and put your money where your mouth is at Horseman's Park, 6303 Q Street. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
It's Champions replacement window season, and we're celebrating with buy 2 windows, get 2 free. If your windows are drafty, difficult to operate, or costing you money on your energy bill, it's time to replace them. Champion Windows is here to help. Champion builds our own windows right here in the USA. We make the process easy. We help you choose the best design options for your home. We then build your project in our very own factory. Our install team manages your project every step of the way, and it's all backed by our lifetime guarantee. Turn your house into your dream home with more livable space in a new Champion sunroom, or enhance your curb appeal with new siding, now 30% off. Don't wait, this sale won't last long. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, and 30% off sunrooms and siding. Call 877-GO-CHAMPION or visit championsavenow.com to schedule a free in-home estimate today. All discounts apply to our regular prices. Select styles apply. Minimum purchase required. Cannot be combined with other advertised offers. See store or website for details.
You know what mentality can help you with? Low energy, motivation, weight gain, muscle loss, fatigue, tired all the time, feeling anxious, moody, irritability, impatience, anxiety, and depression? Mentality can help you with their board-certified physicians and their testosterone treatments that can take care of you and get you back in the game. You can regain normal function and restore your ability to perform normally at all levels just by Mentality. Set up an appointment today. Go to lowtusa.com. Get back in the game. Don't sit on the sidelines and let Mentality lead the way.
Maverick baseball and softball are underway, and single-game tickets are on sale now. This Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, the weather is perfect as Maverick baseball takes on 2023 CWS qualifier Oral Roberts at Tal Anderson Field. Omaha softball is on a 15-game win streak and plays Creighton on April 2nd, and Maverick baseball takes on Creighton on April 9th. Don't miss these classic matchups at Maverick Park. Get your tickets now by calling 402-554-MAVS or by going to omavs.com/ticks.
1620 The Zone's Unsportsmanlike Conduct is brought to you by Union Bank and Trust. Now back to the program.
Josh Peterson, Connor Happer, Nick Grimm with you live from Stadium Swim in sunny Las Vegas at the Circa Resort and Casino. Peter Krenzer back in our 1620 The Zone studio. We appreciate you joining us. We will be here until 6 o'clock tonight. Also, tomorrow, both the Connor Happer Show and the Grum will be off an hour early, both tomorrow and Friday. So hard work for us upcoming over the next couple of days.
That's 5 o'clock for you Central Time Zoners.
Yes, indeed.
Imagine being in the Central Time Zone.
Yeah, that'd be ridiculous.
This is making me an evangelist for the Pacific Time Zone. And we haven't even gotten to the live sports that are going on later today.
I'd like to tell you about the Pacific Time Zone.
Yeah.
Our Lord and Savior, the Pacific Time Zone.
It's been a while. The last time I was
Been a
in
while.
the Pacific Time Zone was 2017. It's been
Whoa.
years. Yeah.
This is my first time in the Pacific Time
Oh,
Zone.
Nick,
Whoa.
grade it so far.
Good.
All right.
Yeah.
S.
It sure is. It sure is.
Yeah, I was
good.
out here for the not here in Vegas. I was in Oregon for the Nebraska-Oregon game back in 2017. It's wild, man. College football starts at 9. NFL starts at 10. College basketball, you know those random Big Ten games that start at 5:30? They start at 3:30 out here.
That's awesome.
A little afternoon hoops.
Yeah.
Afternoon delight. That's what we call it.
So the afternoon sports talk hosts on the West Coast, they just have constantly they have games going on
all
during
the
their
time.
show.
Oh,
all
the
time.
Friday news dumps for them are at like 4.
That is a great point, Nick.
Yeah.
That's
That
gotta
actually
be awesome.
changes it quite a bit.
It does.
Yeah, so does that mean that there are Friday news dumps that happen out here, but for us it's at like 8 o'clock Central because they do it out here at about 6?
I guess
What's
so.
the last breaking
But
news
they
that
get
happened at 8 p.m.?
they get the East
Good
Coast
question.
news dumps at
Way
about 3.
early. It's like, thank you for this content for us.
Yeah.
We'll do this for the rest of the day. It's funny. We were lamenting during the commercial break, like, what is going on in the world of sports? And there's just not anything happening. Like, we're a day away, obviously, from the tournament returning. We'll have a ton of games tomorrow. We'll have a ton of games on Friday, and then it really starts whittling down. But it's
Major League Baseball opening day.
Major League Baseball opening day, and there's this weird combination of, like, they keep talking about the Jaguars for some reason on the shows. I don't know why.
Yeah. I got
Did
some.
Doug Peterson say something?
I got an ESPN notification last night that had some words in it that I didn't like.
Oh, what were
Very
those?
bad words.
I skimmed through the words.
Like the words that guy said earlier?
Kind of.
Oh, no.
Kind of.
That's not good.
Yeah, there was some stuff in there that I didn't really care to read into.
220 years in prison for that.
Oh, my gosh. That's a lot of
Yeah.
years in prison.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Doug Peterson, the quote that they showed from him earlier, he wasn't talking about that. He was just like, we got to be good this year.
Yeah. People are going back to the Steelers quarterback. Like, would you like this guy who's kind of bad or this guy who's kind of bad?
Yeah, lots of.
Does it really matter? No, but this is a classic pick a side in a narrative, whichever one you
I
like.
think combined together, they make almost 1/4 of a good quarterback.
Yeah, they're scraping at the bottom of the barrel right now. We're essentially like, obviously, we're pre-NFL draft, like really ramping up. Like, that's probably about 2 weeks away.
Comparing to the like how I feel like people feel about those two guys in particular, Fields and Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm higher on both of them than the general public is. Like, I think you could win games with both of them. If you scroll through Twitter, you're like, this guy's a pile of garbage.
Yeah.
And they're both that way. I don't agree with that sentiment, but obviously I don't think either of them are that good.
Yeah, I think I would rather have. Oh man, I don't know who I would rather have, Russell Wilson or Justin Fields.
That's right.
Because like Russell Wilson is old, Justin Fields I just don't think is good. Like, I mean, I guess you put them in the right system, they could be like. I thought Russell Wilson was fine last year.
Yeah, he was fine.
He was fine last year. I didn't really think Justin.
Now, he was getting paid way too much.
Yes.
So
I think Justin Fields is a good thrower of the football. And I think that's the biggest issue.
He's a
with
good runner of the football.
Very
though.
good runner of the football. If Justin Fields played in Nebraska, people would say, could they move him to running back? What about tight end? Could
They
Justin
would.
Fields play tight end?
That was the Jeff Sims conversation before we just went ahead and kicked him off the planet Earth.
Yeah, whatever happened to Jeff Sims?
He's still lost in the portal.
Speaking of the portal, we have a portal update.
Who's in there?
What?
Patrick McCaffrey from Iowa.
From Iowa.
Jumped into the transfer portal. He's the son of the basketball coach.
He is the son of Fran, and there are some conversations about the future of Fran going on right now.
That'd be funny if he got fired.
Trouble in Fran or guys?
It's
Oh,
closer.
Lord.
It's closer to retirement for him, I think. But that's something.
Yeah, there's sports news.
That's something.
something.
There is McCaffrey that's dating Caitlin Clark. Connor
Wow,
McCaffrey.
it's been a big year for Connors.
Yep.
Has it?
The name Connor showed up a lot in the last
Well, there
year.
was
That's
the one
right. There was all the controversy with the Connors.
Connor Stallions.
The sign stealer guy.
I do remember Connor Stallions. I do remember. By the way, continued conversations about the burger situation. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Justin says, y'all killing me. Great show today. Need to kick John to the, he said T9, the noon hour, which made me laugh, to the noon hour. More Connor Happer in the unsportsmanlike conduct.
Interesting. Are you guys going to vote John off the
So
island?
John's doing a show with Josh Otson, and you and me are together now?
Could you imagine Otson and Bishop?
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, what would happen on that
That'd be
show?
dynamic.
Otson's used to working with older guys.
Yeah.
Does John watch any recent movies that aren't stuff from the 80s and like Porky's?
No. Those aren't recent movies, so the answer is definitely no.
I feel like John's a Porky's guy.
He loves
John loves
Bonk.
Porkies.
Justin, shout out to you. Thank you for the compliment. Sorry, I will be co-hosting with John moving forward. But Happer and I have a 7-hour show tomorrow and a 7-hour show on Friday.
Yeah, so we'll get to test out Josh on the midday show. And
Yeah.
maybe there will be a comment that comes in and says, move empty chair aside. Bring Josh Peterson to the midday.
Move empty chair to the afternoon show. So then Sean will do a solo show with Nick.
Oh, that could be fun. We could talk about NASCAR.
I came back real quick for Sipple. I came back from a week off one time, and a listener emailed me like, I'm happy you're back. When you're gone and John does it solo, he lectures a lot like a teacher. He does.
Well, he's the only person talking.
Yeah, he has no one to push back. Though now Nick is up sports, so
I can
now
push back
now solo John's going to have Nick arguing with him about things.
Like, you're dumb, John.
Speaking of olds, our favorite old Steve Sipple joins us when we return. Also, a lot of texts that we can get to as well, like this one from Jim and O'Neill. It just hit me. Josh is working so hard. Where is John? Just taking days off while John is working 7 hours on-air days.
Interesting.
USC is so lucky to have him. Thank you, Jim and O'Neill.
Interesting, Jim and O'Neill. I'm glad you pointed that out.
Yeah, very, very kind of you, Jim. All right, Steve Sipple joins us when we return. It's Unsportsmanlike Conduct. We are live from Stadium Swim at the Circa Resort.
I
and
need
Casino.
sunscreen.
I need some more water. I'm gonna pour another bottle of water into my bottle of water when we return. It's Unsportsmanlike Conduct on 1620 The Zone.
Live from the Host Coffee Studio, this is 1620 The Zone. 1620 The Zone. Traffic.
From the Pyramid Roofing Time-Saving Traffic Center, no wrecks to slow you down, but a few pockets of delays across the metro. It looks like we're seeing slow going on westbound 370 between 48th and 60th, on L Street for both directions around the JFK. You're south on 204th around Q Street. You could also see a little bit of a delay. And then if you're west on Dodge, the usual slow going between 680 and 108th. I'm Mike Neville. This time-saving traffic is brought to you by IBEW Local 22.
The electrical market requires your company to adjust to an ever-changing field. IBEW Local 22 gives you flexibility with access to journeymen, apprentices, and proven training programs. Call Bob at IBEW Local 22 for details at 402-980-7596.
Email us on the Equitable inbox with whatever is on your mind. The Zone inbox is brought to you by Equitable Bank. We take banking personally. You can hit me up, agree, disagree, tell me your thoughts on life at Hanley at 1620thezone.com. We want to hear from you on the Equitable Bank Zone inbox.
The GOAT is coming to Kansas City. Sporting KC will host Inter Miami and Lionel Messi, the greatest of all time, at the loudest stadium in the world. See Johnny Russell, Alan Polito, and the rest of your hometown team take on Messi, Luis Suarez, and more at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium on Saturday, April 13th. It's the soccer capital of America versus the greatest of all time. Get your tickets while you still can at sportingkc.com.
What goes perfect with the madness of March? The convenience of Cubby's downtown in the Old Market, 13th and Jackson. And if you're gearing up to watch the game, Cubby's has what you need. You'll find a full meat counter with steaks, burgers, chicken, and homemade brats. Hot and fresh deli food, including Chester's Chicken and Godfather's Pizza Express. Pop, water, beer, and a full liquor department. See you at Cubby's Old Market, the very best in convenience. Open 24 hours at 13th and Jackson.
Are you a delivery driver looking for a better job opportunity? Host Coffee is a local family-owned coffee, water, and vending company that has been in business since 1972. We are growing, and we now have openings for delivery drivers and other positions starting at $22 an hour with full benefits. If you're interested, visit hostcoffee.net/careers to connect with us.
Host Coffee is always roasting something good for you.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
How powerful is Cox Fiber? Powerful enough to let your band members in Vegas, Phoenix, and Omaha jam like you're all in the same garage. Introducing Cox Fiber, from the company with America's fastest download speeds. It's internet built for tomorrow, today. Cox, always building better. Analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data. Fixed median download speeds. US Q3 2023. Limited availability in select areas. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions may apply.
Tickets for less. Best seats, best prices, no service fees. Shop ticketsforless.com. KOZN Bellevue, Omaha, Council Bluffs. This is 1620 The Zone.
Sipple the snowflake is one old triggered soul with reading glasses sitting on his nose and takes that really blow. Sipple the snowflake deserves a mouthpiece to the face. He says LeBron's the GOAT and Steph will choke. Then he runs to his safe space. Hey, we gotta be careful here. He tells us when we speak.
Go to the bathroom.
But when 10 games air in a day, he thinks that's too many.
It's already here.
Oh! Sipple the snowflake says words like mature. He's a blogger now and an honor too, and also really old.
And he joins us right now on the 42 Degrees The Source hotline. Steve Sipple, did you know that today you're talking to Josh Peterson and Connor Happer live from Las Vegas, Nevada?
I need to be briefed on this. What is going on?
Well, you know, there's a
We're in a pool, Sipple.
Yeah, we're right next to a pool. It's like 10 feet away from us.
Like a swimming pool?
A swimming pool, indeed.
Swimming pool.
Uh-huh.
Yes, indeed. And we're looking at a 40-foot television.
Oh, my God. What is that? Okay, no, I need to know what. Just pretend like I'm the president. You got to.
This is like Sipple and the Albuquerque truck drivers. We have to just teach them what's going on.
So we did a contest, Sip, where we gave away a trip for a listener and one other person to come to the Circa Resort and Casino and then to hang out at Stadium Swim and have a cabana. And so we got to go too.
Oh, my God.
It's pretty sweet.
God, that is incredible.
What a country, huh?
It is incredible.
That is. I mean, you must be having a ball.
We're having a great time.
You're at the pool? When are you coming home?
Saturday.
God. Are you sober? I mean, are you legitimately sober right now?
Dude, we are pounding water right now.
I've only had 2 sips of a strawberry daiquiri, frozen strawberry daiquiri.
2 strawberry daiquiris?
2 sips of a frozen strawberry daiquiri.
Okay, that's fun. What a man. Okay, I mean, I'm just going to live a little vicariously. You guys even want to talk about anything other than what you're doing? So, so which Circa, hey, I'm familiar with Circa.
Yeah.
Are they treating you right?
Oh, yeah.
We are VIPs, Sipple.
Yeah, we got to go and check in at a special room that had coffee and water for us for free.
Oh, God, really?
It's a pretty amazing life.
Sipple, you know that song in the song they go, I believe it's I Hope You Dance. I hope you never lose your sense of wonder. I hope that you never lose your sense of wonder, Sipple.
I don't think I will at this point. It's pretty late in the game. I do have quite a sense of wonder about what I'm dealing with here. You guys are in Vegas, doing a radio show from nearby a pool for Circa Sports. They're good to the media, those people. That's good. Good job.
They sure are.
Yeah. It's funny, Sip, that you mentioned talking to us because during the break we were wondering aloud to each other, what do we ask Steve Sipple about today? We have lamented that a lot today. Like, what in the world is happening in the world of sports? It seems very quiet, though obviously you're going to disagree with all the Husker stuff that's been going on lately.
I felt like I've been busy, actually. I mean, so, yeah, no, I've been swamped. Are you talking about this? What are we talking about, Josh? Is this some sort of trap you're luring me into?
No, it's not a trap. We're trying to. I mean, there's the Troy Dannon stuff, but I don't know about you. For you, Sipple, like it comes in the shadow of like the Trev leaving story was bigger.
Yeah,
and then it also happens at the same time as the basketball tournament. Nebraska is a big story. I mean, even for just Nebraska fans, but obviously in Omaha too. You have Creighton. It just like every little thing that happened last week kind of diverted attention from what's going on in Nebraska. Obviously, it's still a big deal that they hired an athletic director, and we have to find out about him. But it does feel like its impact has been less punchy in its first week or first few days here.
Yeah, it does. I agree with that. I think it's not only because of what's going on in the immediate. I just think it's what's happened over time. I mean, these coronations have lost the oomph. I mean, they happen a lot. I think there's some fatigue that way. I think that Dannon did walk into that sort of situation, not only with what I call this coronation event, but just I felt it last week. Actually, I mean, last week when the news arrived, I thought it was it was big. But man, we've done this a lot. So yeah, I totally agree with you. I do think yesterday there was a lot of information and a lot of valuable information. It was, it came out in the midst of the event, and I'm glad for that. I'm grateful for that. And that's about where it goes for me. I don't know Troy Dannon. I'm not going to make any judgments one way or the other. He did a good job. He did do a very good job yesterday at the podium. But we've kind of discovered it doesn't all that. It doesn't really mean all that much. That's the one thing I'd add. That's not a bad thing. A little healthy cynicism, and if you feel a little halting before you just go all in on these officials and coaches, that's it's really healthy, actually.
Steve Sipple joining us here on Unsportsmanlike Conduct, live on 1620 The Zone. So, Sip, that preamble then to ask this, what is your read on Dannon early on? Obviously, it's funny, for someone who has done only one now traditional press conference, he's oddly spoken to Nebraska's media quite a bit over the last week, just given the teams in the NCAA tournament. I don't know how many chances you've actually had a opportunity to talk directly to him or in the traditional press setting, but what's your early read on him a week into the job?
Yeah, affable, capable, well-schooled in in the changing climate, NIL and transfer portal and all that. He's energetic, all that. Josh, I mean, he's going to be that way at his opening press conference. I mean, the energy thing means nothing to me. I did mention it, but of course he was energetic. More salient is the fact that he does show a grasp of the climate, we'll call it. He understands, and you know what else? He does understand Nebraska. It's not like he's ever worked here, but he does have friends here. I know some of his friends. He has a legitimate friend, so he has a grasp of this landscape and the Big Ten landscape. He knows how to run a big time university. I like the fact, by the way, that his background has, we'll call it, I guess, diversity, in that he was at Northern Iowa, and then I think that's Cedar Falls, and then he went to New Orleans, Tulane. He's been in a lot of different worlds. Then he went to a whole different world in Seattle. Now he's back closer to a world that he probably feels much more comfortable in, and that's good. So all that is, and this is the thing I'd emphasize. He's not a coach. He's an administrator. His job is to make it easier for the coaches, and that's what he spelled out. So we'll just see. I'll see how he is. I think Nebraska just needs a guy who will be, very strong behind the scenes, but very willing to present himself in public. It doesn't have to be a tricky equation.
There's always, when Nebraska's hired a new athletic director, Josh and I were talking about this earlier, there's always this immediate plight, and it's you have to fire a coach and you have to hire a new coach, and it's usually football in that case. Like you just said, Danon doesn't have that, and so I don't know. We were sort of theorizing that it may be more difficult to figure out who he is and what he's all about, because I can remember those early days with Trev. I remember when he showed up to media days before the 2022 season, or before the 2021 season, when he just got there, and everyone wanted to talk to him because he just wanted to get the initial thoughts on what he thought of Frost. Right? There is none of that right now, because it wouldn't really matter, because we know that Matt Rule's not going anywhere for the time being. So what is Troy Danon's plight right now, and how long do you think it takes before we really come to understand what he's all about?
Well, we're going to understand a little bit, Connor, when we figure out what he's going to do with this stadium renovation project. We'll learn. We'll learn a lot about it there. Why? Why would I say that? Because it's not like, first of all, you'll learn about his willingness to work with others, because it's not like, I kind of presented it this way, and it was probably a little inaccurate. It's not like he's going to come in and just make a unilateral decision on that. There's a lot of people that have been involved in the planning of that. A lot of, donors, a lot of people for 2.5 years. And so he has a meeting tomorrow with the key players. And how's that going to go? What's that going to look like? I'd love to be in that meeting just to see what it's like. You've got a lot of people who've invested a lot of time and energy and money into this, and tomorrow's critical. The new AD is going to hear what it's all about, and probably not. I don't think he'll make a decision on anything tomorrow, but he'll, that'll be his initial foray into this, and how he comes out of that will be interesting. So I think how he handles this renovation topic will be informative. But yeah, he doesn't have to fire anybody. And I think we get a sense. I actually think we do get a sense of what kind of guy he is, just knowing Rule. They're compatible. So that tells you about a little bit about him, I think. I think you'd agree that just what you've seen from Dan and so far, you can see why he would be compatible with Rule. You see examples of people in this world who you immediately say, oh, I don't know if they'll be compatible. I don't know if that'll work. This is a case where I think you look at it and say, yeah, I absolutely can see why they're compatible. So that's informative. But as far as meaningful judgments of him, I'm not even looking to meaningfully judge him.
Right.
So early, and I just hope he's a guy who comes in and does his job and makes good, sound decisions. And the one thing we know is to not take for granted that that's going to happen. So I'm not going to pretend like it's a given. I've done that before in my career. I'm not doing it anymore. We've seen some awful ADs here. I mean, one in particular, and you just never know what you're getting, really. So I'm not judging him one way or the other.
Steve Sipple joining us on Unsportsmanlike Conduct. Sip, looking back to last week in the end of the basketball season, missed opportunity, you think, for the program, or did perhaps those of us who thought Nebraska was going to get by A&M, did we just really underestimate that competition level that they were going to play?
Well, I don't know. I can't speak for everybody, Josh, but I know I didn't size that game up well at all. It's embarrassing to talk about. I think I predicted 67-60 Nebraska. I mean, just didn't read it at all. I didn't, if I had to do it all over again, I would have went back and tried to watch A&M, at least a game, maybe a game in December, a game in January, a game in February, and a game in March, just to see how they're evolving. Because they evolve. They evolve. If you look at their numbers, which we did, you did, I did, they are a terrible shooting team statistically. I think they shot 28.4% from the three-point line for the season. 28.4. They shot 39.9% from the field. Bad shooting team. That's what it suggests. But in the last 5-6 games, they made a lineup change. I can't say the name of the guy. His first name is Manny. Starts with an O. He had the last 16 points, I think, in the first half the other day. Put him in the lineup. That has proven beneficial. But they just heated up. They're different. They're a much different team than they were in January and probably most of February.
Sipple,
in the lineup.
Oh, yeah.
And they've been different. It's been more than him, but a lot of that is that. And I didn't watch him enough to know that they were that much more athletic than Nebraska. I think they took a chance, and it worked with their very aggressive double teams of math. I mean, I was skeptical when they were doing it. I was like, all right, well, Nebraska will figure this out. And I think they did kind of figure it out, but they had a player miss some shots at the rim. And I think A&M did it. I mean, the double team on Mass was gigantic. It was a gigantic decision to take Mass out of the game. And it was risky because he's a good passer out of double teams, but they made it work to a high level. I just misread the game so badly that all I can do is learn from it next time. Try to get a better handle on the opponent.
Yeah, I felt like there was definitely a little bit of a misread on their part. At the same time, I didn't expect them to shoot it the way they did.
No.
I think from Nebraska's standpoint, Sipple, I thought have you considered the idea that maybe the moment got a little big for them? Like they got willingly sped up in that game in a way that we hadn't seen in a while. And maybe that's because of some weaker competition that they mowed down in February. We felt really good about that team going into that game, even with the second half performance against Illinois. But I felt like they got maybe swept up in it a little bit. Like, what is your thought on that?
Yeah, I think A&M set him up. I think that athleticism of A&M did cause discomfort for sure. And that can happen. The A&M was much more athletic than I would have thought. Again, I wish I would have watched him a little closer. Nebraska didn't play teams like that in the Big Ten.
No.
I mean, I'd have to think back a little bit. No, they really. There's not too much of that in the Big Ten. It's a different look A&M presents. Now, again, A&M guys, if you look back at their schedule, that's 4 or 5 games where they were in the regular season scoring 50 points, 55, 56, 59, 51. So that wasn't the team that a lot of people saw during the season. So I keep saying I wish I would have watched them. Well, I don't even know how informative it would have been. They changed. Then they got into March, and the last two games before they played Nebraska, they scored 97 and 90. So like I said, maybe we should have seen it coming. Maybe we should have known how athletic A&M was. But Connor, I don't think it was the moment so much as A&M. I don't think that playing in Memphis in front of a big Nebraska crowd was daunting. I think it was A&M that was daunting, and that all that speed. I mean, when you brought in Wiltshire and Hoiberg, they hadn't seen guys like that, and not very often anyway. So I think it was that. Wiltshire, he's good. I love him. He's a great shooter, but man, he doesn't move laterally well. And against a team like A&M, if you don't move laterally well, you're just going to be in trouble.
Sound like Rick Pitino, Sipple, calling out all his players for not moving laterally. Did you hear that?
I did hear Pitino. I'm a big Pitino fan, so I always speak out what Pitino does. Pitino was there, by the way. He was watching Richard, his son.
Oh, that's right. There you go.
Who now? Did I see right that he might be going to Louisville?
No, Louisville filled their opening with a guy you'd never heard of today.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the news cycle moves fast these days.
Who is that?
I forget the name of him already. I don't even know. I don't have my computer in front of me.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Sip, before we...
We're in Vegas.
Yeah,
Sipple.
exactly. Hey, before we leave, along those lines, so tomorrow, when we're doing the Connor Happer portion of the show,
Pat Kelsey.
Pat Kelsey, thank you very much, Nick. Josh Otson is going to do his top 5 for top 5 Vegas movies. What is your favorite Las Vegas movie, Sipple?
Las Vegas. Leaving Las Vegas is easily my favorite movie. It's Elizabeth Shue, and I think her name is Shue. And the name of the actor always escapes me, but the
Nicolas Cage
storyline is this actor who, again, Francis Ford Coppola's like grandson or relation. Come on, help me out. He was in all the car thief movies. Anyway, he's drinking himself to death, and it's a fascinating. It's not particularly. I mean, it's not family friendly, and it's not a feel story, but it's fascinating. I mean, the plot is he's drinking himself to death in Vegas. And there's a lot of
Josh, did we figure out who it was?
Nicolas Cage is in that movie.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. I couldn't for some reason, Sipple. I was mixing this one up with the Johnny Depp one, which is based off of who is the writer who did Gonzo journalism back in the day?
Fear and Loathing.
Yeah, Fear and Loathing. That's what I was thinking of.
Did you say? I'm sorry, Sip. Did you say Nick Cage is the one in all the car movies?
No, I said he's in all the cars. I like those movies where he's stealing cars. But it's
Gone in
on
60 seconds.
Yeah, those types.
That's called National Treasure. He steals the Declaration of Independence.
Famously not a car.
At any rate,
Gone
that's
in
a
60
fabulous
seconds. I know what
Vegas
you're talking
movie.
about, Sipple.
Another Nick Cage Vegas movie.
Hunter S. Thompson, by the way. That's the guy I was thinking of.
Oh, there you go.
R.I.P.
Another Nick Cage Vegas movie, kind of Vegas movie.
Yeah.
Con Air. They land the jailbird on the Vegas Strip.
I never saw that movie.
Oh, that's a movie. Sipple, I bet you love that movie.
I've seen some of it. I have not watched it in totality, but it does look good. Cage is in that too, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I think Cage is in that movie. Anyway, that's that movie I would highly suggest. It was beautifully done. Beautifully done.
All right.
We'll make note of it.
Well, Sip, thank you for joining us. I'll be on with Connor on his show on Friday, so we'll talk to you in 2 more days.
Oh, my God.
We'll still be here.
Yeah, we'll be doing 7 hours of radio each of the next 2 days, live from sunny Las Vegas.
I got to hear some. Yeah, let me know.
Go ahead.
So I want to hear some stories from Vegas, all right?
We got him.
We'll bring him to you.
Bye, Sipple.
Thank you, Sip.
All right, see you later.
All right, that is Steve Sipple of HuskerOnline.com, a part of the On3 network. He was pumped for us.
He was. That was a real, genuine reaction.
He was very, very excited
Yes.
for us. Yeah.
That was a real, genuine reaction. I love that. It's Sipple and I think, have had a father-son relationship for a long time.
Many years, yeah.
It's nice to hear Dad proud of me.
Yeah,
It really is.
He should be. He
Daddy
should be.
Sipple.
It's fun knowing Sipple when you're like in college, and then as you continue to move throughout your career. Like I interned, and that's how I met Sipple. I was an intern, and he was, no offense to any other fill-ins, he was the nicest of all the fill-ins back in the summer of 2011.
That is the calling card of Stephen M. Sipple.
Sipple was super nice to me when I was part-time. I'll never forget my first core memory of Sipple, which was talking about Josh's divorce.
Thank
on
you,
the radio.
Sipple.
There you
Yeah,
go.
he told the world.
If there's a new guy who walks in the media room and whatever for the first time, Sipple will want to hear the story.
Oh, that's awesome.
Who are you? What's going on with your life? Like,
What a great guy.
What are you interested in? That's why he's the Godfather.
By the way, Michael Severe says Nebraska fans were really drinking the Kool-Aid for the basketball program, which had to be a first.
I agree that there was a misread. I don't think it was.
We also didn't expect them to make a billion
yes,
threes.
I agree that there was a misread. I don't know if it was as severe, hilariously, coincidentally, severe,
Michael,
as Sipple explained it to be. Like, I think Nebraska is partially responsible for what happened to them on Friday. I don't think it was all Texas A&M is overwhelming.
You talked about getting
with
sped
everything.
up.
Like,
it got to a point where it was almost like they were shooting every shot to try to make up for the 10-point deficit, the 12-point deficit.
Like,
is this shot worth 10 points?
Yeah,
no.
there's no 15-point shot out there. You got to do something to slow it down. They just got really, really sped up, and I don't know if that was the moment, but I was kind of, that's why I asked Sipple. Like, I'm not exactly sure what happened, but they clearly got swept up in that part of the game. And then when you add in the lack of athleticism that they just, Sipple's right about that. They just didn't have that, especially when you compare them to Texas A&M. That's a lethal combination. But I'll remind you that Nebraska was, doing some hot shooting themselves, and they were up 20-13 in that game.
Correct.
So, my thing would have been, midway through that first half, they're making everything like, let's slow down, let's take a deep breath here, and let's figure some things out. And I just think Nebraska just like willingly dove further into the pool of Texas A&M.
Great reference. By the way, High Point could use a 15-point shot now.
This is one of the worst basketball games I have ever seen.
See, I told you. College basketball, bad sport. I told you.
I have a lot of respect for Al Huss and what he's done at High Point this year. It's a shame that High Point didn't get an automatic bid to the NIT because they won their conference this year. It's a shame.
And now they're down 11-3.
And they're in the RO college basketball. This is the CBI.
It's the CBI.
This is
terrible.
The CBI final.
Yeah, it's
and they're down 11-3 to Seattle a whole 7 minutes into the game.
I don't like that their name is High Point because that reminds me of a swimming pool I used to go to in North Omaha as a youngster.
Oh.
High Point Swimming Pool. It was on North 39th Street.
Do you know where High Point is located as a university?
East Coast.
Nick, what do you think? High Point, where are they at?
Seems like a North Carolina kind of thing.
You got it, North Carolina.
Oh.
Nick Grimm of sports.
He knows ball these days.
He does know ball.
Speaking of Nick, a text coming into the text line, 402-951-1620. Did Nick scare everyone away? The pool looks empty on the stream. They're to the left and to the right of us right now here at the Cabanas. God, that water looks amazing.
Did anybody have a comment on anything that happened?
Well, yeah, Nick, any comments on the stream?
No.
Okay,
no comments.
Interesting.
I was wondering as well.
Just pay close attention to the stream.
People were really caught up on Sip's Con Air and Nick Cage conversation.
Yeah, Sip was just arguing with himself.
I can't believe that he's never seen Con Air.
Yeah.
That's shocking.
Headley says Con Air, isn't that a brand of hairdryer?
Is it?
It is. It is.
Okay.
It is.
I'm not of hair dryers.
I am not either, but I know that.
I do have hair though.
I do love Con Air. Now, I don't know if you can technically call it a Vegas movie. There's only about one scene that takes place in Vegas.
Con Air?
Yes. But I would like to have it included in any of the conversations we have because I just like talking about the movie a lot.
Josh Hudson,
Cyrus the Virus.
Josh Hudson has put out his honorable mention list for his top 5 Vegas movies. Honorable mentions: Swingers,
Whoa!
Oh,
Didn't make the 5?
Mars Attacks.
I've never seen that.
Over the Top. Something called Leprechaun 3.
Is Over the Top a Vegas movie?
Mars
Just
Attacks
because they do the arm wrestling competition in Vegas and he has to drive the truck there?
Diamonds Are Forever. Leaving Las Vegas. Sipple's favorite
That's
movie.
Sipple's.
And Showgirls.
I didn't realize Mars Attacks was a Vegas movie. Does it just take place in Vegas?
Famously not in this list, Dodgeball, which happens in Las Vegas.
I was just about to say, do we count Dodgeball?
I hope. I mean,
That's
look,
a Vegas movie.
I think it's a Vegas movie.
It's a Vegas movie as much as Con Air is.
There
That's,
you go.
that's for sure.
Or Mars Attacks.
So stay tuned for tomorrow's edition of the Connor Happer Show when A will get his top 5 and B will be wearing swimsuits.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm actually more excited about the swimsuits than I am about the top 5.
Are we going full
too.
nips out tomorrow?
Yeah, there's going to be some nipples
Hello.
on Zone TV.
Oh, so you're going to be
We'll call it the odd boobs.
Nice.
Instead of the odd news.
You're going to be swimsuit and then Bobby Witt jersey?
Yeah, no shirt underneath.
Nice.
So I'm going to have a weird sunburn.
David says, thoughts on Swingers. I like Swingers. I need to rewatch
Swingers
Swingers.
is a great
The movie or the concept, like the type of people?
The movie.
Good
Okay.
question, Nick. But
Your
the
money,
movie.
baby.
You know, I when I watched it, I was younger. I feel like, this is going to be a theme of our conversation with The Hangover. The Hangover landed in a much different way for
It
me
did.
as someone in my mid-30s versus when I saw it. It's a 20-year-old.
And I'd probably seen it 2 or 3 times, I saw it probably 100 times when it came out. But
Yeah.
then
In the years since.
Yeah, since 2013, I've probably seen it 2 or 3 times. And this time it did hit differently for me.
Agreed.
I thought different people and different things were funny this
Me
time.
too. I can't wait to talk about it. Also, I've never seen Swingers. I don't know anything about it. I
Wow.
don't know what Swingers is.
Vegas, baby.
Vegas,
Vegas!
babe. That's where that phrase was originated.
I've heard that drop.
There is the most uncomfortable phone call of all time in Swingers. Because it's not a
Oh.
phone call.
Oh, it's a voicemail.
It's a voicemail.
It's a
Oh,
yeah.
boy. That's tough.
On the answering machine. Remember answering machines?
Nick, do you remember answering machines?
Yes, that was
Wow.
at the tail end of me.
Of me?
Of me.
Of me transitioning to an adult.
Oh,
okay.
The Zoomers are in a weird place. We had all this technology you had, but then we had our technology.
It's amazing on Seinfeld. They
great show.
Every episode prominently featured an answering machine.
It does, yes.
It's very important that the answering machine was there.
Yep.
It was either George's answering machine, believe it or not, George isn't at home. And then there's,
funny. Great stuff.
various times where they're not able to get to the phone in time. They leave a message. You could hear it. Remember those days where you could hear it out loud? It would play over a speaker.
I know you're listening right now.
That'd be like
I know you're at home right now.
That'd be like your Alexa just saying all of your public stuff out loud.
Do you think is Seinfeld one of those shows that would have benefited from everybody having a cell phone?
No, it would get worse.
I mean, yeah, that show would be canceled if
Oh.
it had a cell phone.
A lot of
The show wouldn't work.
Yeah, a lot of the great episodes, like the parking garage, your phone would just remember where you parked.
Yeah.
The Chinese restaurant, you wouldn't have to deal with it.
Reservations for cars
Yeah,
and things of that nature.
It'd be but instead, thankfully, it was made in the
So,
90s.
Seinfeld is so unfunny that it doesn't
No, you
hold
settle
up.
down, Nick. When we return, a start of a news segment on the show, Nick watches a famous sports clip and gives us his reaction.
I can't wait till this one.
Yeah,
I've got it queued up.
It's going to be brand new. We'll unveil it next. I actually think that this would be a great new bit to just do all the time.
Summer.
But I don't know how it came up because, we'll explain it.
There's a
when we return.
news item today.
There was
that
a news
involves this
item
person.
that it's not a problematic news item,
No,
thankfully.
no,
We're not
no.
talking Jacksonville. We're not saying
Ooh.
hey, watch Mark Brunell throw a touchdown pass. That wouldn't be fun for anybody. We are here at the Stadium Swim in Las Vegas at the Circa Resort and Casino, having an absolute blast. This place is starting to fill up. I was wondering what it would be like as we get closer and closer to the evening. And tomorrow at this time, we'll be an hour and a half away from basketball.
Do we get access to the cabana all evening?
Great
long?
question. Great question.
I would like to
Happer.
just kind of post up here and
Great question.
chill out. Yeah.
Great question.
I don't know.
We'll
have to
ask,
talk to our guy.
We'll have to indeed ask our dear friend Aaron. Nick watches a very famous sports clip when we return. Also, dumb debates. Get your dumb debates questions in, and we will dive into those in about 25 minutes. It is Unsportsmanlike Conduct live from Circa Resort and Casino here on 1620 The Zone.
The Connor Happer Show.
Basketball is better than football. It's time to finally admit it to ourselves. The state has brainwashed you for years and years and years. Football this, football this. We have to talk about all these football topics. Who's going to be the fourth string running back this year? I'll never know. Does it matter? No. It doesn't. You ever notice how we're so happy right now and we haven't talked about football in weeks, Josh? Weeks.
The Connor Happer Show, weekdays from 10 to 2 on 1620 The Zone. Your Omaha area forecast from the Godfather's Pizza Weather Center and KETV News Watch 7 on 1620 The Zone.
Mostly sunny and cool into the evening with the temperatures in the upper 30s to near 40. We'll be mostly clear and chilly again tonight, dropping back into the upper 20s for low. Mostly sunny Thursday, high in the low to mid 60s. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bill Ranby from KETV News Watch 7.
1620 The Zone's Unsportsmanlike Conduct, brought to you by a great friend of the program, Union Bank and Trust.
1620 The Zone. Traffic.
From the Pyramid Roofing Time-Saving Traffic Center. Currently, no wrecks to avoid across the metro. We are seeing delays, though, if you're west on I-80 between 42nd and 60th. Same goes if you're east on I-80 between 84th and 60th. If you're west on Dodge, stop-and-go traffic from 680 to 120th. We're seeing some slow movement on eastbound West Center Road at 180th, and the same goes if you're south on 204th around Q Street. I'm Mike Neville. This time-saving traffic is brought to you by Lanahan Nurseries.
Spring has arrived and Lanahan has everything you need to revitalize your landscape. Color perennials, shrubs, flowers, and fresh dug trees, all grown right here in Nebraska. Lanahan Nurseries, your homegrown headquarters since 1974.
Hey, it's Happer for the FanDuel Sportsbook, and we are post-first weekend, which probably means your bracket is busted. But no need to fear. FanDuel is here for you. You can bet on every game of the tournament. So whether you're betting on UConn to win the national championship or someone more local to win the national championship, you can do that. Or each individual game, point spreads, money lines, and so much more available for you on the FanDuel Sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $200 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So take a look at our games for this weekend. Plenty of options for you. Great matchups all across the board. You win your first $5 bet, and that's $200 in bonus bets for the rest of the tourney for you. All you have to do is head to FanDuel.com/Happer and bet on college hoops until they cut down the nets. FanDuel.com/Happer. 21 and over, present in Iowa. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
At Cox Mobile, we know you're smart. You brush your teeth in the shower to save time, make coffee ice cubes for your cold brew, and wear goggles to cut onions. You also added Cox Mobile. So smart. Now you're running on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability and saving on your Cox internet. It's ingenious, just like you.
Aw, thanks.
Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile. Cox postpaid internet required. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. to H 2023. Other restrictions apply. Learn more at cox.com/mobile.
You know what mentality can help you with? Low energy, motivation, weight gain, muscle loss, fatigue, tired all the time, feeling anxious, moody, irritability, impatience, anxiety, and depression. Mentality can help you with their board-certified physicians and their testosterone treatments that can take care of you and get you back in the game. You can regain normal function and restore your ability to perform normally at all levels just by mentality. Set up an appointment today. Go to lowtusa.com. Get back in the game. Don't sit on the sidelines and let mentality lead the way.
Korn, live in concert in Omaha. CHI Health Center, Friday, October 25th, with special guests Gojira and Spirit Box. Korn. Get tickets this Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. For more, visit cornofficial.com.
A DJ spinning songs, cheeseburgers, raffles, and more. Just a random Saturday? Nope. It's the Spring Open House at Les Hills Harley-Davidson. Come in, join the fun, and swing your leg over a genuine Harley-Davidson. I-29 at the Glenwood exit and at leshillshd.com.
What moves you? Whether it's running a race or playing with your grandkids, orthopedic specialists at CHI Health are dedicated to helping you keep life moving. We offer the latest surgical and non-surgical treatments, so you have options for painful shoulders, knees, hips, and every joint in between. Don't let joint pain put life on pause. Count on our team of orthopedic specialists to begin your journey back to what moves you today.
The Zone Hotline is powered by 42 Degrees. The Source. By your mom's house.
Roofing, siding, and gutters. Make the right call with the rooferees at John Higgins Weather Guard.
You're listening to Unsportsmanlike Conduct
My game's butter, your toast.
on 1620 The Zone.
Josh Peterson, Connor Happer with you live from Stadium Swim at the Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. We'll be here today. We'll be here tomorrow. We will be here Friday. We appreciate the folks at Circa for having us out, treating us tremendously.
Josh, okay, couple things.
Yeah, before Nick watches some highlights.
I went and talked to one of the lifeguards.
Oh.
And I said,
this.
what's the deal here? You guys in some sort
You
of...
asked about the outfit.
Yeah, I said, are you in some sort of cult? Like, what's
Whoa,
the deal? Yeah, I came in pretty hot. No, it's a very simple explanation. You know, there was a little chilly earlier.
Also, we are in a desert.
It is only 2:30
It is.
in the afternoon,
It
so
feels like
we're
4:30.
kind of fresh off of the morning.
We
here.
have been up for many hours so far today.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
what time you two woke up. I was a 4:55 boy this morning.
I woke up
5.
at 4 just because I woke up and I couldn't go
That
back to
makes
sleep.
sense.
How about Nick? Nick was the first one to get through security. When we all arrived, I sent a text. I said, "Hey, just got through security. I'll be in a second." Nick was like, "I'm at the bar," and I said, "Whoa, one beer a Wednesday morning."
Hell yeah!
Nick was just enjoying.
I woke up at 5.
Smart water.
I packed last night. You'll be
Wow.
happy to know. I packed
People
last
were
night.
wondering about this.
And but I did stay up pretty late. I don't think I went to sleep probably till like 1:30 or something like that.
Whoa!
Yeah.
You are a wild
I'm up
man.
for pure vibes right now, man.
I didn't get
You're
to bed
gonna crash.
until midnight, and I was pissed about it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm way different. I went to bed at 10. I was a sleepy boy.
Yeah. I was at work for a while, then I had to do some last minute shopping afterwards.
Hey, I was editing a podcast when I got home.
I had
so
to get
had
back
stuff
to
do.
Pod Boys.
Yeah.
Second thing, Josh.
Yeah.
Why don't we take a look at our odds board up there? And why don't you look closely at our local basketball team?
What is going on?
Now, what do you see?
A tight money line split.
I love tight money line split.
But also
Circa Sports Iowa.
I see Tennessee -3
A-
versus the Creighton Blue Jays.
a less tight spread split.
What happened there?
It was 2.5.
And
It's-
some other places have it at 1.5 or had it. I haven't looked today. They have
Hmm.
had it at 1.5.
There is some money coming in on Dalton Connect in the White Boy Showdown of the year.
Have you seen this, Nick?
Is that what they're
Dalton-
calling
You're
it?
allowed to talk about
White
race in
people.
basketball. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's
Okay.
one of the few
It's not like
spots in
that-
America that's
Nick, you
still
could talk
allowed.
about white people.
It's not like that weird football conversation that happened.
Which one was that?
Where the cornerback thing?
Oh, with Cooper DeJean?
Yeah.
That's a great topic.
That is a great
But
topic.
Bomani, friend of the Connor Happer show, Bomani
Yes.
Jones and Dominique Foxworth, they talk about it all the time because Dominique says normally they see a white defensive back, they move him to safety.
Yep.
But Cooper DeJean, he might stay there. Jason Sehorn, he played cornerback, I think. back
It would
in the day
be
for
it
the
would be
Giants.
just those two guys on the white football team
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
corner, and
So, yeah.
those are the only, not much depth there, but those are your guys. So yeah,
John Walker. Shout out to John Walker for the tweet of the year.
That was
the
a
other
good
day.
one.
What was it?
it was
exciting whites.
exciting
It
whites.
was wine. And he was like, it's a preview of Creighton versus Tennessee. Exciting whites.
Dalton Connect.
I didn't
versus
realize
Baylor Shire.
people at the World Herald were allowed to make types jokes like that. Like they're evolving as a newspaper. Shout out to the World Herald.
Way to go, World Herald.
Let's reset. We'll come back. Then we'll get to Nick.
Okay.
Nick
Oh,
watching highlights.
okay.
We'll do that because then
That was a segment.
we can get on clock. We can get in a good spot for dumb debates.
Okay,
We
good.
don't want to give short shrift to dumb debates, and we don't want to give short shrift to Nick watches famous sports.
I
plays.
just want to have a normal dumb debates for once.
Oh yeah, because news keeps breaking during dumb
There,
debates.
hey, you never
Ah,
know.
crap! It's Wednesday.
It is Wednesday.
Ah,
Yeah, the last 2 Wednesdays, I have been on a run while Nebraska's done something with an athletic director. Today, I'm running after the show. So
yesterday or last week,
Fred
on-
Hoiberg will probably leave.
last week on Wednesday, I was in
Goes
the
to
sky
Iowa.
when Nebraska did something.
Oh yeah,
with
I
the
was like,
athletic
I
director.
was thinking about you. I was like, oh, Happer's gonna land and learn
Didn't
some
care.
news. Yeah, you were like, I'm a basketball.
Yeah.
Fred Hoiberg goes to Iowa.
Whoa! Do you think that'll be the news, Nick?
What if?
You're calling your shot?
What if?
By the way, before we go to break, Jack John writes,
Jack John, is he still Jack John Bracketology?
Yeah, I'm on the same page as Steve Sipple. I had no idea A&M was going to be able to get that kind of penetration. They were able to get the kind of penetration they were able to get. The threes were one thing, but if they could have stopped them in the paint, it would have been different. Remember, Nebraska came out hot.
I knew Nebraska would. I mean, you're always going to struggle. Like Nebraska's defensive scheme is set up to struggle against teams that are either A, super precise in what they do, or B, like Texas A&M in terms of their athleticism, and they can get to the rim at ease, like you saw, because it's all built off of like their defensive scheme is just like, we're going to junk it up. It's basically like a dude who, Nick, you might relate to this. It's like a dude who comes in after your guy who's throwing 99, and he's just like throwing only 76-mile-an-hour curveballs.
I do
and he's throwing from like the sidearm.
So wait,
and
is
stuff.
Stibbs throwing 99 and Nick came in and threw 76 curve? Is that what you were
It
saying?
can be effective,
Wow.
Nick. It can be effective.
Nick, I've had more and more people say that you are their favorite producer ever of the show.
There you go.
Thank you. Yeah.
So Nebraska's defense was effective at a lot of points this year, but it's predicated off of like real big time effort and emotion, and they don't have the personnel to do some of the things. So like, I don't know. It's a lot of everything that happened in that game, I think.
Speaking of being effective, Seattle U is up 27-10 on high points.
Al Huss, come on.
They're only shooting 20%. Oh, it's worse now. They just missed.
And then
he got fouled. They'll go to the free
Where is the CBI final?
It
What
looks like,
gym is this?
It looks like
It looks like a dark high school.
It looks like one of the scenes that they filmed Hustle in. Like, that's like where they do the workouts for the players.
Who is this man who plays for Seattle? Is this my brother?
I don't know who this man is. Williamson. Nick,
He has a ginger perm.
We need a little research on this guy. Cody says, man, look at Happer and Josh's faces. I've never seen them look so happy on YouTube. No wonder Nick has to sit in the back.
Well, I think there's a couple things going on. First of all, obviously, I mean, you could see
Kobe Williamson.
Kobe.
There you go. Kobe. We're having a great time because of the setting that we're in.
Yeah.
Josh and I have been dying to do a show with each other for a long
years.
time.
We only get to do the College World Series shows for like 5 minutes.
We only had one this year.
He's got a perm mullet.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to be out. We're happy to be next to each other.
We're just real happy to be here.
Yeah.
He's a major in biochemistry.
We'll let you know how we feel on Friday.
Yeah, when we donate our skin. All right. When we return.
You're not going to want my skin on Friday.
I don't think anyone's going to want anyone's skin on Friday. When we return, Nick watches a very famous play and reacts to it. It's like,
I love this game.
Remember in 2007, there was this very famous internet video, and people would post their reactions of watching it onto Facebook.
Oh, God. Are you talking about?
No.
This is going to be 2 players, 1 helmet. And it is coming up next. We are live here at the Stadium Swim at the Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. Man, what a place to be, and we are so happy to be here with you. The program rolls on next on 1620 The Zone.
Do you know with one simple check, you can save up to 8 lives? Yes, it is possible. Organ and tissue donation made possible from goodguysavelives.com. You know, anytime you renew your driver's license, your hunting license, or fishing license, you can make that little check next to the organ and tissue donor box, and you can save up to 8 lives. Plus, your tissues can be used to help with folks who are recovering from sports injuries or need skin grafts because of reconstructive surgery due to breast cancer, or burn victims who need skin grafts or bone grafts. So much can be given by one selfless act. If you would like to find out more about how you can save up to 8 lives, then visit goodguysavelives.com. Anyone can register to donate. It does not matter your age or current health status. So do the selfless act today. Visit goodguysavelives.com. Find out about the generous gift of organ and tissue donation. goodguysavelives.com.
For the Jays, the Huskers, and even you Jayskers, we are 1620 The Zone.
Looking for a sweet treat that will transport you back into time? Look no further than Ted and Wally's. With 2 convenient locations in Benson and the Old Market, it's the perfect place to satisfy your cravings. Whether you're downtown or in Benson, make sure to stop in. And if you're catching a basketball game, why not indulge in a delicious dessert afterwards? With over 3,000 flavors to choose from, there's something for everyone. Don't forget to check out our social media for daily flavors. Ted and Wally's, serving up nostalgia at its finest for over 35 years. Visit tedandwallys.com for more information.
His voice is often mistaken for a dial tone. He is the most uninteresting man in the world.
Hi, I'm Bob Berger. I'm still the most uninteresting man in the world. But if you're tired of losing sleep over business and personal taxes, payroll and employee benefits, financial statements and QuickBooks, call me.
Call Berger, Elliott, and Pritchard CPAs at 402-551-1919 or visit bepcpa.com.
College basketball's biggest tournament is coming, and it's time to start betting like a pro with the world's largest sports book right at your fingertips. Circa Sports Iowa. It's sports betting the way it should be. High betting limits, tight money line splits, exceptional customer service, and more. Fund and bet like a pro anywhere, anytime. It's never been easier. Download your new bookie before all of the March action at circasports.com. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-238-7633.
Welcome to this episode of RV Ready, brought to you by Leach Camper Sales in Council Bluffs. Looks like the open road is calling.
Call me Rudy. Time's a-wasting, people. Mountains, lakes, rivers, campsites, all of it is waiting for you.
I'm hearing you.
Leach Camper Sales has the RV for you, and I am calling you out here.
Sounds like people should head to leachcamper.com and check out the inventory, or just stop by Leach Camper Sales in Council Bluffs.
And don't forget,
the coffee's always on.
Of course it is.
It's the most time-honored tradition to start the weekend, grabbing a cold one from a local Nebraska brewery. Let's be real here. It's cold outside, and you don't want to drink the same boring beer as those Hawkeye fans. Drink Nebraska-brewed beer, cider, or seltzers instead. Each week, we're putting the spotlight on a unique Nebraska brewery with One Beer Friday. Share your brew on social media with the hashtag One Beer Friday, and you'll be entered to win a $25 gift card to a local Nebraska brewery. Nebraska is the good life with great beer. Click nebraska.beer to learn more.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
1620 The Zone at 1620thezone.com. 1620 The Zone's unsportsmanlike conduct is brought to you by Union Bank and Trust. Now back to the program.
Welcome back. It's Unsportsmanlike Conduct on this Wednesday. We are at Stadium Swim at the Circa Resort and Casino. Happer just got triggered.
They were showing great moments in CBI history, and guess what came up again?
The Oregon game.
We've never talked about this for 15 years.
And now we talk
and
about
now
it.
It's a daily occurrence.
Yeah.
We must talk about the 2011 CBI finals
Amazing.
between Creighton and Oregon.
Amazing.
I'm okay. Creighton got revenge.
By the way, Nick is about to watch a play for the first time. CJ Wilcher, though, has entered into the transfer portal.
CJ.
Yeah, so he's into the portal.
CJ will be remembered
will he be remembered?
He will be remembered for his.
He will be
the,
remembered.
The
He will be
two
remembered.
best games of his career, bar none, which both resulted in court stormings.
That means none bars.
Vandalism, as John would call it.
Oh, yeah. Thank God he's not here.
Purdue and Wisconsin
Enjoy
this year.
Detroit, John.
I mean, he was fantastic in those games.
Yeah.
And really was relatively inconsequential in basically every other
Yeah,
game.
I think that's a really good way to describe him.
Inconsequential.
Mhm.
Tough look, but
Yeah.
I do think that's probably the case.
Yeah.
I mean, how much eligibility does he have left? How can he even go to the portal?
See, that was my reaction. Was I didn't realize he could even play again. Let's see. I'm reading Robin Washett's story.
He did senior day this year, right?
He came to Lincoln as a redshirt freshman transfer from Xavier in 2021. So yeah, the COVID year. So he has a COVID.
So he has a sixth.
Yeah.
That he can use somewhere next year.
I'm so excited to get away from COVID.
Interesting player. I mean, there's a use for him somewhere, but the production has to be consistent. He's just, as Sipple said, he's just not quick laterally. He's just slow laterally.
Someone who was not so slow laterally, Jadeveon Clowney. So,
yes.
Jadeveon Clowney, if you missed it earlier, he signed with the
Panthers.
That's who it was.
My team.
Now, Nick, why did you get excited about this? Was it because of his name?
It's his name.
Okay.
His last name's Clowney. That's hilarious.
It is.
There you go.
So Nick had not heard about Jadeveon Clowney, which made me realize, I bet he's not seen a play that Jadeveon Clowney is very famous for.
If he hasn't heard about Jadeveon Clowney, he has most certainly not seen the play.
All right, so we are going to go all the way back to the 2010 No, I
Is
think
it
this
that
was
far?
2013 Outback Bowl, right,
Okay.
Nick? Is this the Outback Bowl?
Yes.
All right, so South Carolina playing Michigan. South Carolina that year, that was the Steve Spurrier era. They were a good team. Jadeveon Clowney, Nick, to put a little color on this story, 5-star player, highest-ranked player in the entire country, and what a different time to be alive. He went to South Carolina, which is where he's from, right, Happer? He's from the state of South Carolina, if I remember right.
I think that's right.
All right.
He got some pre-NIL.
Yes, so he's a
Yeah.
sophomore in this game, so he's going to have one more season after this. Why don't you press play, Nick, and tell us about your thoughts on what's about to happen.
Okay. It is on a start screen. Oh, here we go. The play started. Oh, my God. What? Whoa. What? They're still going.
Yeah, they kept the play going.
And did you notice what he did, Nick? Not only did he knock the guy's helmet off, he caused a fumble and picked up the ball with one hand.
Yeah.
I have to replay that. That
Yeah.
happened
Yeah,
so
watch it again,
fast.
Nick.
Yeah, they show it from behind. The best angle is the one that's from behind.
They put that on every college football montage ever known to man.
Yeah, it's one. Honestly, if you rank the most famous,
Oh, my God.
What's
you make
great
the mo-
about
rank
that
the most-
clip,
Oh, yeah?
the context of that clip, the play before, the entire South Carolina team and fan base thought they got screwed out of getting. Wasn't it that they thought they were going to get the ball back on the previous play or something? Oh, it was a bad spot. It was a bad spot by the officials.
So they were really
Yeah,
mad about it
that's what it
before
was.
the play.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what it was.
remember that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, they.
Interesting. That makes it even cooler.
which-
Yeah, it's
yeah,
like
it was
it's like ball don't
all
lie
time.
type stuff.
That's insane.
Yeah.
His head fell
The
off.
helmet just.
Yeah, if you were to rank the most famous
killed
college
Petey.
football plays of
His head fell off.
if you were to rank the most famous college football plays of this century, that is easily in the top 5. Easily in the top 5.
Yes.
So memorable.
Oh, what could we?
That's a good topic for tomorrow. Let's save that for tomorrow.
You want to eat that real quick?
Yeah. That's a good one.
Most famous college football plays of when? Since when?
Since 2000.
Since 2000.
Yeah. I just had 4 pop into my brain very quickly.
Okay, I had 2.
Guys will literally just sit around naming old college football plays.
That is absolutely true.
All right, so let's put a pin in that. Nick, could you give us a calendar reminder so we don't forget about
How
it?
many of the 4 that popped in your head were from postseason games, bowl games / playoff games?
2.
Yeah.
I just remembered another one. 3.
Yeah, I came up with 2 of them, and they both were playoff plays.
All right, this is gonna be a great topic. This could be like a whole show topic.
Uh-huh.
All right, well, there we go. That's we figured out tomorrow's show. When we return, though, it is time for Dumb Debates.
Woo, baby!
Which is a segment that we're all excited for. If anyone wants to give us any Dumb Debates questions here in Vegas, we're happy to take them.
Oh yeah, we got people walking around.
Do you have I'd love to explain it. Do you have a Dumb Debates question for us? What? Do you have a question, a topic on your mind?
Do we need to bring a tiny baby mic?
Oh,
I should have brought. I thought about.
why
Too
didn't
late.
we bring the tiny baby mic?
I
Nick?
thought
We
about
could
it.
have interviewed Greg Maddox with the tiny baby mic.
could've.
Yeah,
I
hey,
thought
you
about it
throw
way too
slow.
late. I thought about it way too late. I was on the plane and I'm like, oh, the tiny baby.
Your
mic.
fastball is like most people's change.
We could interview all the lifeguards and ask them why they're wearing hoodies.
Hey, yeah. Again, though, it is only 2:47.
Yeah.
Man,
But this is usually the hottest part of the day.
it is. It's very toasty. Again, it's gonna be swimsuit day tomorrow here as we all hang out in Las Vegas. All right, when we return, it's time for Dumb Debates. We are indeed in Las Vegas at the Circa Resort and Casino, hanging out at the Stadium Swim. I mean, what more can we say? You need to get here.
What's
This
better
place-
than this? Guys being dudes.
And women are allowed to, Happer.
Yeah, chicks.
It's 2024, Happer.
People forget.
It's
I know.
incredible. There's sports. Whoa, look at High Point. They
Now-
went on a nice run at the end of the
Josh,
first half.
Can you,
What's that?
are the blackjack tables open over there? Are we going to do my bit where I go and play a hand during a break?
Oh, that's a great question. I can't tell.
It doesn't look,
It doesn't look like anyone's there.
it doesn't look anyone's open
All
yet.
right,
yeah.
so maybe in a little bit we'll do
I'll
that.
tell you what is open though, the pool and the bar.
Yeah, at the very least, we will do a casino video. We'll do that at some point in time, right?
Yeah, we can put a timer on me and see how long bucks
Or
Something
to
like that.
win $100.
or to win $100.
How cool would that be?
It could take all night. Who knows?
All right, Dumb Debates returns next when we return here on 1620 The Zone.
Hey everyone, Josh Peterson here for the FanDuel Sportsbook, where 8 more games will be played over the next 2 nights leading into the weekend. Maybe you like North Carolina tomorrow versus Alabama. They're currently 3.5-point favorites. Maybe you like the Clones -1.5. Maybe you like Iowa State -114 on the money line. Whatever it is, if you are a new customer, go to FanDuel.com/1620 and you can get $200 in bonus bets if that first $5 bet wins. And of course, don't forget about the last game of the third round of the college basketball playoff on Friday night as Omaha's Creighton Blue Jays take on the Tennessee Volunteers. Creighton an underdog, so maybe take them on the money line if you like them to win straight up. Again, just go to FanDuel.com/1620 today and get $200 in bonus bets if that first $5 bet wins. 21 plus and present in Iowa. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Live from the Host Coffee Studio, this is 1620 The Zone. 1620 The Zone. Traffic.
From the Pyramid Roofing Time-Saving Traffic Center. Heads up, we've got a crash on eastbound I-80 at 72nd, causing stop-and-go traffic all the way back to at least 680. Bring your patience through there. If you're west on I-80, delays start at 42nd, going all the way to 72nd. We've also got delays on eastbound L Street, going from I-80 to about 90th. If you're west on Industrial Road, delays just before 156th. Also delays on northbound 204th at West Center, and then stop-and-go traffic on westbound Dodge from 680 to 120th. I'm Mike Neville. This time-saving traffic is brought to you by Fernando's Omaha.
Mario Street Tacos or steak and chorizo queso blanco enchiladas can only be found in one place. Fernando's. Great Mexican food, awesome margaritas, and a wonderful family atmosphere. Fernando's, Omaha's favorite Mexican for more than 30 years.
There's no better thing than to help others in their time of need. John Bishop here to invite you to be an organ and tissue donor at goodguysavelives.com. Anyone can register, regardless of age or medical condition. Donor hearts and lungs save lives. Donor tissue makes recovery from surgery easier. Next time you renew your license, check that organ and tissue donor box or visit goodguysavelives.com. Learn more about organ donation today and see how you can save 8 lives at goodguysavelives.com.
Are you the decision maker in your company? Consider this. For the first time in decades, there's a better option for a corporate card and spend management platform. Meet Ramp, the only corporate card and spend management system designed to help you spend less money so you can make more. Most corporate credit cards offer points as incentives, but those points amount to less than their worth in real cash value. Ramp's corporate cards offer you cash back, real money in your pocket. Plus, you control who spends what with each vendor. And Ramp's software collects and verifies receipts automatically, which means you'll stop wasteful spending and close your books in hours instead of days. Businesses that use Ramp add up to 5% to their bottom line the first year. If you're a decision maker, adding Ramp could be one of the best decisions you've ever made. And now get $250 when you join Ramp. Just go to ramp.com/sports. ramp.com/sports. ramp.com/sports.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank and Celtic Bank, members of FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
When it comes to concrete repair, Everlevel has some serious game. Coach Greg McDermott here to coach you on why you should choose Everlevel Concrete Repair. They've got the fundamentals to fix your cracked and uneven concrete, and their products will give you the best defense against future damage. It's a fraction of the price compared to replacement, and their solutions come with a long-term transferable warranty. Working with Everlevel is a slam dunk. Call Everlevel Concrete Repair today for your free inspection.
When I heard the words, "you have breast cancer," I said, I have no idea what I'm going to do. My OBGYN called me and said, I know exactly what we're going to do, which led me to Nebraska Cancer Specialists. From day one, I felt that I was at the right place. There were some pretty rough times, but together we are stronger and they are there for you. You do not feel that you are alone. NebraskaCancer.com.
Tickets for less. Best seats, best prices, no service fees. Shop ticketsforless.com. KOZN Bellevue, Omaha, Council Bluffs. This is 1620 The Zone.
It'd be nice to have a blow throw. It would be nice to have a blow throw. It would be nice to have a blow throw. It would be nice to have a blow throw. It would be nice to have a blow throw. It would be nice to have a blow throw. It would be nice to have a blow throw. It would be nice to have a blow throw from your mom.
Listen, listen not to, we did anyway, dumb debating.
John's computer sucks. Macs are the only way. Dumb debating.
Fullbacks are running backs, hamburger steaks.
Josh is too dumb to eat a cupcake.
Mailing a base.
Does John like Nebraska or Creighton?
Just three radio hosts on air, dumb debating. Die for the pylon or give up on the plate, dumb debating.
Millennials are great and old should go away. Dumb debating.
Rarely do we find any common ground.
Josh wants his food to be the best around.
Even if it gives him fatal flatulation.
Just three radio hosts on air, dumb debating. When a tree falls down and nobody's around, you can bet your ass it won't make a sound. Water ain't wet, you know nothing about hydration. Just three radio hosts on air, dumb debating. Just three radio hosts on air, dumb debating.
Oh, it's time for Dumb Debates, and Connor Happer is sitting. What does it look like right now, Nick? He's on the other side of the table
He's
over
just
there.
Sad.
I'm
in the middle is tiny.
debating. But look at veteran move by Happer because the shade has started coming on him.
That's right.
I might have to go hang out with you out
Why
there.
did you sing Dumb Debating to the theme of The Stroke from Billy Squier?
I don't know. I don't know what you're saying, Nick.
Yeah, I didn't understand any of those words.
How's that song go?
Strum and Stroke Man.
Well, that's kind of how it sounds. In the song.
Blades of Glory, the famous Will Ferrell skate scene.
I got it.
Nick, have you? Oh, we talked about that with John. You have not seen Blades of Glory
No,
before, right?
I know the clip from that song. Speaking of problematic, I know the clip from that song.
On Kanye, when him and Jay-Z watch the throne.
yeah.
Fall so hard, want to find me.
The song about Paris.
Gotta find me.
In Paris, yes.
What's 50 grand to a? Can you please remind me?
Very good, Josh.
Yeah, fall so
That's
hard.
a song that you have rewarded yourself with, it appears.
I used to love
Interesting
music.
choice.
This was back in 2013.
A Kanye West song.
I really got into Kanye.
You
The
really
summer-
know every single lyric and word to that song,
When
don't you,
Yeezus
Josh?
came out, I got into all of the Kanye.
When Yeezus came
I
out,
was
that's
a
when you got into
Yeezus. It took
Kanye?
me a while, but then I went back.
Why not Fantasy?
My
That was
beautiful
the
dark
best
twisted.
one.
I know, I agree.
No.
Fantasy's the best. I know
Beautiful
people
Dark
like.
Twisted Fantasy is not the best
I know
Kanye
people like
album.
Drop
Dumb
Out.
Debates.
I know people like Drop Out, but Fantasy's the best one.
Yeah, that was my favorite by far.
Yeah,
I
You
listened
should
to
have
that
stopped
song,
at Fantasy.
and I did like Yeezus a lot.
Yeah, I don't think it. I do love My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. It's the one before that though. It's
808s?
No,
People
it's
like 808s.
the one with Homecoming.
The one that has the songs that are in Las Vegas. Was it that?
I think it is. Yeah, Graduation.
Wait till I get
Graduation.
my money back.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah.
I do like
Graduation.
that song a lot.
Yeah, that song is
My first ever dumb debate is the best Kanye album.
Wow.
Yes, it is.
That's never been debated on sports radio before, but we're happy to do it.
Definitely not.
I bet
on
Nick
the-
Ball has some takes. I think Nick Ball likes
So
Kanye.
the summer of
Nick Ball's old school. He would like even before that,
the
probably.
summer of Yeezus, Jay-Z had an album. Was it Magna Carta? Holy
Yes.
Grail?
Yeah.
And,
Holy Grail was great.
See, I hated that album. I thought
Really?
it sucked, but Nick liked that more than Yeezus. I liked
Interesting.
Yeezus more.
How'd you feel about Blueprint?
Fine. I've never.
You
I
like
always
Run This Town?
I always wanted to like Jay-Z more than I did. I just thought he was pretty overrated, honestly.
There was a summer when I was in high school
I liked the Linkin Park
that had
mashup.
there was
That's a
three
good one.
albums that came out like at basically the same time, all rap albums that I loved. I loved them all equally. It was T.I.'s Paper Trail, it was Jeezy's Recession, and it was The Game's LAX. And those albums, like I just ripped through those. Like they were the only thing
Literally,
playing.
he downloaded them illegally. He
They were
ripped
the
them.
only thing playing in my Toyota Camry
Let's
when I was
go.
in high school.
That tracks.
Yeah, it was good stuff. And then I wrecked that sucker.
Kevin says, "Oh, there's got to be a nice story behind that."
Dodge Street over the median, slid over ice.
Oh my
got-
gosh!
Yeah, got
I think
smoked.
we should cancel Dodge Street. I lose a bumper, Happer loses a Camry.
I almost
Almost
got in a
a
car
life.
accident that one
Yeah.
time, and then Jimmy didn't drive the speed limit on that day when there was no ice on
Oh,
the ground.
we have reactions to the camera.
Oh yeah, what's that?
People were looking closely.
Oh, I see.
They want me to be replaced.
Nice. New producer?
We should get a new producer.
People are saying, Ken says, bring back.
Bring back.
Be less horny.
Wow, boys. Hey, she'll be back. Kevin writes, I'm so triggered by Nick shortening the titles of Kanye's albums, LOL.
Oh, good one. That is a very of music thing to do.
It's faster to say fantasy and people know what you're talking about instead of my beautiful dark twisted fantasy.
So
It's such a mouthful.
But it almost makes me think that you don't know the full name of the album.
So Nick, when you talk about the Beatles, are you like, yeah, I love White?
No, because you can say the White Album.
Oh,
That's
okay.
quick.
I just want to make sure.
I love Heh.
Well,
Help.
Josh,
I love.
when you talk about Sgt. Pepper, though, do you say I love Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, or do you just
No,
say,
but
I
I'm
love
not
Sgt.
Kevin.
Pepper?
I wasn't getting triggered. Yeah, you asked me. There was a picture because there's the Beatles Cirque du Soleil show, and it's my favorite photo of the Beatles. And I said to Nick, "That's my favorite photo of the Beatles." And he goes, "Is that from Sgt.
that
Pepper's?"
Sgt. Pepper's?
And
Yeah.
I said, "Yes, it is."
And you knew what I meant?
I did indeed. Other dumb debates questions.
Yeah.
Wow. Sam says we're all listening to sports talk because we're not of music. Let's do dumb debate. Sam, we got you.
Here we go.
Oh crap! I forgot to write down whose name this was. This was a text. Sandals or sandals and socks?
Neither.
What do you mean by that?
I don't like.
Do you wear socks with your sandals or
Well,
no?
They're different occasions.
What?
Are they?
Like if you're going black tie, you're putting socks on your sandals, right?
If I'm going black tie, I'm not wearing sandals.
So wait, you wear socks with sandals?
Like to lounge around?
No, but like you wouldn't wear that out.
No. Like if I'm taking the trash out,
Yes,
maybe
I
I'm
think-
wearing socks and I'll slip on some sandals.
I think that's
You
normal.
said lounge around. I'm like, well, if you're lounging, why do you have sandals
Yeah,
on?
you probably don't
Also
need
a
the
great
sandals
question,
in
yeah.
that case.
Yeah.
So no socks.
I don't like sandals.
What about
You don't like sandals.
I
What
don't
about
like
flip
sandals.
flops?
Or flippy flops.
You don't like letting the dogs out?
I don't like letting the dogs out.
Who let the dogs
If
out?
I'm
You
letting
guys ready to let the dogs out?
Yeah, I'm going to be wearing my flip flops tomorrow. I've decided it because I want to put my
Me
feet.
too. Yeah,
I
I'm
wanna put
going.
my feet in the pool.
I'm full plunge like me in college basketball into that sucker
You
tomorrow.
got your swim trunks and your
yeah,
flippy
we need to make
floppies.
sure we grab some towels. All right. Well, we
Good
didn't
one.
really decide anything on that dumb debates question.
No, I mean we did. We all
Yeah.
agreed that it's sandals.
Yeah.
We weren't debating.
Well, Nick, not so much.
Sandals are dumb.
Kelsey says, would you rather have everyone you know be able to read your thoughts, or for everyone you know to have access to your internet history?
Oh, internet history.
I'm cool with internet history. I don't even want to read my own thoughts.
Yeah, I think my internet history is. I mean, it is what it is.
People know how weird we are.
Right.
That's true.
They've already seen into our minds, but what we can't tell them is actually what's going on in our brains.
Also, I think it would be more of a red flag if we said, no, don't look at my internet history.
That's true.
Interesting. Yeah, people would really. They would see how much I go to the Bill Simmons subreddit.
Which is amazing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
See,
go there
but-
multiple times a day. I haven't been on there today yet, though.
See, that would be funny. If we could read your mind, it'd maybe be a little bit more embarrassing.
probably would.
People would see my Google searches and just wonder why because I type in full questions in Google when I search.
But you won't say the full album name.
I know.
So, like, what's a question that you would type into Google?
Yeah, give me your Google history, Nick.
From this morning. Can you bring a bag of sunflower seeds on an airplane? I couldn't find a straight answer either.
The answer is yes.
The
by way.
answer is
You
yes.
can-
Yes, if it's in a resealable bag, but then I'm like, well, what if it's the bag that it came in?
Nah,
No,
they
you're
don't
fine.
care.
Yeah, you can bring food onto airplanes.
Yeah.
It's totally fine.
I would have loved to have brought sunflower seeds, but I didn't.
Yeah. Now here's another.
Thanks a
life hack.
lot, Bin Laden.
Nick. How much did you spend on that bottle of water you had this morning? Like $8?
I don't think it was quite 8.
Okay, because next time just bring the old.
Yeah.
Because they have water you can fill it up with.
My girlfriend had brought that up, and I decided I just didn't want to deal with carrying it.
Understandable.
I
agree with that,
came
Nick,
down with.
completely. I find it quite cumbersome.
She brought
Put
it
it
up.
in your backpack, Happer.
She brought it up, and I'm like, that's a very good idea. I don't want to.
I travel. But I am of water.
It's
I-
almost like a third
hydrated.
bag in a
It
way.
is.
A third bag.
Yes.
It's a bottle.
It's a whole
bag
nother
of
thing.
water.
It's a whole
Oh my-
nother thing.
Wow, you guys are
I
wild.
already carried enough things today.
So Neil, he sent a video last
Nelkin?
night. Not Nelkin.
He did
though.
not send a video.
He is on Twitter. He doesn't follow me though. So Neil sent in the video of Caitlin Clark yelling, "Shut the bleep up."
Oh, yes.
Did you see this and hear about
I
this?
did.
So he said, "What is weirder, yelling this at your home crowd or shushing your home crowd like Thomas the Librarian Fedoni?"
Now I do want to add this to the Caitlin Clark thing, and I'm not particularly a defender of Caitlin Clark,
Ooh, we should talk about her tomorrow.
but
We should.
I will say this.
My goat and your goat.
I think she was saying, "Get the bleep up." Maybe.
So she wasn't saying
She
shut
was
the bleep up.
She was telling her home fans to stand up instead of shut up, which I don't know. We just think about that a little bit. Either way, I still think shushing is weirder.
Definitely weirder. Especially because it was about a radio host that didn't even say anything that bad. Very odd.
So you're admitting it was about you?
Well, of course it was
Oh,
about me.
Okay.
Yeah, he got added directly from a tweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it was about me.
And, Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine.
Wow. History happens here.
It does.
Josh Peterson.
At Stadium Swim. Alan says, I've said that at my funeral, I want my family to read aloud the last 100 things I've Googled. Wow, can you put that in your
Whoa.
will?
That would be great. Put
You
that
can
on my
put anything
tombstone.
in there.
Hmm?
You can put anything in the will,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What do you want on your tombstone or your plaque or however you're going to be left?
Oh, wait, do I have to decide that?
I mean,
I figured that the other people decide.
Yeah, I
what
don't
to
think
put on
that's
the-
up to me.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't thought about this.
Talked and ran.
Talked and ran. I had two ideas.
All right.
One, burn myself. What is it when you ashes?
Brand?
Cremated.
Get cremated.
Nick wants his dead body branded. Put the Zone logo on his bicep.
So I want to be cremated, and then you can get your ashes pressed into vinyl, and then I've got so much audio content of me.
God.
So if people miss me, they can just throw me on the vinyl and then be like, "We're good now."
Wait, how much your cremated ashes? How many albums can that make?
That's a good question.
How many vinyl are you passing out at your funeral?
We could do a whole box set. The
Wow.
other option I had,
Yeah.
I came up with this idea when I was 13, so it's probably not going to happen
Angsty.
anymore. I wanted the song lyrics of the last song I listened to right before I died engraved on my tombstone.
But what if nobody knows the answer to that?
Also, what if it sucked? What if it was a bad song?
What if you were on the Grum, John played AC/DC, and then you walked out your car and someone literally just shot you?
Oh my God.
Yeah, what if, Nick?
Back in black.
I guess that's it then.
All right.
What if it was John listening to Huey Lewis in the News?
Oh, man.
As long as it's not hip to be square.
It
the
is
worst
hip
one.
to be
no,
square.
that's the worst one.
Nick's tombstone's going to be hilarious. We need to end every show now
Baby Shark.
with AC/DC. Oh, yeah, I was singing Baby Shark yesterday. Nick wasn't a fan.
Well, you modified Baby Shark.
What did I
and that-
sing it about?
I don't remember, but you modified it.
do,
Got
do.
it stuck in my head worse.
Yeah.
Interesting. So what was the original question here?
What
do I
would-
want on my gravestone?
Or however you were left behind.
Oh. I've never really thought about this before, but I wouldn't want to make that decision.
No?
I would want to have somebody else
Too
do it
much
for me.
pressure?
You can remember me however you'd like to remember
You don't want
me.
the final say in your life?
I want to be remembered positively,
The positive boy?
but I hope I accomplish that throughout the comings and goings of my life, rather than someone just saying, "Oh, he died, and now we have to feel bad and we have to feel like we have to honor him." No, I hope you feel like you want to honor me.
Speaking of dead,
Oh.
so I tweeted out and speaking of Caitlin Clark, I tweeted out the Wright Thompson story about her. Did you read this?
I didn't read the story
Very
yet.
long.
I
It's very
know.
good. It's
Yeah.
very long. So I said Wright Thompson is the best sports writer alive, and I included a link. And then John responded, "Who is the best sports writer dead?"
Yeah, this is a you question.
Yeah. Who is the best dead sports writer?
How many dead
Grantland Rice. They
Somebody-
named a website after him.
Somebody
Grantland.
from the early 1920s who used the super flowery language.
That's Grantland Rice. He described the four horsemen of Notre Dame.
Rick Riley's alive.
He is alive.
Peter King's alive.
I'm trying to. Dr. Z from Sports Illustrated. People love that guy. None of my favorite sports. Oh, Grant Wall, and I don't even really like soccer a whole lot.
Yeah.
But people loved Grant Wall.
People did.
I was with
Did
Mike-
they love him, or did they just wanted to support the cause?
No, they really.
He
liked
died in a
Grant
very
Wall. Yeah,
interesting
yeah.
way.
I was with Mike Stibbs at a bar, and we were both like, "Wow, this is sad news."
Wow.
Jeez, the way you recalled the story didn't sound very sad at all.
It
It
was
sounded
sad.
very matter of fact.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Stibbs.
Just make it sound sexy, Stibbs. Grant Wall is dead. Sounded sexy coming from your lips. Mickey writes, how bad does the situation have to be for an announcer not to say, don't need a 3 here? Can get a
Oh
quick 2?
my God.
Why do announcers do this?
They love to do this.
Are they trolling?
No. I think it's gone too far too, because I'll see people tweeting about the fouling and the threes. There's that one,
The
which is
hoop and the
different.
harm.
And then there's the fouling, like up three, the foul up three, and there's always the controversial take from the one guy who's like, you got to foul up three no matter what. And then I see people like saying, hey, should have fouled on that possession? And they're like, they're over the bonus, and there's 20 seconds left in the game. I'm like, no, you shouldn't actually foul in that situation.
Uh-oh.
Because there goes our camera.
Oh, the wind's here.
It is
It
arrived.
followed us from Omaha.
It has arrived.
It wouldn't be so bad if it weren't for the wind in Las Vegas.
It would have to get pretty rough because that's baked into the cake of sports broadcasters.
It really is.
You're gonna say that at some point.
Sad Husker fan says Jimmy the Greek.
Jimmy the Greek.
He wasn't a sports writer.
That's what
He
said,
was a
though.
sports talker. All right.
Mike Francesa is alive too.
What about the guy who wrote for Jimmy the Greek? He's a sports writer.
Well,
right?
he probably said a lot of bad words that that one guy would like. Pedro.
Hi,
Text in.
Pedro.
Hi,
love
guys.
Pedro.
Would you want all your trophies and ribbons set up at your funeral? I do have some marathon medals.
I don't think I have very many trophies and ribbons.
I have a trophy and a handful of ribbons.
Poll question: how many trophies and ribbons do you
Oh,
have?
this is fun. Can you guys guess what my one trophy is?
Boxcar racing.
No.
Soccer.
No.
Baseball.
No.
What?
My rate of
Computer
gain.
programming.
No. Rate of gain. When I did 4-H, my cow got fatter over the span of a week than every other cow, so I got a trophy for it.
Very
4-H.
nice.
4-H sounds so weird.
Now, when you gave your speech, did you give credit to the cow or did you take all the credit?
I didn't have a speech.
Oh.
My uncle was pissed, though.
Speech.
I'd like to thank God, and I'd like to thank me for making this cow fat this week.
Feeding this
I
cow.
fed this cow so much.
I gave the cow medium rare.
Thank you
meat,
for
didn't
not
you?
having a metabolism, cow.
Let's see. Aaron says Northwestern has the goofiest looking team of all time. Discuss.
Northwestern basketball. They do have some goofy looking dudes on that team.
Yeah,
for sure. They have weird uniforms. They're always an odd school in basketball. I don't know.
Odd school with Odson.
Odd school with Odson. I don't know really what else there is to say about it. I do. It's not much of a debate, really. It's an odd team, odd personnel, various sizes of people, weird names. Boo Booey, Ryan Langborg,
Baba Booey.
These are fun names.
Yeah.
Boo Booey is great. Every time I hear that name, I'm like, that's a bit.
Ryan Langborg of Ivy League before transferring to Northwestern this year. Creighton played him in the Sweet 16 last year.
Basketball.
Ryan Langborg.
Haber, there's one more that I have here. Do you have any dumb debates questions for us?
What could we dumb debate? Did we come up with anything before? God, I'm so sweaty. I could just feel it
I know.
dripping.
That
off
shower
of
is
me.
going to be great later.
It's going to be nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That nice. We should do Borat. Nick's never seen Borat.
I've never seen Borat.
If you don't have one, I'll read the one from Sky as
Um,
you look at the sky.
Nice.
oh, no. I'm just kind of getting a grasp for how tall this hotel is.
It's tall, man.
You're gonna give yourself vertigo.
Well, the guy earlier, Aaron said the thing is on the 60th floor.
There's no way there's 60 floors,
He
Josh.
said go to the 60th floor.
Because we're close to the top and we're on the 36th floor.
Yeah, but go look at the elevator.
There
numbers.
is not 60.
He said it. You saying he's a liar?
I think Aaron is
He's
a
not calling
liar.
him a truther.
Wow.
Is anything stopping us from just going up there?
Right now?
I mean, we have a show
after
to do,
the
Nick,
show,
for
can we
48
just
minutes.
To
go
the 60th floor?
Hangover style on
we
the
could
roof,
go.
doing a shot.
See,
No-
and
no
then we
blood
leave
oath,
Nick-
no blood
we
oath.
leave Nick there.
Yeah. Nick will throw a bed off of it.
I'll bring a bottle of Jaeger.
He did say you have to be the dress code a little nicer upstairs.
It is pretty unbelievable. We'll talk about this on Friday. How in that movie they did not think of Doug being on the roof
I
sooner.
know. Yeah, it is.
Right.
It is quite the plot hole.
Yeah.
Finally, Sky asks, "Where is the best public restroom in Omaha?"
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
So are we talking about like public as in like parks, or are we talking about like
gas station.
gas stations, stores,
Well, it's definitely not at a gas station.
arenas,
Well, I mean,
Not
at
an
arena
arena.
though, you have to have a ticket to get in.
restaurants?
Restaurants, most
That's
of those.
not public though, because you have to have a meal.
Yeah, outside
Okay.
of like McDonald's.
I
you
say
know.
somewhere you can just
So-
walk in when you got to pee.
Gas stations and public, like literal, like parks restrooms.
And
That's
I
what we're
think
talking about.
A lot of park restrooms are closed right now yet because it's still a little too chilly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the best gas station we have in town? What's the best looking gas station we got?
Man, you know, I'm trying to remember. Did QT have good gas station or good restrooms?
It's
I
they're
don't
they're
know.
fine.
They're okay.
They're fine. Nothing real special going
Nothing
on
to
in there.
write home about.
Nothing to write home about.
I mean, imagine a gas station restroom that you would be like, you got to see this. Like, imagine it is either really great or
Well,
horrible.
I will say, I mean, this isn't local, but Bucky's restrooms are amazing.
What is up with everyone in Bucky's?
Josh, have you experienced
No,
Buc-ee's?
it seems like a bit.
It's kind of a cult, but it is.
People are like, I want you have a shirt.
It's very cool.
It's very cool.
It's a giant gas station.
The best bathrooms I've been in my life.
We freak out about gas stations on this show regularly. We all must buy gas, Josh.
Sam writes, Creighton Harper Center, bottom floor, tucked away in the far corner, always alone, always clean.
Okay, now, if you're looking, are we looking for bells and whistles, or are we looking for privacy?
Look, I want a combination of the two.
I want it to be clean. I don't want it to
no
have any weird
holes in
smells.
the dividers.
Yeah.
I don't want weird smells. I don't want the floor to feel a little slick for some reason.
Or sticky.
Yeah,
you don't want a slick floor or a sticky
How do you like your doors? Do you like them with handles or no handles?
No handles.
Yeah, you just push it open, or do you like there to not be a door at all?
I love doors.
I like when you can push it open, and then I like when they have the little hook thing, so you can grab it with your foot to open it. I don't like touching handles anymore.
That actually, I agree with that. It's a good feature.
After COVID, I don't touch handles anymore.
I do. I just wash
forever.
my hands.
So I'll have, if I can get a paper towel, which that's another gripe. I hate air dryers so much.
They're dirty.
I
They're
agree
dirty.
with that too. Yeah.
Nobody has paper towels anymore.
Yeah.
Wow, look at Righty Nick. Let's kill some more trees so I can dry my hands.
I think if you're looking for the fanciest kind of gas stations, they probably are just large and they don't have an actual door. They just have a walkway to go through, and you kind of, zigzag through.
I will say this: the bathroom at Epley today, I was a fan of. I enjoyed going to the bathroom.
Good bathroom.
there. I enjoyed going to the bathroom.
Do you like individual sinks, or do you like one giant sink with many faucets?
Individual, definitely.
I'm an individual boy.
Yeah.
I don't mind the long sink.
You want to wash your hands with everybody?
Yeah, but everybody gets their own faucet.
Are the sink rules the same as the urinal rules, where if you're going up to wash your hands, you have to go leave a sink gap to go wash
Great
your
question.
hands?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
By the way, Rich says Von Mar has the best restrooms.
Whoa.
That's a great answer.
I
'Cause it's
forget they
a
exist.
store.
Yeah.
And it's a fancy store for
True.
fancy people.
Don't make any jokes about Von Mar.
I won't.
Jeez, Nick.
Just making sure.
Yeah, who are you, Chance?
Wow.
Speaking of, any more comments before we say goodbye to Dumb Debates?
Jordan says Memorial Stadium troughs.
Definitely not. I hate troughs.
Hey, if that's what you're into, then that's what you're into.
Mike says the newer Hy-Vees are individual rooms. That sounds nice.
I do like that.
Sat Brothers has the mom-approved bathrooms and bidets.
Sat Brothers
really?
Travel Center.
I didn't know Sat Brothers had bidets.
Are
My friend
women's
David loves bidets.
are women's restrooms just like vastly nicer
I
than
accidentally walked into the women's restroom at the airport, and then I quickly turned around.
what was it like?
There were women in there, and I was like, I didn't even say anything. I realized I should have said, "Oops, my bad," but they realized it because I just turned right around.
What could you?
They
get?
were just drying their
What
hands.
did you see?
Was there a
Women
couch?
drying their hands.
I hear
There wasn't-
sometimes
no.
women's bathrooms have couches.
No, I think that's like a high school thing.
Okay.
Not at the airport.
Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure.
All right, and that's Dumb Debates.
Hell yeah.
I wasn't that good.
Wow.
I don't know.
We're talking about Kanye.
No, I'm mad at everybody else. Ask better questions.
Why are
Wow.
you Jimmy Alleying dumb?
No, I'm not saying cancel dumb debates. I'm here for the long run, but I am saying, I've heard better. I thought I would be a part of an epic dumb debates today. Instead, all I got was the Akron game of dumb debates, the Creighton Akron game of dumb
I was going to
debates.
say, wait, the Akron game that got canceled?
Yeah, not that one.
Sam writes, Josh Peterson here for being on the FAA no-fly list. It was an accident.
This guy just went into the girls' bathroom.
No, women's, first of all, women's. And it was an accident.
Yeah.
I was looking at my phone like a millennial does.
If that
Also,
happens,
it said men's.
you
but it
should
was-
be immediately.
There's
There's whoa in front of it. You should be
Whoa,
immediately
man.
demoted to C boarding group if you accidentally walk into the women's bathroom.
Thank God that I didn't get demoted to C boarding group.
Would've
It was
been tough.
full on the old airplane today.
It was.
By the way, we never talked about it. Happer sat in the middle seat because I wasn't thinking when I went into the row, and I was like, "Oh, exit row, more space." And then Happer was like, I guess I'll just sit in the middle.
I'm
I
surprised.
wasn't going to sit all the way in the back.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised you guys picked a row that had a dude sitting there already.
Because it was the exit row. We wanted more space.
I mean, I could have sat in the very front row if I wanted to.
There was plenty of room. All right, still more to come as we are here at Stadium Swim at the Cirque Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. Later on, we'll do content. Didn't have time to get any questions together for content today, so Nick's just going to ask us questions. Could be sports, could be otherwise.
What's he going to say? Who knows?
I don't know. It's going to be awesome.
I got things.
You do?
He's coming up.
Is
with
that
questions.
next?
No, that's at the bottom of the hour.
Okay.
When we come back, some other stuff.
All right.
As we continue to
And
roll
now
on,
this.
man, the place is filling up. Everyone's having a great time.
Woo!
There's beer, there's daiquiris,
Indeed.
and there's happy faces. It's Unsportsmanlike Conduct live from Las Vegas at Circa Resort and Casino on 1620 The Zone.
You get a lot of junk in your inbox. This one, not junk at all. 1620 the email. Exclusive content, contests, other stuff probably. Subscribe today at 1620thezone.com. Your Omaha area forecast from the Godfather's Pizza Weather Center and KETV Newswatch 7 on 1620 The Zone.
Mostly sunny and cool into the evening with the temperatures in the upper 30s to near 40. We'll be mostly clear and chilly again tonight, dropping back into the upper 20s for low. Mostly sunny Thursday, high in the low to mid 60s. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bill Ranby from KETV Newswatch 7.
1620 The Zone's Unsportsmanlike Conduct, brought to you by a great friend of the program, Union Bank and Trust.
1620 The Zone. Traffic.
From the Pyramid Roofing Time-Saving Traffic Center, heads up, we're seeing significant delays on eastbound I-80 going from 680 all the way to 72nd. If you're west on I-80, delays go from 42nd to 72nd. Slight delay on southbound 680 going from Dodge to Pacific. If you're north on 680, delays go from Dodge Street to about Maple. Slow going on westbound Dodge from 680 all the way to 120th. If you're east on Dodge, delays from 680 to 90th. And then on L Street, if you're east, be ready for delays from I-80 all the way to 90th. I'm Mike Neville. This time-saving traffic is brought to you by Saul's Jewelry and Loan.
What does Saul's loan on? Almost everything, like jewelry, gold chains, bracelets, earrings, wedding rings, and high-end watches, guns, electronics, $10 to $50,000, super fast and easy with no credit check. Saul's loans on almost everything.
The world's largest sportsbook in Las Vegas is available right at your fingertips in Iowa. The Circa Sports Iowa app is sports betting the way it should be. Bet anywhere in Iowa and experience high betting limits, tight money line splits, and exceptional customer service. Download your new bookie today. Visit circasports.com and start betting like a pro from anywhere in Iowa. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-238-7633.
Korn, live in concert in Omaha. CHI Health Center, Friday, October 25th, with special guests Gojira and Spirit Box. Korn. Get tickets this Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. For more, visit kornofficial.com.
Oddly, he's interesting because he's so uninteresting. He is the most uninteresting man in the world.
Hi, I'm Bob Berger. Don't settle for anyone more interesting. Let's get to work on your business and personal taxes, payroll and employee benefits, QuickBooks and retirement planning. Call me.
Call Berger, Elliott, and Pritchard CPAs at 402-551-1919 or visit bepcpa.com.
There's no need to hunt for the prize eggs. They're waiting for you at the 42 Degrees Easter sale. Hop on in and fill your basket with drastically reduced prices on premium cannabis, CBD, Delta, premium kratom, American glass up to 50% off, and disposables up to 75% off. The Easter sale at 42 Degrees, your destination for top-tier cannabis, second-to-none product selection, and exceptional service. 42 Degrees, by your mom's house.
Need tires but can't get away? Or is your company fleet plagued by unscheduled downtime? Check out Jensen Mobile Express Services at jensentireandauto.com. The easiest way to get new tires delivered and installed at your location. Jensen.
This is Unsportsmanlike Conduct with John Bishop and Josh Peterson.
Here is Pat. Pat, please get us off.
The 1620 The Zone.
Josh, Happer, Nick, live from Stadium Swim at the Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. You should be here with us.
Chopper. Should.
We were just talking about tomorrow and some of the things we're going to do going to be very exciting. Going to be very exciting.
Yeah.
We got some content coming up in a few minutes. A lot of response, though, to...
We also have what's for dinner tonight.
We also have what's for dinner, which we got to figure out.
We genuinely have to figure out what's for dinner.
Yeah.
A good segment, by
We'll
the
talk
way.
to Aaron and see what Aaron thinks. Christian Montana writes, Northwestern basketball, they look like hipster doofus lumberjacks.
Guys,
Nick?
we have a visitor.
Where?
In the chat, in the StreamYard.
Who?
John Bishop.
What?
John
here?
Go to John.
Let's bring John on.
Let's go.
Whoa, look at this.
I'm doing a run-in on my own show.
Hi, John.
Hi, John.
Hey, what's up, boys? I just wanted to see how it looked there. It looks great.
Yeah, it is amazing.
We've had an incredible time today, John. Incredible time.
I'm very excited. I'm just glad to hear that Nick is doing fine and everything's good and you know, I don't see any ice cream stains on his shirt yet, so he's obviously being a little in control.
Daiquiri stains instead, John.
Yeah, Nick said
I have 2 daiquiris.
2 frozen daiquiris.
Yeah.
That was given to him by
a problematic gentleman.
Yeah, and Nick loves this guy, though.
I love that he gave me free booze.
Yeah, interesting. How was the flight? How was the flight?
How about that ride in?
How about that flight in? How was the
Oh,
flight?
how about that flight in? Oh, it was great. It was just fantastic. Everything is just fantastic. I got a beautiful view of downtown Detroit. It's just like Omaha, so cold as hell.
Oh, gray? Yeah, it's
Yeah, gray and
we've got
cold.
the sun on us all day. It's glorious here.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm glad you guys are having a good time. Was that a limo you guys were in today?
It was.
It was.
It was indeed.
Yeah,
sure was.
Unbelievable.
Now the other half lives,
Unbelievable.
John.
I guess. I was on a bus next to Ba. You guys are sitting in a limo stretched out with booze. Did Nick drink any of the beer or any of the alcohol?
No, Nick didn't really understood how it worked.
He was worried that the water was going to cost him money.
He was curious. Yeah.
Oh, you have one of those types of travelers who think that everything is a scam. And so he's like suspicious of everything.
And that's generally a good rule of thumb, but in this specific situation.
Yeah, not when it's a limo.
Yeah.
I think my first time traveling as an adult shouldn't have been this high of a bar.
Yeah, it's one of the first times that I ever flew, I had sat in first class, and I was like, well, this is going to suck for every other time that I fly.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, John is always on PJs.
Yeah, charter boy.
It ruins everything for him.
It does. It ruins everything. But you know, I'm glad that we could all enjoy our little slice of the good life. Now, I want to know about the TV setup out there. So, how I see it in the split screen there. You know, let's pull the all ISO. I want to take a closer look. So, how good is that view from where you guys are sitting? Like, could you sit there and watch a day of college basketball or a day of football and see it?
Oh, yeah. So the 360 cam does not do it justice because it spreads out that view a lot. But
yeah,
I mean, the main
John,
screen, that main middle screen is
Right.
gigantic. Like we could see everything perfect.
Yeah, something none of us have ever heard. It's huge.
So, John, up and down the screen is 40 feet tall, but if you go diagonally, it's 143 feet. It's huge.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then we can actually see this from all of our rooms. It overlooks, and so beyond that is the strip, and so we can see the Stadium Swim and we can see Las Vegas proper. It's pretty cool.
Well, that's awesome. I'm glad that Circa was able to take care of you guys and have some fun. And I'll be happy to join you again on Friday, and we'll have some good times on the Grum.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got some content, John. You got some good stuff coming out of Detroit.
I wish. I mean, we literally just got here, so I can't really. I can tell you that all the Jays made it, and that Tennessee brought their own buses.
Oh, that's some good inside info that you don't get from other journalists.
They're trying to big time you, John. Is that?
Oh yeah. They had 2 big Tennessee branded buses on the tarmac. So yeah, Tennessee
Do we
drove
feel
their
like
own
that's a
buses
Jason
up there.
Baum move? I feel like that's got Jason Baum written all over it.
Oh, probably. And when I see him, I will definitely give him a hard time about that. You know, that they had to bring their own buses. Like I told Nick when we got on the bus, I bet when they honk the horns, it plays Rocky Top.
They probably do. Hey, by the way, John, on Creighton in Tennessee, the line at the
tight money line split,
the Circus Sportsbook here, because we were looking at it on one of the giant screens, has moved to Tennessee -3 instead of Tennessee -2.5.
Interesting. Now we are staying at a casino here in Detroit, and I have not been downstairs yet, but I will be curious to see if their book is the same as the one there. But yeah, we might be able to price shop between the two books.
That's what Todd
That's a good
Furman always
idea.
says to do.
You can
Shop
shop
around.
around.
Try to get the
Shop for
best
the best
odds.
price. Shop for the best price. So
it seem-
Connor, are you going to spend all day tomorrow just watching baseball on that thing?
Yes. Yes, I am, John. Thank you for asking.
The
Are
game
you going to request that the Royals game gets up there?
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. I mean,
See, I'm curious about what happens
We
with all
don't-
the odds.
I would imagine that they split the middle
big
one
screen,
into more
That'd
screens.
be my guess too.
So, yeah, I think we're going to get everything.
Oh wow, it's tied.
Every game.
Yeah, should be awesome.
Well, good. I just wanted to check in and see how you guys were doing. It looks like you're having a blast, and thanks to Circus Sports for hooking you guys up, and thanks to Creighton for winning and hooking me up here in Detroit.
Yeah,
that hotel
that's
room looks
huge.
awesome.
It's a lot better than Omaha, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I can tell you this much. So, all right, so that bed back there is bigger than the bed is bigger than the room I had in New York City, and I don't think I'm exaggerating.
Look at that. Look
That
at
was
that.
a tiny baby.
By the way,
room.
John, is it feel at all problematic to have a college basketball team staying at a casino hotel?
Okay, I literally, as we are pulling up, I turned to Nick and I said, how weird is this? We're going to an NCAA tournament and one of the teams is staying at a casino. That is not something that would have happened even 3 years ago, much less 5 or 10 years ago.
Everything's
Unbelievable
changing.
to think about. Yeah.
2024.
Yep.
And by the way, the Final Four is going to be where you guys are. Was it 28 or 29? The Final Four is in Las Vegas.
It is due a Final Four soon. Yeah. Just at the Super Bowl.
Yep.
I mean-
yeah, it's getting everything.
Wow.
Yay, gambling.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! Thank you, John.
Bye, John.
Hey,
Bye, John.
thanks, guys. We'll talk to you later this week. Have a great time, and I'll be listening to hear what's for dinner for you guys. I don't know what's for dinner for us, but yeah.
All right, awesome. Later, John.
Bye, John.
We'll see you guys.
All right, that is John Bishop live from Detroit. Of
Wow,
course,
how nice of him
it's great to hear from him.
to stop by.
Yeah,
It was a very father, he's like our dad, just checking in on us.
Wait, is Sipple your dad or is John your dad?
John is my dad.
They both have very fatherly qualities to them. Yes,
That's true.
Also, shout out to my actual dad. He brought me to the airport this morning. Not driving anyone to the airport. Thankfully, he didn't say that. He said, "I'll drive you to the airport, son. I love you."
My dad went to Phoenix 2 weeks ago, and I haven't talked to him since.
Oh,
Jeez, what a jerk!
Your dad just goes to Italy, he goes to Phoenix.
I know. It's
What a
crazy.
life.
He probably didn't even know I'm here right now.
Oh, wow, very sad.
No, I'm just kidding. We talk all the time.
All right, when we come back,
Love
it's
you,
ti-
Dad.
It's time. Awesome. We love our fathers. It's time for Nick's edition of Unsportsmanlike content.
Hell
Who
yeah.
knows? Who knows what we're about to get? But I'm very excited to find out what it is.
I'm excited to share.
We will do that when we return. It is Unsportsmanlike Conduct live in sunny Las Vegas. We are here at the Stadium Swim. Shout out to Circa Resort and Casino for hosting us, and also for hooking up one of our listeners with an incredible prize. You get a prize.
I
Get a prize.
cannot wait to see. Maybe that person stops by tomorrow.
I hope so.
Yeah, come say hi.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see that listener. So hopefully that happens very, very soon. But shout out to Circa Resort and Casino. Unsportsmanlike content next. What's for dinner as we say goodbye in a few minutes as well. It's Unsportsmanlike Conduct on 1620 The Zone.
You know, sometimes a small gesture can lead to the biggest reward. And one small gesture you could give is check that box next to the organ and tissue donor section next time you renew your hunting, driver's, or fishing license. John Bishop here for GoodGuysSaveLives.com. I know some of you may have some trepidation or misgivings or questions about organ and tissue donation. Well, let me assure you that it doesn't cost anything to you or your family. Also, you can be at any stage of age or health and still be a registered donor Plus, most traditional funeral practices can still be followed with a successful donation. Tissue donation can lead to faster recovery from sports injuries or skin grafts from those who have suffered accidents or burn victims. Or donated corneas give the gift of sight. So next time you renew your driver's hunting or fishing license, check that organ and tissue donor box or visit goodguysavelives.com. Save up to 8 lives at goodguysavelives.com.
Now live on Twitch, YouTube, and 1620thezone.com.
What goes perfect with the madness of March? The convenience of Cubby's downtown in the Old Market, 13th and Jackson. And if you're gearing up to watch the game, Cubby's has what you need. You'll find a full meat counter with steaks, burgers, chicken, and homemade brats. Hot and fresh deli food, including Chester's Chicken and Godfather's Pizza Express. Pop, water, beer, and a full liquor department. See you at Cubby's Old Market, the very best in convenience. Open 24 hours at 13th and Jackson.
Hi, friends. Kent Pavelka courtside getting ready for this year's matchup between the Average Roofing Companies and the Rooferees at John Higgins Weather Guard. The average roofers are just that, average at best, not very impressive. The Rooferees, above and beyond the opponent, more dependable, service that exceeds the norm, good sportsmanship, fairness, and integrity. You know them, you love them, and they're ready to win for you. Make the right call with John Higgins Weather Guard. It's tip-off time with the Rooferees at John Higgins Weather Guard.
Make the right call.
It's Champions replacement window season, and we're celebrating with buy 2 windows, get 2 free. If your windows are drafty, difficult to operate, or costing you money on your energy bill, it's time to replace them. Champion Windows is here to help. Champion builds our own windows right here in the USA. We make the process easy. We help you choose the best design options for your home. We then build your project in our very own factory. Our install team manages your project every step of the way, and it's all backed by our lifetime guarantee. Turn your house into your dream home with more livable space in a new Champion sunroom, or enhance your curb appeal with new siding, now 30% off. Don't wait, this sale won't last long. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, and 30% off sunrooms and siding. Call 877-GO-CHAMPION or visit championsavenow.com to schedule a free in-home estimate today. All discounts apply to our regular prices. Select styles apply. Minimum purchase required. Cannot be combined with other advertised offers. See store or website for details.
It's the most time-honored tradition to start the weekend, grabbing a cold one from a local Nebraska brewery. Let's be real here. It's cold outside, and you don't want to drink the same boring beer as those Hawkeye fans. Drink Nebraska-brewed beer, cider, or seltzers instead. Each week, we're putting the spotlight on a unique Nebraska brewery with One Beer Friday. Share your brew on social media with the hashtag One Beer Friday, and you'll be entered to win a $25 gift card to a local Nebraska brewery. Nebraska is the good life with great beer. Click nebraska.beer to learn more.
Heard the catchphrase that's sweeping the nation?
Jackson, Hugh, yeah.
People are saying Jackson Hugh yeah to Jackson Hewitt because they love saving money on tax prep. Do you love saving money? Then switch to Jackson Hewitt today and pay less than last year. Thousands of people have already made the switch. Why haven't you? Stop waiting and start filing. You won't get a better deal or a better catchphrase. All together now.
Jackson Hugh, yeah!
Proof of prior year payment required when filing. New clients only at participating locations through April 7th. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Welcome to this episode of RV Ready, brought to you by Leach Camper Sales in Council Bluffs. Looks like the great outdoors is calling.
Indeed. Thought I'd remind folks to head outside again.
Love that idea.
I know Leach Camper Sales has a great website.
LeachCamper.com.
Folks can browse the inventory and then head over to Leach Camper Sales in Council Bluffs and then head out to see me. And don't forget,
the coffee's always on.
Of course it is.
1620 The Zone's Unsportsmanlike Conduct is brought to you by Union Bank and Trust. Now back to the program.
Look, I made you some
Unsportsmanlike
content.
Unsportsmanlike content.
Unsportsmanlike content. Content that's unsportsmanlike.
Before we get to some content, don't forget that you can join the VIP club. It's 1620 the email. You can do so right now. You'll get to know all of the exciting content that we have going on with the Zone. You'll be first to know it, whether it's news, contests, promotions, and more, or a chance to win a trip to Las Vegas.
Dude. That's where we're at.
That's where we're at, indeed. Sign up today at 1620thezone.com. You're
You're probably going to want to sign up for the emails
yes.
because you would like to be here.
This is how you get opportunities like this, is through the email.
Yeah, how do you think we got this trip? Because we signed up for the email.
That's true.
Thank you,
We would have
1620
been
for zone
ineligible if not.
Yeah, indeed. Nick, take it away with some content.
People forget tomorrow is MLB opening day.
Wow, nice topic to start off.
Happer.
Yeah.
Josh, what things are you looking forward to the most about the 2024 MLB season?
Oh,
wow. I'm excited for the Royals to go 5-20 in April, and then probably about 11-14 in May, and then just gradually gain hope more and more and more all the way until September when they go about 18-6. And then I get very excited for next year as the Royals have once again lost more than 95 games. So I'm excited to go through that whole process again. There are people picking the Royals to win things of note this year.
Who are these people?
Are
they big, strong men with tears in their eyes?
I've seen some buzz, Josh. I've seen some buzz. Why can't it be the Royals this year? We already know if you do process of elimination in the Central, you can eliminate the White Sox. Eliminated. Gone. See you later. But everybody else, fair game at this point. Fair game. And so, it could be them. This is one of the rare times for me. I am not going to buy in all the way on the hype train. I'm excited.
They're going to be good then.
I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about the prospects of guys like Bobby Witt Jr. and Cole Reagans and everything else. But I don't think they're going to win the AL Central this year. So I'm excited for the Royals to not win the AL Central this year, Nick. That's my answer.
Do we know what channel the Royals will be on in Omaha?
Yeah, they'll be on the Valley.
Okay.
On the Valley.
What am I excited for? I mean, look, baseball is tremendous background noise. Riss and I are going to go to a Royals game together. We've never been to a Royals game together.
Oh.
So that'll be fun.
That's exciting that the background noise is back for you.
Yeah, sure. Like college basketball sometimes. Sometimes leave the TV off. I'm going to a Mariners game. I've never been to Safeco.
Oh, wow. Me
Or
neither.
whatever it's called now. That reminds me.
T-Mobile.
I got to ask Farron about those tickets. So, yeah, Riss and I are going to go up there. That'll be great.
That sounds awesome.
Have a couple of strong IPAs while we're there.
Get a little package of crickets. You could eat crickets at that stadium.
I'm not one of those types
Eat
of
some
people.
crickets, Josh.
Eat
They're
some crickets.
seasoned.
I'm okay.
Really? You go to Seattle, they give you crickets, and you say no?
I don't.
They say they come up to you with tears in their eyes, and they say, "This is our delicacy, crickets. Eat the crickets."
This is the same man that was minutes away from pyramids in Mexico. And he's
Not
like,
minutes,
no.
hours away from pyramids.
And you said no, thank you.
Yeah. When you go to an all-inclusive resort, do you want to drive 8 hours round trip to go to see a pyramid?
No, I did not.
Yeah, thank you.
No, I did not. No, I did not.
Another baseball question, fellas.
Interesting.
The
We have
Dodgers.
a theme here.
The Dodgers just signed catcher Will Smith to a 10-year, $140 million contract extension. Did you know the Dodgers had a player named Will Smith?
I did.
Great question, Nick. I did not. And there's another Will Smith in Major League Baseball?
He plays for the Royals.
Are the parents of these Will Smiths big fans of Will Smith?
I don't think so.
Do they
I
like
think
the
it just
slap?
kind of happened that way.
It's a very normal name, but it's also like a famous name.
I'm more curious if the Dodgers have literally unlimited money. They have the
Money is a construct.
They have the uncanny ability to sign all of their players to mega long-term contracts for more than $100 million. It's amazing. I know Ohtani's money is all deferred and everything like that, but it's still quite staggering when you look at all they've done contract-wise this offseason. It's shocking to watch. I don't know the details of Will Smith's deal.
It's like 8 years, a lot of dollars.
But like, are they deferring that money too? Like, are they just saying we're going to defer? It's like
boys.
It's a life hack. We'll just defer everything until 2036.
Can't I do that? Why can't I do defer? I want a new TV. I defer it.
It's like layaway
to 23.84.
Yeah,
layaway.
Yeah.
Do we still have layaway?
I don't know if they call it that anymore.
Anymore. I think it might have died in Kmart.
R.I.P. layaway.
Buy now, pay later.
Mm-hmm.
I love that idea.
The Tournament of Great Significance enters its end game tomorrow. What are your guys' bold predictions?
I'm curious about the premise of the question, Nick.
Yes.
It enters the end game tomorrow?
The beginning of the end game.
No, isn't the beginning of the end really the start?
I would say that the beginning of the end game is the Final Four.
I consider the Sweet 16 the real start.
The real start of the tournament. What was
What
the
if it's
question
the
again?
end of the beginning?
Bold picks?
the end of the beginning.
Bold picks. Is it bold to say that Purdue will make the Final Four?
No.
Is it bold to say Creighton will make the Final Four?
Yes.
I kind of think Creighton's going to make the Final Four.
Woo! Well,
Kind of.
Purdue can't make the Final Four if Creighton does.
I know, I was just asking. I kind of think.
Well, let's look at our board here at the Circa Sports Stadium Swim.
Check out those money line splits. They're
They
tight.
are
Oh, there's
tight.
NBA games up there. Oh, they do. Look, Happer, they've added games now.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Split it
this
up.
is tight.
They split the screen like their money line.
Yeah, this is really, really good. Here's my hot NCAA tournament take. UConn will not win the national championship.
Woo, that's spicy.
You will
That's
never
as
get
spicy as
this.
your skin right now.
UConn will not win the national championship.
And I said Creighton maybe will.
Here's the reason why. Because it's too obvious. They're too good, and something bad has to happen to them at some point.
Yeah.
They can't just dominate everyone in the tournament for 2 years in a row. You understand how hard that is?
Very hard.
And I know that they're the best team in basketball right now, but you have to win 6 games in a row against good teams. And they did that last year.
Yep.
And they killed everybody.
Yeah.
And they've killed everybody so far
They won
this
8
year.
straight games by 1 billion points.
It's shocking to watch. So
shocking.
I think they don't win the national championship.
Nick,
I'm
do you
just
know
zagging basically.
Oh, you like Gonzaga. Do you know, Nick, the last team to win 2 straight national championships in college basketball? Think of the state that you always bring up when you're like, oh, I'm Port blank.
Oh, Florida.
Nailed it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Joakim Noah.
Yeah, Joakim Noah.
I'm half Florida.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anything else on the board? I do not care about Clemson, Arizona.
Okay.
I do not care about
This
that
wasn't
game.
what topics don't you care about. It was
Right.
if you have a hot take.
That's my hot take. I don't care about that game.
Neither do I.
All right. Remember how Aaron Rodgers was rumored to be the running mate for one RFK Jr.?
Yes.
But
great
he
topic.
never confirmed nor denied it.
Yes.
He didn't have to. RFK Jr.'s lawyer announced yesterday that his running mate will be lawyer and philanthropist Nicole Shanahan.
Wow.
Are we sad?
I'm good that his lawyer confirmed it because I can't hear that guy talk. He sounds so weird.
Who? Aaron Rodgers?
No, RFK.
Oh, I thought you were saying Jason.
It's kind of how he talks. Have you heard that guy talk?
I don't really listen to RFK on podcasts. I can't say that I'm you.
I am not listening to
that
any
your preferred
RFK Jr.
candidate?
podcast.
We need a third voice.
No, but
third option.
He keeps putting out videos of stuff and how, he's the third whatever.
Kennedy.
He sounds ridiculous.
I do like the jokes of like Aaron Rodgers again loses to Shanahan. I think that that's a very funny joke.
That's pretty funny.
That's a pretty funny joke. I'm honestly sad. The takes would have been amazing.
It would have been funny to have a vice president as an active quarterback.
And yes, like, are you going to be at the debate? No, we have to study film. Like, it would have been awesome.
Yeah. He's not going to win, so we can't really play it out that way. But it's still funny to have a presidential candidate in the NFL, like a vice presidential candidate in the NFL.
True.
Pretty funny.
Finally, fellas.
Yes.
I know we've had a lot of fun today, but it's
Hell
time
yeah.
to talk about something serious. What the hell are we going to do after the Grum? It's so early here.
No, I thought we were doing what are we eating tonight after this?
No, but he's saying what are we going
After
to
the
do
Grum.
just in general for the whole rest of the day?
We have so much time.
Yeah. I mean, so I am sleepy. I'm not. I'm gonna. I don't want to be the guy who taps out on night one, but it's a marathon, not a sprint, and I know about marathons.
Okay.
But we are in early stages of planning some of the activities for the rest of the night. Just don't know what all of those activities will be. Perhaps some exploration.
Yeah,
of
I
the
like to do
area that we are in.
Yeah, I think we'll get out on Fremont Street.
Yeah.
I like exploring.
I'm excited for a shower.
You got to see it. You got to see Fremont Street.
Everyone
we,
says
we
this.
can make Nick get on the big scale and make fun of him because he's fat.
Oh.
That would be fun.
Nick, are you fat?
I have some body image issues.
Do you really? I wouldn't expect that from Nick.
You can all take a picture with the people in the mascot costumes on the street.
Don't that costs money though, Peter?
Yeah, no. You
I don't
have
wanna
to take
pay-
the pictures and then run away.
That's true.
that's
Yeah,
me. They have to
maybe
get a lit in
maybe you
me.
could like take it on an iPhone quick and run away.
Yeah.
And then
Pay
just
them
have
a
them chase
livable
you.
wage.
Now, here's a question for you guys. Do you want to do the zip line?
I've never been on a zip line.
Do you want to do the zip line?
How much does that cost?
I don't know. It probably does cost. Peter, do you know how much it costs to do the zip line on Fremont Street?
I'm trying
I
to
will
do
look
the
it
thing
up.
where I don't spend money. I want to gamble though. I want to play a little crap.
Well, that involves spending
I
money.
am intrigued in
Yeah,
that idea.
Yeah.
I would like to try
While
real
you're
life
running your
blackjack.
billion miles,
Just
I will
7 tonight.
I'll be at the table.
Yeah. You did say that. What you like while you run, I'm going to go to the table.
Uh-huh.
Before I run, maybe I'll watch you at the table for a couple minutes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. It looks like if you want to fly Zipzilla, that's what it's called. $49.
Nope.
Wow. It would have had to been 10.
That's a lot of money to let
I would've-
gravity do the work.
I would have, nice take, Nick. I would have done it for $10. That's a good take.
But you can walk underneath them and they go over the top of you and they go,
That's fun.
It is. So we'll do that.
Yell at me, Daddy. Nick, I want to do content like this every day this week. This was fun.
I once came to Fremont Street and I did one of those axe throwing places.
We have those back home.
I know. I don't know. We were really trying to waste time this one day. And so we came to one of those axe throwing places and we threw axes for a while.
That's fun.
My buddy,
It wasn't that fun.
About a year
that's not
ago, we
fun.
went to Des Moines for my buddy's birthday. And because it was his birthday, they let us throw random crap, like stop signs.
Yeah.
And
I actually think they
hatchets.
let everybody do that.
Do they?
I think so.
Because when I tell this story to other people, they're like, stop signs?
I like to chuck a stop sign.
It's pretty fun.
And that is unsportsmanlike
Content.
Wow.
Content.
When we return live here at the Stadium Swim at Circa, we are
Things
going
are heating up, Josh.
They are
Have you noticed all the people that are here now?
Oh, I'm seeing them. Also, look at the score of this game. That's heating up too.
Oh, points.
We're at the Circa Resort and
High
Casino off of Fremont. Are we on or off of Fremont Street?
Just off it. I think it's over this way.
All right,
cool. 3 months.
We are Fremont, Nebraska. John is at Fremont, but we are at Fremont
Old
Street.
Vegas. Old
Yeah.
Vegas.
So we're hanging out at Circa, having an awesome time. We'll be back again tomorrow live at 10 a.m. Central Time, 8 a.m. out here in the Pacific. When we return, though, it's time for What's for Dinner, and maybe you can help us figure out what is for dinner because we're actually asking.
Medium rare hamburgers.
What is for dinner? We wrap up the Grum next on 1620 The Zone.
Live from the Host Coffee Studio, this is 1620 The Zone.
How powerful is Cox Fiber? Powerful enough to let your band members in Vegas, Phoenix, and Omaha jam like you're all in the same garage. Introducing Cox Fiber from the company with America's fastest download speeds. It's internet built for tomorrow, today. Cox, always building better. Analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data. Fixed median download speeds. US Q3 2023. Limited availability in select areas. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions may apply.
He thinks bean counting is an iPhone app. He is the most uninteresting man in the world.
Hi, I'm Bob Berger. Don't just get your taxes done, get them managed. If you're tired of losing sleep over your business and personal taxes, you're ready to make more money, give us a call.
Call Berger, Elliott, and Pritchard CPAs at 402-551-1919 or visit bepcpa.com.
You know what Mentality can help you with? Low energy, motivation, weight gain, muscle loss, fatigue, tired all the time, feeling anxious, moody, irritability, impatience, anxiety, and depression. Mentality can help you with their board-certified physicians and their testosterone treatments that can take care of you and get you back in the game. You can regain normal function and restore your ability to perform normally at all levels just by Mentality. Set up an appointment today. Go to lowtusa.com. Get back in the game. Don't sit on the sidelines and let Mentality lead the way.
Getting your biggest tax refund from Jackson Hewitt can lead to some spirited reactions.
Jackson Hewitt!
Jackson Hewitt is so sure they'll get you your biggest refund that if they don't, you get your money back plus $100.
Jackson Hewitt!
Switch to Jackson Hewitt and we'll beat what you paid last year, even if you filed online. Ain't nothing to it. Switch to Jackson Hewitt and pay less for tax prep, guaranteed. Proof of prior year payment required when filing. New clients only at participating locations through April 7th. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com. Maverick baseball and softball are underway, and single game tickets are on sale now. This Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, the weather is perfect as Maverick baseball takes on 2023 CWS qualifier Oral Roberts at Tal Anderson Field. Omaha softball is on a 15-game win streak and plays Creighton on April 2nd, and Maverick baseball takes on Creighton on April 9th. Don't miss these classic matchups at Maverick Park. Get your tickets now by calling 402-554-MAVS or by going to omavs.com/ticks.
Is your concrete cracked or uneven? Hey everyone, Coach Greg McDermott here to explain why you should choose Everlevel Concrete Repair. Many people think they need to replace broken concrete, but repairing it provides durable protection and comes at a fraction of the cost. Everlevel provides permanent repair solutions to fix your concrete and protect it against future damage, and it all comes with a long-term transferable warranty. They offer free inspections to walk you through the entire process. Call Everlevel Concrete Repair today.
Email us on the Equitable Bank inbox with whatever's on your mind. Zone Inbox is brought to you by Equitable Bank. We take banking personally. You can get me, Gary, at 1620thezone.com. We want to hear from you on the Equitable Bank Zone Inbox.
1620 The Zone at 1620thezone.com. You're listening to Unsportsmanlike Conduct.
Go Big Red, baby.
On 1620 The Zone.
When you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Crust is good on your pizza, not your ass.
I will eat your ass first.
He's tough as a Woolworth steak.
And then it's going to take 2 more shots to knock us down. All right. And on the way up, we're going to take your other kneecap.
I'm ready to hang them up, gut them, and skin them, and chop them up. You know what? I'm ready. My daughters aren't starving to death. I'll eat my neighbors.
And we're going to get up, and then it's going to take 3 shots to get us down. And when we do, we're going to take another hunk out of you.
Cliff, what are you going to take away as your best memory from playing basketball at Boston College?
Probably just like going out to eat.
Before we get to dinner, Michael Severe says, you guys are funny. Layaway has been around and it's still around. Matter of fact, there are more companies that do layaway now than ever before.
Whoa.
Right. Yeah, cool.
They just don't. They keep it quiet. They keep it on the down low.
Yeah, big layaway is hiding it from us.
My friend Aaron says gambling on Fremont Street is the best place to gamble in Las Vegas. But he also says you got to go to the Strip because it's wild.
There's known to have some cheaper tables out here, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for what's ahead of us tonight. But the first thing we have to do, of course,
what's for dinner?
Is figure out what's for dinner.
So it seems like it will be an exploration where we walk and maybe we just see something and we say, let's do that place.
Okay.
I think that's what it's going to be.
I'm down with that.
I will follow up on Twitter.
Sometimes that's the best meal, just exploring.
You're
Thank
right,
you,
Peter. I once took that approach in this fine city, and I was over by the High Roller over there at the Link, and I ran into a place that offered a sushi burrito. And I ate it.
How was it?
It was great, but then I followed it up with too much alcohol, and then it was bad.
That's not a good combo.
That sounds horrible.
There's also In-N-Out right over there as well.
Oh, I would like to try In-N-Out.
Nick does want to try In-N-Out, even though we told him that it's mid.
I mean, I still want to try it for myself.
But I said it'd be funny because then you could tweet at John.
Yeah.
And then John will get mad.
But trust us when we say there's plenty of great options here at Circa, and we're excited about all of those.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We had a great burger earlier. Yeah, so it's really just figuring out. But I've never been. Nick's never been. We want to explore.
We'll go exploring.
Yeah, so I'm gonna run and then we're gonna explore. I'm going to bed.
I am not.
Yeah, you're gonna be up late. I don't know how you do this.
You don't think I could do this?
No, you can.
will
I
not
just
do
don't. I
this?
just don't know how you do it. I am so tired. I'm so sleepy.
That's you're old.
I am old.
I'm so young.
I've trained my body to need sleep.
Yeah, it's
I don't
bad.
think you have.
Can I follow you like a lost puppy heifer?
Yeah, come on.
Cool.
Oh yeah, somebody asked, are you going to tickle chains tonight?
I'm not going to have time. It might be a tomorrow night thing.
I don't think you're going to tickle chains at all.
If I were to go to the odds board and say, what are the odds for Nick tickling chains? I'd bet no.
Yeah.
I would like to tickle chains, but I'm not going to force it. If it's not in the cards, it's not in the cards.
It's not in the cards.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be in the cards.
How much time do we have?
Yeah, Peter. Yeah, how much time do we have, Peter?
We got about a minute.
All right.
One more minute.
We want to give a huge thank you and shout out to Stadium Swim here at the Circa Resort and Casino. Day 1 has been spectacular, and day 2 tomorrow, friends, will be bigger and better because we'll be on for 7 hours starting at 10 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And there will be basketball on that night that we actually care about. No offense to the CBI.
Well, look at this. It's 4 o'clock local time, and all of the sports games are starting for the night. They had to split up the televisions. This is amazing.
It's so weird.
But the CBA final is going down to the last 2 minutes
Who
here.
knew, given how bad it was early on. Also tomorrow, the start of baseball season. So it's going to be the Connor Apper Show. I'll be your guest on that show. And then you will be the fill-in host on Unsportsmanlike Conduct.
Yes.
We'll have a combination hodgepodge of some of our favorite guests. And we'll talk baseball and basketball. And
we'll just talk it up.
Yeah.
Vegas.
How about this? Are you proud of me? We barely even talked football today.
I'm really proud of you, actually.
Nice. Good.
We could have used more basketball talk, though.
Tomorrow's opening day. Basketball's dead.
Tomorrow is opening day. All right, are we getting a closed bed?
I don't hear anything.
Are we getting a closed bed, Peter? There it is.
There it is, right on cue.
Nice. We appreciate Peter Krenzer back there in our 1620 The Zone studio. We appreciate everyone for joining us today. Please join us again tomorrow as well. And again, one more thank you today. We'll say it a lot, but thank you to Circa Resort and Casino. For Nick, for Happer, I'm Josh, for Peter. See you later. Have a great night. Enjoy the CBI final.
Jason Green!
Jason Green. We'll be back tomorrow. See you later, everybody. Bye.
Omaha's most listened to all sports radio station. Again and again and again. 1620 The Zone.